yeah, we are live. We are live for the Gabby Fundora versus Mariling Badillo fight. And like I said in my last look when I was talking about the fight, Gabby puts everybody in the flyweight division in a particular situation that is always going to be hard to negotiate, irrespective of how those fighters fight on a regular basis against other flyweights, right? Against Gabby, y'all all on the same boat. You stuck trying to get close to her, trying to find a way around that jab and trying to find a way around that backhand. No matter who's at flyweight, they have to deal with Gabby's height. Whether they're pure boxers or boxer punchers or pressure fighters, they all end up on the same boat. And while Marilyn Badillo is actually pretty good, she's actually okay against other normal sized flyweights. Against Gabby, nah, it ain't gonna work. You either gonna try to do what you normally do, stay on the outside and counter, but you don't have the height and you don't have the length and you don't have the strength to be doing that. You either do that and lose, or you come forward and lose because you're not outgunning Gabby. You don't punch harder than her. She manages the distance really well. She take a half step back to give herself a little bit of room to throw if you do try to charge her. That outside or inside, Maryland don't win this fight. And that is how I see it. Now, in the co-main event, we have Charles Conwell. That's a name that you may have been heard thrown around here and there because he's an unbeaten up-and-comer from right here in the United States at 154, which is often described as one of the hotter divisions in boxing right now. It's a deep division. And if you have not seen this fighter, he's a good inside fighter, action fighter. So if you haven't seen him, you get to see him tonight in the co-main event. Here go Country. He's here to set the chairs, y'all. Here early as usual, DJ, what it do? Santiago, what it do? Philip, Omar, you already know. Wayne, Coach. Coach is in the building. Ow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Carme. Carme was at the boxing matches yesterday when Melissa Odessa Parker racked up a knockout victory. You know what I'm saying? It better be a Y at the end of that. Man, shut your ass up, motherfucker. Shut your ass up. And yeah, we here, man. I seen Dalton Smith's fight earlier. I'm probably going to include it in the weekend recap tomorrow morning, depending on tonight's action. I don't think he looked bad. I think he was in there with a guy that didn't want to fight. Because I seen what people were saying, but I'm like, you can't put that on Dalton. He did cut off the ring good. I think people don't know what cutting off the ring is. Like, that's why I always try to show people what it means to cut off the ring. That instead of following the opponent in a straight line, you move parallel to them, and then you take a beeline almost, like a sidestep to the next square. Let's call it the next side of the square. That you don't just keep following them like a shark. You go over there. You move with them, and then you go over there. That's how you cut off the ring. And if you were paying attention, Dalton Smith did a good job of doing that. It's just the dude didn't want to fight. Like, if a dude decided, well, I'm just going to move all night, that's just what he going to do. You know? Devontae, what it do?
What up, though? How you doing?
Chilling.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
The dude didn't want to fight, and then I think Dalton could have threw more punches. When he had him cornered, he could have threw more punches.
I agree with that. I agree. I'll say that he could have did it a little more. How do you feel about his chances against Puello on the strength of, because Puello could do the same thing but better than Jermaine.
I don't like his chances in that fight because you was hesitant to throw with this little dude. Puello is actually taller, and I think it's gonna be harder to cut the ring off, and he might hit a little harder.
I think he do.
So I mean, if I'm Eddie, I'll get him out to Sheffield or wherever Dalton's from and rob him.
That's great minds, because that's what I'm like. Yeah, get that dude out there. He ain't worth no money in America, so offer him something good enough to get him out there and rob his ass. Very simple. Country, did you see the fight?
I saw the highlights.
All right, then we don't need to hear from you. Jose, did you see
He
the
did.
fight? Did you see the fight?
Wait, which one?
The one earlier today with Dalton Smith and Jermaine.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did, I did. I was kind of disappointed on Jermaine. I was expecting a little bit more from him, but Dalton, he kind of impressed me because the thing is, at the end of the day, Jermaine is not a little dude. You know, he's a physical. He's physically strong. Jermaine, see, he's fast. It's just él como que se mete el mismo en el culo. I don't know, like
Bueno,
he
él no
just
quería pelear hoy, manín. Él no quería, él quería correr.
ese
Él no quería pelear.
sinvergüenza. Ese sinvergüenza, when he sees somebody can hit, he never wants to fight. Like when he fought Teofimo was the same thing. When he fought this guy was the same thing. He fought somebody else. I just don't remember his name, but it was like the
Wait,
same thing.
Jermaine fought Teofimo. Ese tipo de Canada, he fought
Oh
Teofimo.
no 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 no. Sorry sorry. But that dude, sorry. He fought somebody else, not Teofimo, but he fought somebody else. And it was
I
like the
know he
same thing.
fought Claggett. I think he fought Claggett. That's who I heard he fought, because the dude from Canada, the
I mean,
Jermaine
low
dude.
key, man. Clag have a whole bunch of dudes. It's just él no suena.
Claggett. Let
Con
me
ese
go to
nombre, dime.
Claggett. Let me go to Ray. Ray, did you see Dalton and what did you think?
I did not see Dalton. I did not care about the dude he was fighting, bro.
Shit.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, look, bro.
No,
I
but
could only care so much, bro.
it's not
Ah,
that. It's that I understood the importance of the fight in the sense that we need to see how he looked before Puelo. That's why I watched it. Like this the one right before Puelo. And if you lay your egg, you know what I'm saying? I don't, and now I haven't seen the fight. I'm gonna say that this what some of y'all might have missed. This was a good rehearsal for Puelo. It was because Puelo could box. He gonna move, he gonna jab, he gonna set traps, and he's taller than this guy. This fight was a rehearsal for Puelo, but I like Devontae. I don't know, dog. Puelo could do all that shit, but better. He could do all that shit that Jermaine did, but better. And I do think he punches harder. So I don't really know if Dalton gonna win that fight. I'm gonna be real. Like y'all need to rob Puelo. Y'all need to do that. Get that dude out there to the UK, put some shit in his water, and and hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And
get
that's
get
what
some
Dalton Smith needs to do.
get some egg waves and
Yeah, put a laxative in his water. Fuck that shit. Do something. Cause Puelo might win that shit. I don't it's not even a thing where Dalton looked bad. It's more like, all right, I figured the movement will bother you. And I think that Puello's movement will bother you even more because he's a taller, longer guy, longer legs, longer strides. He has a bit more power than this guy. I think Puello will let his hands go a bit more than this guy. So
also
that could help you or that could hurt you. That
also
could help you, that could hurt
Pueblo doesn't have like crazy power, but he has a respectable power because he kept Gary Russell to get turn into the Tasmanian Devil. He kept him honest.
you. Exactly. He kept him a lot more honest than Rayo. And Rayo was trying to fight the same fight. If you paid attention, Rayo was trying to fight the same fight that Puello fought, but he didn't have Puello's size, didn't have Puello's
Or
power.
power.
So it ain't gonna work when you do it because you really 135-pounder, which is what the fuck I said, Ray. I ain't forget how much
Okay.
shit you were talking.
Okay.
No, no, fucking okay, me. You were talking a lot of shit. And I told you, I don't know about this, Ray. Rayo is not a real 140. You won your belt from a garden gnome. That don't mean you ready for 140. Here we are.
Garden gnome.
I
Hey, you won
think
the shit
Dalton.
from Isaac, dog. Shit.
I think Dalton should have been trying to go out there the WBA. I think he should try to get Gary Russell in the ring. I think he had a better chance against him.
I
Because
don't know. I don't know. Look, I'm not high on Gary. Like you know that. I'm not high on Gary. But the reality of it is Gary has a solid amateur background and he is a big 140. So that's a gunfight. I don't know if you got the bigger guns when it comes down. Like Dalton could punch though. Like you could see that whenever he did get through with some shit, he did hurt the guy. But in a gunfight, well, anything could happen. You can knock
what?
him out.
Yeah,
You can knock
yeah.
you out.
I don't think
Better
Gary would have
style
stopped
matchup, though.
Zepeda though. Yeah, I don't think Gary would have stopped Zepeda. Like you barely stopped Ryo.
You don't think Gary would have stopped Zepeda?
No.
Nah, I don't think so either. I think that would be a great style matchup for Zepeda.
Yeah, like when Dalton stopped Zepeda the way he did, that was like okay, like you could punch.
I'm
And-
kind of with
and-
you because Russell, as he's kind of an eye boxer, but the way to stop Cepeda, you gotta go to his body. Like the dude has a knucklehead. Like
Yeah, you're not knocking him out with head punch. Well, now in fairness, because motherfuckers tend to forget Regis Prograis stopped that motherfucker. Was y'all oohing and eyeing
Alpo,
them?
he broke him
Yeah,
down
that
to
was
like
like-
9 rounds, man.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah,
was
and it was
difficult as
was
it
a
hell.
was
lot of punches
TKO
to the body,
stuff,
man.
Beat the
Zepeda
shit
didn't
out
get
of
up.
Jose Zepeda, bro. Beat the
Tiene que
shit out
matarlo
of
to
him.
stop him, man.
Coño, man, por eso es que yo estoy enfogonado that fucking Oscar Duarte, that fight, man, that would have been a great fight, man. Prograis and Duarte, remember they were supposed to do it, but
¿Y qué
Prograis
pasó
got hurt.
ahí?
Prograis got hurt. Had to pull out. Like, that would have been a great fucking fight. And I'm of the opinion, I think he could have beat Duarte. Yeah, because he don't got to chase Duarte. Duarte going to stand right in front of him and do what the fuck he do. And that's what Regis needs. He 36. He don't need to be chasing these young ass guys around the ring. I'm a stationary target. You know what I mean? I'm not ready to believe that he's over the hill. I still think, if you stand in front of this dude, he will knock you the fuck out. The problem is, Sorrilla didn't want to stand in front of him. Devin surely didn't want to stand in front of him. And Jack Catterall didn't want to stand in front of him. You had 3 back-to-back bad style matchups. So, of course, they're going to say you pass your prime. If they put you in there with a guy who wants to trade in the pocket, you might go back to look at how you did with Zepeda.
Yeah, if they're willing to trade with him in mid range to the inside, yeah, they kind of messed up with Regis. Because I think Regis lately he been fighting big ass guys. Because Orilla is as big as Devin Haney, if you remember correctly. The dude was big
Well,
as hell.
no, actually, he's a little shorter in terms of height and length. He's a little shorter. His arms are not as long. He's more of a mid-range to inside, where Devin is a mid-range to outside. Obviously, a moving target. This is just bad style matchups. To me, it's like, well, look, you had 3 bad style matchups, so yeah, you're gonna look like that. You are like, sorry.
Whoever the matchmaking's been for his fight, man. I think those guys hate him, man.
Yeah, I don't like him, dog. They don't like him. What's up with Golden Boy San and Uzbeks? They got Bektamir Melenkuziev. They got Ayabdullayev. They love some
Abdullayev.
Uzbeks.
They
Abdullayev.
signed Abdullah.
Yeah, they
Wait.
got Abdullayev, bro.
Wait, the Russian?
Not
I don't think that's
no,
a-
no. He is this not Zaur. Zaur. This not the one that's fighting Muratadya. This is a Uzbek. He looked like Sergey Lipinets if he had more testosterone and a better hairline. That's what he looked like.
Or Joseph Herline.
Well, yeah, that too. He's fighting Ongbak. Motherfucker that look like Ongbak. You remember Ongbak? Fought the elephants and shit?
Yep.
Look like Ongbak, this motherfucker.
Hey,
Dude,
Ring,
I was looking at the face off with Ryan and Rolly, and I just couldn't help but fucking lose it, man. Rolly's you gotta laugh at him, man, because there's nothing else you can do. And for some reason, I kept hearing you going, "Nah."
Man, that was one of the most cringes.
Face
What
off.
was that? A fucking interview? What the hell was that? Like they were just like sitting around.
Like
just,
a meeting, yeah, like they was in detention or some shit. They look like a couple of kids. I said it that Ryan is
Esperen
the
a que
cool
lleguen su
kid.
papá, some shit, right?
Ryan is the cool kid. Devin is the nerd. Rolly is the retard. Jose and Arnold, they some super seniors. Y'all got left back in the 12th grade. And
Damn.
Tio is a dork. Like, yeah, you a dork, fam. You not a cool. You too dumb to be a nerd, but you too weak to be a jock. So you're a dork. And it's like, yo, you trying to be down so bad, bro. Like, yo, let Ryan handle that. Why you want Ryan, dick? You got wild heat for Devin, like you about to fight him. Get off his dick, bro. And then the worst shit is everybody is dressed because it's cold in New York. I think they was in New York. This motherfucker the only one dressed like he Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch. Why you out here with no shirt wearing overalls? You think you LL Cool J, bro? Fuck is you doing? You not in Florida.
The funny thing is, like, he wore the same thing he wore at the press conference, like the
He,
same
mu-
thing.
I don't know what's up with that dude. Devontae, you had something to say. What happened?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, who you think got a better chance of losing, Haney or Teal? I'm leaning toward Haney. Some don't look right about him.
I'm leaning towards Tio.
So okay, okay.
The hope for Haney is that a 40-year-old Bartholomew made Jose look kind of you know? And that's not saying, like, I look at that as a difficult fight for Devin. I still think that's a very difficult fight. But in fairness, a 40-something-year-old Bartholomew was, he was making you look a little crazy at times. Devin is younger. They could both lose them fights in all actuality. Tio could lose to Barboza and Devin could lose to Jose. But if I had to gauge him, okay, Tio, you distracted. Your ace in the hole was working with Eddie Reynoso. We know that shit ain't gonna happen. So nothing about your corner situation has changed. Whereas Bill was talking to Najee about all the different shit they added to Devin's corner. You know what? New shit they gonna do. So we at least go into this situation knowing that they did move some things around for Devin to try to switch shit up. Whereas T.O. is the same, bro. Same deficiencies, same goofy ass personality, same everything, bro.
I,
And
I,
go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I'm leaning more towards Devin because you've been out the ring for almost it's gonna be a year when you come off the ring, and you
That's right.
trying to learn new stuff. You fighting a guy who just he's a pressure fighter, so your timing is not gonna be there, and you don't hit hard enough to keep him off of you.
That's true. Y'all agree with that? That Devin. I mean, like, which fight has the greater probability for an upset? Haney versus
Um,
Tio,
Ramirez
because
or
Arnold
Tio
is not
versus
washed.
Barboza?
I think
Oh, okay,
Tio
okay,
versus
okay.
Barboza.
Tio versus Barboza, bigger probability for upset.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think even though Ramirez it seems to the uh, bad style matchup for Devin Haney, but at the end of the day, um, Ramirez haven't looked good his last previous fights. But if anything, Devin Haney can win like a points fight, like jab jab clinch.
Hmm.
But Teofimo Lopez, man, I don't know, man. That's a really really bad style matchup for him because he's another waiter and also he's longer and he utilizes the jab, which we've seen Teofimo struggling with Claggett with a simple jab. So
Claggett.
yeah, just because Claggett had a jab, he didn't have nothing else, just a jab.
Every time somebody says the name Claggett, you got to take a shot. That's gonna be the new Ring IQ drinking game.
I'm gonna
Anytime
take a
somebody
chop of
says
coffee then.
somebody say Claggett, there go Tristan Kalkaroof. I remember this kid. He was actually pretty good. He was a cruiserweight. He lost one fight, but it's because he got injured in the fight. That's more or less what I remember. He might be somebody to watch out for in the cruiserweight division. We got to see if he keep looking, decent. But he's somebody to watch out for. I heard that Vosdick fought tonight. He
Yeah, he
won. For
did.
those that
He did.
he won. He knocked the guy out.
Yep, he sure did. I saw that
That's
one.
wish he would have did that shit to David. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know, man. Like a part of me hates Teofimo, which is why I gotta measure how I look at that fight and not let my hate consume me. But genuinely speaking, I do think there's greater probability for an upset because nothing changed. There's no indicator that you have patched up the holes and worked on the things that you're deficient at. There's none. We know you struggle with jabbers. We know you struggle with movers. And we know you don't like fighting tall guys. Well, you getting all three now. So I don't know what's about to happen. And
Also,
like I said in my award-winning video, this is not a top rank show. Top rank saved you in the Sandor Martin fight, and they saved you in the Jermaine Ortiz fight. But this is not a top rank show, so might be fucked out here.
I mean, also this dude that he's gonna fight is not way older than you because I think they are around like the same around the same age. I think
Mm.
if Barbosa is older, I think he's like 30, 31,
He's in his
which is
30s, but not a fucked up 30.
no, but that's still considered you're still considering your prime in your early 30s, like and he haven't been into many wars either way. So I think this is a fresh, motivated 31-year-old. You know, that want to take. And the thing is, it's obvious to this point that Teofimo Lopez been ducking these dudes for a while. That and
Yeah,
like that's corner situation. I know he's embarrassed because he got kicked out of the Reynoso camp. For a
sure.
fact, he's embarrassed about that because he
Okay.
knows he's talented, but he's not disciplined enough, and his dad is
Mm.
making a circus about the whole camp. So he's probably embarrassed about being kicked out of the camp, and also, that's a bad style matchup for him. So he's losing it. You can tell he's fucking nervous about
Yeah,
this
he's
fight.
wearing fucking eyeliner. He's trying to look like fucking Brett Michaels. What's the matter
Tam-
with you, dog?
También la
You see,
ridiculez, manín, de que all of a sudden they
Yeah, I
ask
don't.
you something or they tell you something and you start like you put your headphones on and start like bumping to music like bitch you're not listening to nothing.
yeah,
They're not even plugged
yeah.
in.
That's the he was like he's so cringe. It's like, yo, what's the matter with you, dog? Like you really made Rolly look like
Like a
mature. How the- how the fuck does somebody make Rolly look mature? Like, yo, you really the dumbest motherfucker in the room? Really?
Yo, cuando yo vi a tío me dieron ganas de dar una pela.
Like, yo, he's just embarrassing, dog. Y yo lo dije en el video que yo hice, but I'll say it again, que he's just a try hard, man. He's just a try. Like, you try too fucking hard, bro. You don't have a personality. Ryan is a dickbag and a piece of shit, but you know that like, yeah, that's what he is. You want to be a dickbag and a piece of shit, but only because you see him doing it. Like, you are just so fucking unoriginal, bro. And Rolly's a retard, but you know that he's a retard, and so does he. It's genuine, it's organic. Nothing about T.O. is organic. Like, bro, everything about you is like some composite shit that you put together of shit that you heard. Nothing is really from the soul, aside from the pain of losing to George. Because you still don't want to admit that you lost to that motherfucker, which is the worst part. Because that means you didn't learn anything. I guess you think you did everything right that night, right? So then you're likelier to repeat it. Stupid shit. If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it. So that's what we say in my country, Krypton planet.
Hey, Joe, Pound for Pound King is asking. He says, "Have you seen the new Ring IQ Chronicles by Mirage? He might have made something about you.
What, like a channel?
I
Mirage?
don't know. I don't
Nah,
know, man.
I haven't actually. Y'all motherfuckers love some Mirage. Anybody mentions Mirage, country is all over that shit like a
I don't
prostitute.
know. I
Oh,
thought that shit. I think
I
that
love
shit's funny.
Mirage. Shout out to Real Talk. Shout out to the award-winning motherfucking relay. Yeah, man. I mean, he got like a channel. Like, we got pound for pound. He got like a channel. I don't know. I didn't know Mirage made videos. To be real,
He said, "Yeah, he made
yeah,
it."
he made
before.
4 or 5 videos. Oh, I gotta watch them shit. You know, he put on his sultry voice. He's talking to Ring IQ. I'm talking about David Benavides. And he said he's not gonna fight
Good,
Bevo.
good
Let me get
evening.
the
Welcome to my
title.
channel. The channel where you're gonna listen to my boys from Australia about Benny Benavides.
Yeah, because he talked like he about to fuck a bitch. Welcome to my channel. David
Diablo, mami,
Benavides.
cosita buena.
Yeah, no. He talked like he about to fuck. We'll go back to my place and watch some David Benavides.
I wanted to lick you,
I
baby.
don't. Shit is crazy. Yo, pound for pound, link me, bro. Just put that shit in the comment section of the last video I uploaded. But yeah, man. Next week is Connor Ben versus Chris Eubank. For those that don't know, how y'all guys feeling about that? Devontae, who you think's gonna win that fight?
I got Ben by knockout late.
Nah. Wow. Okay. We got one for Ben. We got one for Ben Country, who's winning that fight.
I think his emotions could do him in because he's pretty pissed. But I'm gonna go with Ben.
Okay, 2 for Ben. Jose, who's winning that fight?
I think I'm going for Chris.
Okay, 1 for you, Bank. 1 for you. Too big? Too experienced?
That and also one Ben is one of those guys that doesn't really learn from his mistakes, and 2 there is no really a rehydration clause on this one, so he's kind of. I think it's a
No,
cap
there
of like
is. There is. There's a cap.
No, yeah, but it's going in at 160. It's not like 154 like last time.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. So two for Connor, one for Chris. Ray, how you feeling? Who's going to win that fight?
Chris, there's nothing that Connor Ben does that is better than Chris Eubank.
That's a bold take, bro. That's a bold take. Okay, two and
Agreed.
two. 2-2, tiebreaker, undefeated. Who's winning, Ben or Eubank next weekend?
Next weekend, I'm going with Connor Ben. Chris Eubank is the UK version of Chavez Jr. Just to fuck up.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, bro.
That's fucked up.
Dime, ¿para qué sirve ese güey?
Para nada, cabrón, pero.
Yeah, get no arguments from me, dog. Like when you right, you right.
No, I kind of agree. Like the only thing he knows how to do well is like wear like some ridiculous, crazy ass jackets.
He has a better sense. We could say he has a better sense of fashion, you know, because he do be having them levers, he do be having Gucci's and all that fly shit. But I don't hear that parallel made often enough. That he really is like the Chavez of it. Like he is.
He is, bro. He's literally spoon fed his whole career, living off his daddy's name. Like he's Chavez Jr. The
I
UK
kind of think the opposite though, because at the very least, Chavez Jr. he did pay-per-view records. No, he did sold a lot of pay-per-views back then.
Manín, pero espera, tú no entiendes que esta fucking pelea, this is huge, bro. Chris is about to sell a lot of fucking pay-per-views, whether he wins or loses. This fight is huge over there.
Oh yeah, but also just to like put the cherry on top, I think what's his name? He actually beat champions, you know. Before his mind went to weed and like, you know, he actually became a champion.
He beat Maravilla, no es verdad, he beat Maravilla.
Maravilla beat him. 2012.
Oh yeah.
Didn't they? I don't know what. No, Margarito beat Maravilla. Fuck, I'm talking about. He beat Maravilla.
And he beat Irish Andy Lee.
That's what I was gonna say. I know he beat Andy Lee, which is more than we could say about Chris. What's Chris' biggest win, y'all?
Shit.
Probably what's his name? Abraham, probably. Most likely.
Arthur Abraham?
Or Liam Smith? Of Arthur Abraham.
I think Liam Smith. I think Liam Smith is.
Nick Blackwell.
Damn. He did fuck up.
Damn,
Nick, he ruined that dude's career though. Like Nick had that brain bleed, and that was because of Chris.
Yeah, and then Blackwell beat John Ryder before that or something.
You beat him,
Yeah, so that would be it. That would be it then.
And man, listen, I'm one of those guys. I'm kind of disappointed of Chris, man, because man, Chris, man, he's a really physical specimen.
He was.
And also like he throws some beautiful uppercuts, man. Like
he was always a good piece of clay. If we're gonna be fair to Chris, that if he had great ingredients, he had a respectable punch, a respectable engine, and a respectable chin. That bro, the only real reason he got knocked out by Liam was because he did basically two camps. You did one for Connor, and then you did another one for Liam. If not for that, I don't think he would have got knocked out. If not for that. It's just one thing about Chris that was weird as fuck is you never had a for real trainer. Roy doesn't come in, and we know Roy's not a good trainer, by the way. But Roy and that Chris using trainers, using people like actual trainers, that doesn't start till 2020. I remember hearing that he trains himself. Like he just does the drills and that's it. He trains himself. I remember hearing that.
I heard that too. I remember hearing that too.
Maybe I'm mistaken, Chris. Didn't Chris have Bomac?
Eso fue después de Roy. Yeah, he did, pero eso nada más fue para una pelea, the Liam Smith rematch, and he's not with Bomac anymore.
Chavez Jr., bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, bueno. The fuck we gonna do? When you right, dog. Like that's parallel for him.
Yeah.
That's like the closest one to him.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for a beer run. I'll be back.
The only thing I was about to say, bring me one too. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I don't drink that. I don't drink that.
Fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, I don't drink that non-alcoholic, bro. So,
But check it out. The real difference, the glaring difference with Chris and Julio that we could say is Chris doesn't use drugs because Julio does use drugs. Do be on. I think it's coke. I think that's his poison. Is
El marihuanero.
Bueno, eso sí, pero that's pretty much everybody now. George said, bigger disappointment, son. I would say Chavez. Because Chris Eubank is big in the UK, but not as big as Chavez in Mexico. Chavez is box. They're both royalty where they're from, in fairness. But Eubank Senior is not the equivalent of Chavez. Like, nah, and those are completely different careers, being honest.
Pero ni cerca, manito.
It's not. So I would say that on the predication of the father's legacy and the size and scale of the father's legacy, that would make Julio the disappointment by default because so much more was expected. And he had a lot of help. The World Boxing Council was helping his ass. Like, ain't a motherfucking secret, you know? So, and you turned out like that. Like, yeah, man, you know. He even sounds like his dad. His voice, tiene la voz ronca, like his father. Saying, shit is crazy. Motherfucker got a Filipino Elvis as a manager. I just looked at the screen. I'm like, what is doing with these aviators, bro?
Yeah, he does. What
the fuck is he? Filipino Elvis, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But yeah, man. So that's gonna be a good card. They made that a pay-per-view, guys, and I think that was a fucking mistake. A pay-per-view in the UK, yes. It should not be a pay-per-view for us. That was a fucking mistake. You know,
I agree.
Who's gonna
I'm buying it. I'm still buying it, but I agree.
Buying it. No,
Yeah.
I'm definitely buying. Like, I'm gonna buy it, but I think that it would have been better for the platform to just give that one away because Americans is not hip to these dudes like that. Just give that one away, and you'll bolster metrics with that shit. That we got a good fight in the middle of the afternoon, and it don't cost nothing. You expecting motherfuckers to pay for that? Not around here. Over there they will, but not around here. So, you know.
I don't know, man. I don't think even if America's kind of understood what it was, I feel like it would be too gimmicky. Like I don't see an American buying this type of fight.
No, I agree. I agree with you on that. I mean, it is a gimmick. We can say that it's a gimmick, but it turned into something real. Let's call it that way because the bad blood between them isn't fake and it isn't staged. They really don't like each other. But upon its inception, yes, it was a gimmick because it was about your fathers in the beginning. It was about your fathers more than it was about you. Oh, shit. You didn't have to fucking do that, David. Shit. Shout out to Jules in the panel. I expect Gabby to do it. You didn't have to do that, David. I appreciate that shit, dog. Because you know I like beer and I like to order out. And this allows me to do both, bro. Appreciate you, dog. You didn't have to do that, but you know, I love it. I love it. And I do agree. I said it at the top of the show. The girl she's fighting tonight is actually not bad. She's a good counter puncher, knows how to move, has experience. She actually has more fights than Gabby does, albeit not against as good fighters as Gabby has fought. The thing is, when somebody's that much taller than you are and longer than you are, you end up on the same boat as everybody else. You're going to end up trying to get close to her, and that's what's going to get you beat the fuck up. You don't have a choice. You can't fight her from the outside. You don't have the height or the length to do that. So the only way to win, the only way to try to, is to close the distance. And, well, I'm sorry to say, you're not going to outgun her. She's better on the inside than you are.
Man,
punches harder.
Fundorita, man, bro, she's like a machine gun, and she throw punches.
No, I fucking love Gabby. Like, love Gabby. She's fucking truth, dog.
Fundorita, yeah.
Fundorita, la Fundorita. So we got Xander Zayas. I didn't get your thoughts, Jose, about the Xander Zayas versus Sebastian Fundora fight. Undefeated is not convinced that Xander can beat this guy. He's not convinced. What say you? Can Xander do the job? Can he take those belts from that guy?
I think so. I think he can.
What are you, mad at me or something? You're giving me one-word answers?
No, because bro, that's a hard matchup, man.
Can I get a fucking explanation?
No, yeah, but let me cook. I think because the thing is, I've seen them like close to each other, And Sayas is not that much smaller than him. Coño, mente, está buscando hoy.
Coño, man, tú no te- David, ¿qué lo que, manín? Like, I appreciate that shit. Like, you don't got to do it. Well, look, man, you know, hey, I love
A
it.
David le dieron los se fue.
Yeah, I appreciate that, David. Shit, I am gonna get a Modelo. Shit, my dude. Damn, I appreciate you, man. Much
No,
love.
but
Go ahead, Jose.
the thing is, I'm not completely sure, just because I haven't seen Saya's chin being tested. Because do you know Fundora is gonna rock you? And
Yeah, I
I
mean, he
haven't
has
seen
power. He has power.
él tiene, pero tú sabes, él le van a dar también. Tú sabes, but I think Sayas can win that fight because he's not that small, you know, and he's actually a pretty good boxer. He knows how to stay off the line, and I don't really think he will allow Fundora to, you know, play his game. Yeah, I think he's gonna keep him honest, and also Fundora is open for a left hook for him,
Yes,
or
he
for a
is.
overhand, and
Ray,
one of his best punches is the left hook.
No, I think I asked Ray about the fight. Devontae, what do you see in that fight? Do you think Xander's ready to take them belts from that guy?
I think he's gonna be as ready as he's gonna be, or unless you got to move up to middleweight. But I don't know. I'm not completely sold that he beats Fundora because you don't hit hard.
Mhm.
Two, I mean, you still gotta. I mean, we can say what we want. You still gotta kind of close the distance and get in on him. And Fundora gonna touch you. He touched Zoo. He touched Luke. I know Xander's a better technical boxer, but like you said with Gabby, everybody's still in the same boat. You got to close the distance on this dude. He gonna hit you, you know.
I will
I
say,
think,
I will say this, Devontae. You remember the Brian Mendoza fight?
yeah,
Brian is a smaller guy than Xander. He's literally a smaller guy. Not a big puncher either. He ain't fucking better beef. He's not known for all of this. And you see what he did to Sebastian. To me, that stands out. And what I don't see enough people referencing is, you know that Xander has already been in there with a gunner. He's already been in there with a slugger, a former champion in Patrick Teixeira.
I agree with you. I agree, and that was a good fight. He handled Teixeira. I seen that fight. That was a good fight. But you got to close the distance on this dude. And I'm Mendoza knockout because I was going off of that was for the Tim Zoo fight. I thought Tim Zoo still should have knocked the dude out. I don't care if it's blood leaking in your eyes or what. You still should have knocked this dude out because you know where he's gonna be. You know, but I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I'm not sold that Xander. Now, if it was Virgil, oh yeah, Virgil knocks Sebastian out.
Oh
Xander,
yeah, the motherfucker don't
Yeah.
gotta tell me. Yeah, motherfucker don't gotta tell me that. Like, yeah, Virgil, I'm cool. Like, yeah, Virgil, fucking. That's why I'm kind of mad at Golden Boy. That if you think about it, Virgil became the interim champion in August of last year. In August, you see what I mean? We're in fucking April of this year, and y'all didn't really push for that
Hey.
fight. It's almost like you made a fucking agreement with
Dude,
Samson.
I could explain. I could explain
Go
this
ahead, go
easily,
ahead.
bro. Easily. Nothing will ever be better for a Golden Boy fighter than getting a vacant title. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying that he's scared or anything, but I'm saying Oscar, whenever he makes these fights, whenever he wants to make a fight, he wants the fight that's gonna get his fighter the title the easiest. He's not about, hey, if there's a harder way to get a belt, I don't want to go the harder way.
I
Yeah,
guess,
Oscar had been careful.
but you just put him in the ring with. I would agree with you, Ray, but you just put him in the ring with Sergey Boachuk, and you just put him in the ring with Israel after that.
Okay, Israel, that's one, but let's be real, Sergey Boachuk,
Come on,
he
bro.
wasn't looked at as that guy, bro. Like before we were going into that fight and he actually fought Virgil, we were talking about how he got knocked the
right.
fuck out by Adamas.
Yeah, you were right. He right about that.
Yo, why that motherfucker face is so wide? The fuck is his problem?
He like a hamburger.
He looked like the Hamburglar without the mask. The fuck is his problem?
Yo,
No neck right there.
Yo, Costa.
That shit is crazy, dog. Like,
Esa tipa lo que está rica, man. Wow.
tan fucking bella que ella es, coño.
Salsa barbecue.
You know what I'm saying? No, y ella tiene una hermanita también que ella es linda, pero muy joven para mí, pero, you know, for you guys, you know, muy joven. But she's like 21, 22 por ahí.
But here's the thing: even though I'm comfortable that Virgil would beat Sebastian, I'm not comfortable that Virgil would beat Xander. That's the crazy part. That they made
No,
that
no, no,
fight.
no, no, no. I see where you coming from. I see it like yeah, like it's a different dichotomy because Virgil don't have the height and the length or this. I'm not knocking Virgil, by the way, but he has not proven to have the stopping power at 54. No, no, you ain't knocking motherfuckers out like you was, bro. You wasn't. You not. You knock out Sergey. Didn't knock out Israel. I'm not trying to knock you, but we can say that Sebastian do stop motherfuckers at 154. He do. Might hit
Yeah,
harder than Virgil.
he
That's
made
it.
Luger look crazy.
And that's the thing, though. Like, even if you survive with Fundora, man, he's still gonna give you a whole bunch of punishment, man.
And that's why boxing math is crazy. Here we are talking about how Sebastian has more power than Virgil, but if they fought, oh, I got Virgil. Virgil beat the shit out. I don't know why I'm so settled on that, but I am. They're like, yeah, if you put them in the ring, Virgil will fuck him up, bro.
I
Maybe
don't
it's
think.
because of the Mendoza fight. Maybe it's because of the Mendoza fight.
Yeah, it's probably that. But to be honest, I wouldn't take like. I don't think I'd take Elias to be Virgil at this point. I did at one point, but I don't see it. I think he'd have a much better chance of
I
beating
mean,
Sebastian.
something
Virgil's
that
a better technical fighter.
something that
I don't agree with that.
the last few fights
Really?
that Virgil had is that he's a really good boxer and his defense is really underrated.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Wait
he
a minute. Wait a
barely
minute.
hold up.
Ju-
He-
Jules, could
Let
you
me
like
show you.
explain that real quick?
Oh yeah,
Virgil,
I
Virgil,
was about to explain you that. Like,
Virgil.
Vir-
Let me say this shit because I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
smoke a cigarette anyway. Virgil is good as I agree. Virgil's defense is actually impressive for what he does because he's the pressure guy. He comes forward and he doesn't get hit with a lot of stupid shit per se, right? He doesn't get hit with a lot of stupid shit, but he does get hit. Oh yes, he does get hit. And what I like about Xander is the angles. I like the position of his hands. He really doesn't get hit with stupid shit. If you pay attention, he doesn't. He doesn't get hit with needless bullshit. I'm more impressed by Xander's movement, his punch selection, his angles than Virgil's high guard because that's what you're really talking about. You're talking about his high guard.
Also, he moves a lot though.
Yeah, like Xander has feet and because and this is the because I'm about to smoke a cigarette, but I'll say this. And you guys can discuss it. Virgil stands a better chance of beating him at 54 than at 160. If Xander goes to 160, I definitely think he beats Virgil. I definitely do. At that weight, yeah, because Virgil's Xander has more room to fill out. And he's actually younger than Virgil. We haven't seen how strong he's going to be. The kid's 22, I think it is. There's no way he's coming to his man's strength yet. And I believe he will at 160. And then you might see some shit like man's strength is not a myth. You're not as strong at 22 as you will be at 25, 26, 27, 28. You're not nowhere near. Xander's very young, and that gets forgotten that the dude is actually pretty young, and he's got a bigger frame than Virgil. 60 might get him.
I agree with that, and I think Virgil and Oscar made a mistake of letting Xander get that Sebastian fight because now you also let him get experience of a pressure fighter and everything. So I think at 160, Virgil will have his hands full with him.
I mean, to be fair, man, I think Sayas, I think he's gonna move up because I think he knows that it's not gonna be a chance for him to grab a belt unless they bait Kate Crawford when he moves up to fight Canelo. But pretty much the 154 is locked right now, so
No,
he probably gonna move
he's in
up.
line for the WBO. He's in line for the BO. They actually I think they might be in the talks soon. Because he was at the fight with Sebastian a few weeks ago and stuff, and they was talking about the fight and everything. I think he gonna fight Sebastian.
Well, let's see, because they're trying to put Sebastian in on another fight too, because he also
Oh, what
has
fight?
the WBC, I think.
Yeah, but he gonna get stripped of the BO then, and that's gonna go to Xander.
He's gonna go bacon.
I don't know. I'm
They
gonna
said,
put faith in the whole top rank PBC thing for now. Um, Especially for a fight where what's it called? Sebastian doesn't really have many other options that are as safe as Xander's eyes, or as competitive, is what I'll say.
I mean, that also. I mean, you're kind of right too. Like, I think that's the safest option for Fundora too. Because even if you
Yeah,
lose, you're not gonna get like knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. I'm about to say that. If anything, you're gonna probably get outclassed boxing wise if you lose, but Xander not gonna stop Sebastian.
Because Burge, I
that
mean, he
that
goes to the body really, really hard, man. Like,
But if you go to the
that
body, you might be. I mean, one thing we can say about Sebastian, he could throw good uppercuts, and you go to the body to him. I mean, them uppercuts and elbows he be throwing.
no, but yeah, but the thing about Fundora, you can get into him because he's there to hit. Because Fundora, he actually has to get in position to hit you. Like he has to get like literally like into like almost borderline a 45 angle to like release his wrath. That's why like Mendoza was able to cut him with the overhand and the left hook. And even what's his name?
Ruben.
Zoo was able to catch him in the later rounds. And I think if it wasn't for the bloody mess that he had, man, he probably would have got him. He was catching him clean with that
Yeah,
right hand. And
I'm
and
confident he would have stopped him.
and Zoo is on the smaller side of 154. Like because this crop of 154s is they're actually bigger. Him and the guy who Virgil fought last, I think they're like the smaller guys right now. Because everybody's huge. Saliev, Virgil, Bohoshok, they're all huge, man. Fundora.
Oh damn! What the?
I don't know
Hold
what.
on, I'll be back. I'm about to put my daughter down. I'll be back.
Okay.
Do what you gotta do. What do you guys think about the next fights coming up? I think Shakur is gonna fight Cepeda.
Zepeda? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen some people say stuff about it, like how he feels about the fight, but generally I've never seen him have an aversion to the fight, which I always felt kind of like strange.
I,
Because that would be like the style matchup where I'm just like, hey man, maybe you might want to sit that one out because it doesn't really seem like a great one. But he's always wanted to fight. So cool for him. Don't know if he thinks he sees something. I think I see an L. Um, and plus those injuries, if let's say after the farmer fights, I I just thought maybe if he didn't have those injuries, I would be willing to give him the win or like say that he could do it. But if you are gonna have broken hands by round 3, I don't think you're gonna be able to keep up a pace with Zepeda.
So you
one of
have
the
him losing?
Yeah, I've always had him losing.
Oh
Well,
shit.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Shit. I don't remember you saying that shit.
Yeah, originally I had the fight at 50-50. Then I saw broken hands and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go out and say you're gonna lose.
Wow. Do you see it that way, Jose? Does he lose?
who?
Shakur to Zepeda.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Y'all sound more sure about the shit than I do.
I mean, it's like
The-
the only thing that I
mean,
have to say against it is that Zepeda is not an elite fighter, but that's pretty much it.
I mean, here's the thing though. We saw a lot of flaws from him from Tevin Farmer, but we also have to remember that Tevin Farmer has way more experience as a pro, and they don't really fight like the same way either way. Like Shakur is not like these crazy movers. He jumps around and things like that, but he doesn't really move his mid body like that.
Oh,
And
that's
when you
fucking Valera. I thought is he a cruiser? Well, yeah, he definitely a cruiserweight now. I
I thought
remember
that was
Valera.
Steve Nelson. I'm not gonna lie, bro, until I saw the
Yo,
flag.
yo.
I did, bro.
What the
I was like, damn, bro. Steve Nelson moved up to cruiserweight. What the fuck?
got big now. You know what I'm saying? Damn, right
Damn, he
now
flipped it.
he's giving it to fucking Kalkaruth though. He's giving it.
Well,
Remember, he used to fight at 75.
he fought Bibo.
Yeah,
Mm.
Valera. That's one of the guys Bivol fought years ago, like 2018, 2017, 2018, around there.
Yeah, he was a tough fight for him.
Didn't he beat Vlasov?
Yeah, Valera had squabbles, man. I didn't know he was still fighting.
Me either.
Shit,
Man, yo lo veía ya, man, when I was young.
Damn.
he's good. He's giving. I'm telling you, he's giving Tristan some shit. Tristan having trouble keeping him off. He's showing a jab, but Valera not respecting it.
But yeah, what's it called? If I'm gonna say the stuff with like Stevenson versus Beta for a little bit, it's I just don't see what strategy Stevenson can use that doesn't involve putting in more output than he usually does. And it's not like people use the Tevin Farmer fight to say, well, Tevin Farmer's similar, but the strategy Tevin Farmer used wasn't really one that Stevenson will ever use. And then one that I say is more comparable. If you wanted to say Stevenson beats the brakes off of Murataya because of the Tevin Farmer fight, then I could see that. Because Tevin Farmer in that fight, he didn't really do too much. He kind of just kept it very simple. Use a jab, use his left hand pretty fast, and he kind of stayed at range. And the shit that was shocking was that Murataya respected the range for a very long period of the fight. And if you're respecting the range of Tevin Farmer, yeah, you're gonna respect the range and whatever power you want to say from Stevenson.
Shout out to George. What coach can turn Fundora into a monster at 154? I'd say Robert Garcia. I think he can help him tighten things up a bit. You're not reinventing the wheel with Sebastian. You just want to tidy things up a bit.
I think Junto's coach down there in Texas.
Nah, but
and make
but
that's all.
But the thing is, man, Robert Garcia is so busy, man. He just pumped some gas into my car, man. Ese tipo está en todos lados. Like,
no le falta respeto así, manín.
No, I'm just saying, like he's everywhere, man. Like
he's a hard worker.
No, but you are right that guy, that is an overbooked guy. So someone other than Robert Garcia who could tighten things up for Sebastian Fundora. Manny Robles is a guy I love to bring up, but I do agree with pound for round one's pick. Rudy Hernandez is actually a good pick. When you think about what he's doing with Junto, who is also very big for his weight, right? A lot of height, a lot of length, a lot of power. You got the same thing in Sebastian, just at 154. That would be a good pick. Stop making orgasm sounds.
Also, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I didn't know you could hear me. My bad. My mic is super.
Yes.
Super
Rudy.
Okay.
Hernandez, man, is one of the most underrated coaches nowadays. I think he's like a Hispanic version of Manny Stewart.
Yeah, and he's a no-nonsense guy. What I notice about the way Rudy trains guys, it's very practical. None of the fancy mierda bullshit, mid-work bullshit. Like, no, he trains guys old school. And yeah, I mean, why you think the fucking fighters back then was like that? Them motherfuckers were just some tough motherfuckers, and I think the way they prepared for fights has a lot to do with it.
I mean, I don't know if have you seen the interview that he had with the third knockdown rule?
With Steve Kim, I saw I saw bits and pieces of it. I do. That's how I came to know about him.
How he explained how he trained his fighters. You know, he actually makes them like no going to like torture when they're making weight. He actually expects his fighters to be at a certain weight like all year long. You know, he actually recommended like his own nutritionists and things like that. He actually makes them stay like in his house. You know, he actually makes them stay in the gym.
If you're ballooning and waiting between fights, eso ya un fracaso. Because you shouldn't, you shouldn't like that's in a very general sense that fighters should keep a cap on how much weight they're putting on in between a fight in general,
And Steve Kim actually asked him, "It's like, oh, like nowadays trainers they don't do that." It's like he was like, "Well, I actually do because if you come, out of shape into my camps, you don't give me you all, I'm gonna get mad at you, because I'm expecting you to, to respond to everything that I tell you and do whatever I tell you to do. But if you not giving me you all, I'm just wasting my fucking time. If you see you with a bag of McDonald's, I know you just playing around in here, like."
That was something about the Devin Haney situation I didn't think anybody ever really talked about. I felt like he ballooned up in between fights. And they talked about Ryan Garcia coming in 305 pounds, but you can look at Devin Haney in between like the Loma fight, in between the Regis
Yeah, he
Progress
got big,
fight.
dog.
He would blow up in between,
Yeah.
and I didn't think that was good at all.
He shouldn't have been down in the first place. Dude was really a freaking welterweight, super welterweight.
That's
I
the
know
shit
he
we
was
was
though.
talking about yesterday, Devontae. That I say it all the time. The reason Shakur having hand issues at his young age, and the reason that Devin can't fucking punch to save his life. Y'all keep fighting at these low ass man weights. Devin, you a whole fucking welterweight, bro. In fairness, you are, dog. Like the amount of weight you putting on from one fight to the other one, you a whole motherfucking welterweight out here. But you want to have a height advantage, right? Because that's what it's all about. You want to have a height advantage, and you're not alone. Ryan is on that boat with you. Like, if we're going to talk about the quote unquote weight bullies, well, yeah, you guys are on the same boat because you were both very big for 135, still big at 140. Granted, Ryan has power and you don't, but still, you know, like, yeah, y'all fighting at these low ass man weights, and it's affecting the way y'all fight. That with
Manito,
Shakur,
¿tú sabes lo chiquito que tú tienes que ser to weigh 135?
Yo, dog, how could you be 135 and 26 years old, bro? What the fuck is going on, dog?
How can you be 6'1" at 126?
Bruh, look at Brandon, and it's
your skeleton is walking to the ring.
Rafael Espinoza, Brandon Figueroa, Sebastian from like the fuck going on here, dog? Like
y'all
know
fine at that way.
No, but I'm gonna tell you something though.
Wait, who you talking about? Wait, who you talking about? Who you talking about?
What? Espinoza, that nigga's been he's like 30 something. Isn't he like 32?
You know that he said he about to move up, right? No, he said
I thought that was for the money. Oh, okay, never mind.
But Espinoza's on the Naoya Inoue card, and he's talking about Naoya Inoue. I'm here.
Bro, he's not gonna get that fight. I'm just gonna let y'all know.
Okay,
that.
He's
not gonna get that fight.
I don't think.
No, I know. I know that he wants that fight. Like he been saying that he wants that fight, pero yo estoy diciendo it's not going to happen.
I don't think so. How much longer can he do
on
this?
the schedule that he knew he's on? Right.
Yep.
He bought to fight the Spanish dude in Vegas. Then he gonna fight Mutajan in September, God willing. Y después otra pelea. I don't know against who. Maybe Nick Ball towards the end of the year. That dog, like Rafael, y'all just not on the same schedule, dog. It's not to be. It's not to be.
No, not as active as the fighters that Japanese do. But Jules, in fairness, I wanted to touch on something that you talked about Shakur Stevenson in his hands. Now, as you know, fighting and everything, and having fighting experience, being around these guys in the gym and everything, you know, I know that sometimes like a lot of fighters are coming up and they suffer hand injuries. And as fighters, we're taught to be like tough dudes. And we really don't got the money to go to the doctors neither. So throughout our careers, we fight with a lot of fractures, some broken. Mostly we heal on our own. And I think that Shakur's hands are failing him now. I think when he wasn't...
te lo voy a decir, manín. Te lo voy a decir. He was a standout amateur, ¿verdad? ¿No es verdad? Lucha prospects. Eso estoy diciendo. Este tipo siempre tenía dinero. He's an Olympian.
¿Cómo?
He's an Olympian. They get the red carpet rolled out for them in the amateurs, right? Now wait a minute. Now he didn't have hand issues in the amateurs. Granted, the hand issues are showing up now, but this is a guy who signed a contract. Remember, the top rank contract that he had was $3 million per fight. You got money for a doctor. You do.
When do you find the time? When?
No, hold on. No. Wait a minute. The reason you're having hand issues, right, is because you're at a weight that does not allow you to eat properly. You're malnourished. You just don't know it. Your bones are not going to heal properly if you're not eating enough. If you eat too much, you won't be able to make the weight. The way you're eating, your bones are becoming brittle because you're at little man weights. It's just the truth.
Let me say this.
How tall is Shakur? 5'9"?
5'5".
He's taller than all the 135s, Tanks at 5'5". He's Keyshawn Davis.
Okay,
he's taller than all of them.
But this is a guy. He didn't start at 135, guys. He started at 130. No, 126.
Oh, 126.
126.
Let me say, go ahead, bro. Jules, my bad.
No, go ahead, Devontae. Go ahead.
See, this is why I don't feel bad for Shakur. You started at 126. You shouldn't have been down there. You should have started at 130. And then the thing about it, when you started at 126, you didn't even have the biggest fight at the weight. You could have went over there, beat the brakes off of Warrington, moved up. But I personally think you should have started at 130. That's when Loma had was having smoke at 135. You could have got those big fights.
Whoa,
You
whoa,
waited
but
too long. You waited too long, stand down, chasing Valdez, chasing those little guys. Well, you should have been at 35 already. You should have been
what?
at 35.
Yeah, but wait. The kid's starting off his career. You know, he's coming out the gate as a fresh first fight. There has to be a position in your career. I don't think starting off at 130 and jumping into the Lions Den right away with Loma was gonna solve his problems.
It's not
You know what I'm
jumping into
saying?
it's not jumping in there with Loma. That's the problem. Is that the path that you on? If we go by what I think, and that's what I think it is wholeheartedly, you don't get to eat properly. You don't heal
I'm in
properly.
agreement with
You're
you on
too
that.
young. Understand that while it
Manny
is
Pacquiao
true.
suffered the same.
Hold on. I'm in the middle of a sentence.
Yes, you are.
While it is true that a lot of boxers fight injured, and many boxers will tell you that, yeah, they fight injured all the time, right? Not all of them are having the same problems that you are having, Shakur. No, not all of them. You have persistent, chronic hand issues from fight to fight for at least 2 years now. 2 years, year and a half. Persistent hand issues. And I think it's because you're malnourished. How the fuck are your hands going to heal properly if you can't eat properly and you don't have time to eat properly? How? The hand, all this
Yeah,
shit, all this shit we do has everything to do with our diet. It's just like going to the fucking gym. Well, listen, dog, if you ain't eating, ain't nothing gonna happen.
That has
Same
to
with
be
your
the root.
bones.
That has
Just
to be
also
the
to
root
what
cause of it,
Um,
because
I mean,
normally your bones don't do that. They normally heal. You know.
Yeah,
I mean
can I
also
offer an alternative theory about that?
good.
Look, I think the reason Shakur has hand injuries has everything to do with Terence Crawford. I think I have.
You told me this, but it's a little bit linear. It's a little bit too linear to say that the real reason he has hand issues is from trying to keep up with Terrence. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it seems like a dietary issue that you're not healing properly.
I mean
Are
also
you
to
That's
sure
what
add
I
to
about
the
Now, one
that?
of the
see.
questions. Now, one of the questions I want to ask the panel. Now, what if Floyd Schofield would have not have backed out of that fight when
He
we
would have got
saw
knocked out.
Shakur Stevenson
He would have lost.
He
leading
would have got
into
knocked
that
out. I
fight?
don't. He would have
You
got
saw
knocked
that his
out. Dog,
hands were
dog.
swollen.
I'm not saying that Shakur wouldn't have busted up his hands. I think he would have, absolutely. But I think Shakur would have played with him. I stand by that. Oh yeah, Shakur would have played with him.
I mean
Floyd is
Okay.
fun. Floyd is fun. You know, he's a fun little fighter to watch, right? But he's there to be hit. And we saw
Yes,
that
he
in his
is.
last fight. That's why he got knocked
Yes.
down. Got knocked down in his last. He's there to be
just
But,
to
hit.
what
but Julius,
just
my point is that, look, take for example you exercise every day. You look in shape for being a 40-year-old guy.
42.
42, very good. Do you imagine anywhere in your life, any point in your life, you will be able to keep up with fucking Terence Crawford? That guy is a freak of nature. If you're gonna go there and try to take the same regimen of training as him, that spent all his days in the gym, yeah, you're gonna get fucked up eventually.
Yeah, but we
And I
don't
think
see that. Ponlo tú, Leo. Steven Nelson was right there with Terrence Crawford, but we never heard about Steven Nelson having a bunch of hand issues.
Wasn't he injured all the time though? Like
well
he was
I'm gonna
injured
tell you
like
something
every
too.
day, bro.
He's just here to disagree with me, guys. That's why he's
I mean,
here.
just to add to the point, guys. No, also the malnutrition, and also could be just a little bit, just like those cans we Crawford, but I don't really. That's like a big point. I also think because I also seen it like when they show like when they wrapping their hands. Also, like the way they're looping around the hands is kind of wrong, because you're supposed to let the middle palm leave like a hole there, and you can see you have to see like basically your whole palm, right? When you see when they're wrapping their hands, Shakur's hands I'm talking about, you see like you don't see the hole in the middle of the hand. So like his hand is completely like too
Compressed.
tight. Yeah, it's too
It's
compressed.
compressed.
So when he punches and if let's say like if his knuckle doesn't really land well, his his pinky is gonna get all smashed, but by the pressure of the glove, the cushion, and the wrap hands. And also remember they put a little bit of a guard between the wrap. That's like make it look so big. I actually have like some winning here if you guys want to see it, but I think that's also I think that's like the main issue. I think his hands always being wrapped wrong, like all the time.
I never would have know. I never noticed that like on the palm, because I don't be seeing his hands get wrapped. So you know what I mean. Obviously, I wouldn't. I didn't know that, but that does make sense. That if y'all been wrapping his hands too tight, then that's gonna already compress everything. So that when he land, there's got to be some elasticity there.
Yeah. Well, as a fighter,
If you watch
Jules,
when
hold up.
he fought Haratunian, when he was shaking his hand, when you shake the hands like by your wrist, it's because it's too tight on that side of the wrist. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's
As a
because
fighter,
you pinky, if your pinky is too tight, but by your wrist and by your hands, that it paralyzes like pretty much your whole hand. So it's like a, how can I explain? It's like a numb feeling because you feel like your hands being cold.
It's like a cramp. It sounds like a cramp.
Yeah. After a minute, you're not gonna feel it. You're gonna be punching fine, but it's gonna be a point that you're not gonna feel your hands and you're gonna like bend it against the heavy bag. It happened to me a couple of times when I was younger.
Look, check it out. As a fighter, right? The most important finger my coach told me we have as fighters is your pinky. Your thumb makes the grip, but you can lose your index, your middle, and your ring finger. But I dare you to make a fist right now without your pinky. You won't have any power in your fist. If you can't close your fist without your pinky, it's one of the most. It is, in my thing, the most important, because once you secure your pinky, that gives you your power in your shot, right? And as far as them wrapping his hand and him popping it, now, I'm not gonna go that far and make a prediction like that, but I do know that without your pinky, it's probably the only finger besides the thumb I wouldn't want to lose, because without your pinky, you don't got a fist.
That's
could you
trippy.
jerk?
I never knew
Look,
that.
no, wait a minute. Here's the real question, country. Grenade goes off. You survive. You lose a couple of fingers. Can you still jerk off with just your pinky?
I'm not sure. Let's find out. Listen. Good question.
Well, I can't. I
Don't
know
answer
that.
the question.
Yeah,
Don't answer the question.
Leo.
Good question.
Leo.
No, I'm not packing like that, but I don't think I can.
So you're gonna tell me my hand is gonna look like the Scary Movie
the man,
2
Leo.
guy?
Yeah, he's good. You know what I'm saying? You know what
My
I'm saying?
germs.
Coño, pero Valero todavía
I
está
noticed-
aquí.
I noticed this American thing.
round is this, bro?
I don't know, but this
Valero's-
big kid. Who's
Hey,
this
yo,
big
Leo.
kid, man?
This
Hey, yo,
Tristan
Leo.
Kelkaruth, he's a cruise. Like I saw him on a couple of Golden Boy shows. This was like 2 years ago, and he was looking okay, but it was just the beginning. I can't lie that I don't like how he's looking in this fight at all. Like, nah, you're not supposed to be going through all this with Valera. This is not like
Hey,
heavyweight, bro. This is
That's what-
cruiserweight.
That's what happens when your trainer's fucking bullet, bro.
Yo, that his trainer's Coach Bullet.
Yeah.
Oh,
No way. No,
Unless
that's a
some
bullet.
shit changed, I should see a man with dreads in that corner.
Diablo, man.
got
Could be
Conwell
somebody
right
else,
there.
man.
I remember Coach Bullet is the one who was training Rolly, man. That was his guy for the longest time, Bullet and Rolly.
No, I think he went to Salas.
No, ahora él está con Salas, but I'm saying in the beginning, he was with Coach Bullet.
Por
Coach
eso es
Bullet.
que él parece ahora some decent boxer, not a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Yeah, man, right? He's judo tossing motherfuckers before, dog. Yo, for real, like y'all heard him. I know
Yeah.
all y'all fighters got y'all thing. Some fighters go tss, tss, tss. Ha. This motherfucker really sounded like you stepping on a cat's tail. Like yeah.
Have you seen those
That kind of thing.
those
It's a
yellow dogs
kickboxing
that
thing.
people showers with? Like
You know what I'm saying? Like because
when you
that's
step on it, like
Thurman shit is the tss, 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 right. That whenever he throw punches, Moises Flores, he literally would scream when he threw punches, like outright, ah. Rolly sound like a cat that like you stepped on his tail, dog. Like that's what he sound like.
That kind of
Dude,
thing makes sense in kickboxing or MMA, but in boxing, it's just it's just weird.
dude, one of my colleagues sent me a video, like one of because I think he sent me the training camp of Rolly for this fight, of some of the footage, and he asked me like, "What the fuck is that?" Like,
Yo, speaking of footage, guys, right? I was sent some footage from the fight yesterday with Henry Cedeño and Umara. That's is that how you gonna say his name? And I got some behind the scene footage on that, and I noticed that when he walked out the ring, he didn't look good, and he started grabbing his head, and then all of a sudden they showed him like on a seat, like taking like the oxygen. Then the ambulance pulled up, huh?
Did he vomit?
They took, yeah, they took him out on the stretcher.
Likely had a concussion, to be honest.
Yeah, I think
you know, that's not a good. That's not a good. Like, you know that if the guy's vomiting after, whether he won or lost, if the guy's vomiting after the fight,
the lady kept saying something about his liver, him pissing blood, and then that's when the film cut off.
Oh shit!
Yikes!
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all.
I
bad.
posted on my channel on a short. I posted it out, but like they were like telling the people like they didn't want us to do post nothing out because of the family. And to have you know, and I was like, listen, but this is what I do. You know, I cover the sport. You know, so what? Like, what can I?
most likely than not, he was getting hit in the kidneys.
He didn't even stick around for the announcement when he got dropped in the 6. He got stopped. He just got out the ring and he started grabbing his head like this. So and then they, my man filmed him going like that, grabbing his head, and he quickly went behind the thing. When he went behind the thing, my man walked up with his phone. He was recording him, and the lady said, "He's recording." And they asked, "Can you not record?" And then you see his phone go down. And then he turned on his phone, and then she said, "I think that's your kidney. Are you something about blood?" And then the stretcher came. They picked him up, and then he didn't move. He just laid back like that. He laid back like in the stretcher like that. And he didn't move.
That sounds kind of similar to what happened to Magomed Abdusalamov, the guy who was brain damaged by Mike Perez.
No, wait a minute. It's worse. It's worse, Ray. He's got Ronnie Shields in the corner.
Diablo.
Nah. Hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm not about to watch as Ronnie Shields is compared to Bullet.
Mad
Bro,
Max, Dervichek.
What the hell happened? Why'd everything go quiet?
I have no idea.
I'm here.
Isn't that Virgil right there?
Ronnie's the one talking to Tristan. Ronnie's the one. Ronnie's his coach, not Coach Bullet. I don't see Coach Bullet over there.
I thought Agassi got rid of him, but hey, man, you know, he had a slight move up, bro.
This Tristan guy, he lost to a guy with a similar style. I thought this was going to be a possible.
Yeah, but he got injured in that fight. He got injured
he
in that
broke
fight.
His
Is what I
arm.
remember.
But I mean, even before then, it was like he was.
And you know, Valera ain't young either.
style.
Valera got to be close to 40
he
by
old,
now.
yeah.
37.
Like 30, 37, 38. Yeah,
Look how many wrinkles in his forehead. You can tell.
Ese tipo un embustero. He's telling y'all he's 37. I know Dominicans, and that motherfucker's 44.
He like a little Frankie
His
Sanchez.
hairline still look good.
Maybe-
You know what I mean?
Well, he's Dominican. Like, he's still Dominican, but that motherfucker's 44, bro.
Maybe he's just pulling what Luis Ortiz did.
Él de seguro
Saying he's
cogió
in his
mucha
30s,
lucha,
but he's
man.
clearly like
Damn,
48.
He had to fight for Jose. He had to fight for everything all his life, bro.
Yeah, but eso te digo.
Fighting all my life.
That's the struggle.
You know what I'm saying? But that ain't no way that motherfucker 37. I don't believe that shit.
Te ofendiste fue like, yo, I'm older than motherfucker. Like,
That's what I'm fucking 42, bro.
He
Bro,
do got a lot of
that's Steve
skin on his
Nelson's
face.
dad, bro.
Bro, the peak, the
A lot of excess
antithesis for that,
fold on
bro,
his forehead.
it's Landy Lara, man. Motherfuckers like
Coño, ¿qué va a
50.
pasar con Lara, man?
But
What is
Laura
gonna happen?
hairline, and you could see Laura hair. You know what I'm saying? He look
Yeah,
his
well,
age
yeah.
with the hair.
Like
Yeah,
you
Show
could
her the
see the
age.
it's got
ese tipo.
it's got some patchy grass action going on
No,
now,
man,
Laura.
but
Laura used to
he,
have a whole head of hair. Not anymore.
man, ese tipo manín, bro, he's just in Miami, man, just popping bitches, man. Like,
I ain't mad at him. Do your thing,
he-
Oh
man.
yeah, Laura stay with the hoes.
Yeah.
You stay with a little
man,
piece.
man, it's
But
some sugar daddy,
you
man.
could see
Some
he
sugar
got a
daddy.
tempo. Cause all them joints look like Yudi. All the joints he got after he broke up with his main squeeze, they all look like different versions of Yudi, like different variables of Yudi. Like he loved that broad, man. You should never broke up with that broad, man. You know?
He break up
It,
with her, or she broke up with him. That's usually how it go.
Well, that's the question.
Yeah,
it
the
happens to
women
the best of
usually
us, man.
leave. Hoes ain't loyal.
Hoes ain't loyal.
So now
Happens
that
to the
Brian
best of us,
Norman
man.
is fighting in Japan, do you think Eddie can get Mario Barrios in the ring?
I mean, something got to give with Mario
Ooh,
because
that
he hasn't
sucks.
fought in a while. He hasn't fought in a while. He's about to be under pressure to satisfy a mandatory. And there was like, of course, you could say, well, he'd make more money fighting Ryan or he'd make more money fighting Devin. But those guys are spoken for right now. So they're not actually options for him. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
your biggest option right now would be to unify with Boots right now until those guys become available, which they're not.
Well, my opinion, I don't think he fights Barrios because he has the mandatories in queue.
If
Because
he
he
ain't gonna
saw
get
this.
What do you,
It,
if he can't get Barrios, so then you just time to move up, bro. Because now you saying there's 3 fights at welterweight, and Boost
no,
didn't
I think
look
it's
good
gonna
in
be
this.
two. I don't think it's gonna be three. I think it's gonna be two. He's
I'm talking
gonna
about as
have the.
far as
I'll tell
unifying.
you
Like,
what. I'll
Oh,
tell you what though. I'll tell you what though. That Giasov, even though it's not a unification match, I do
yep.
like that fight better than the
Yes.
Barrios fight. I would pick Giasov to beat Barrios. Like that to
yeah.
me, that's a
Yes.
better fight.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's a good
Hell yeah,
fight.
bro. Come on.
It's a good fight.
but for
So I'll
doing that,
take it.
but for doing that, why not just go to 54 then?
I'm not disagreeing with I'm not disagreeing with that either. That yeah,
Yeah, but
you gonna stay at 47 to fight fucking Giasov? The fuck are you crazy? Get your
I
ass
mean, he already
upstairs,
got the
bro.
lineage. Yeah, and ain't no point really.
Look, if I have to guess, I think the plan for Barrios is, and I'm talking really about Mauricio Sulaiman. Is gonna match the winner of the Devin Haney
Mm.
versus Ryan Garcia's rematch against Barrios. For me, that's the
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, pero es un año, Leo. That's a year, bro.
Yeah, Barrios can fight another bomb. It doesn't matter because he's the WBC, and they're
Okay,
gonna.
okay, otro bon. Pero, all right. But you're not gonna make no money en lo que yo estoy diciendo. You're not
no.
gonna make no money, bro. Like, you're not. The most, if we're talking about what's the most money on the table right now for Barrios that is immediately accessible, it's a Boots fight. Now, I'm not saying you might be right, Leo. You might be right. Like, he might fight another bum, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
I understand what you're saying, but if you fight Boots, you're gonna lose
Oh,
badly,
yeah,
really
I
badly.
mean,
100.
Mm,
100.
mm,
oh,
mm.
But
it'll be
if you
worse.
fight,
It'll be worse than the Roman Villa fight, bro.
yeah, but if you fight another bomb and you wait maybe 6, 8 months for the winner of the Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight, at least you have a chance because they're gonna. Those guys they're coming up in weight. You have that angling working for you, even if you're not favored to win. Yeah, it's a better situation for from a matchmaking perspective than fucking fighting Boots because Boots is gonna annihilate you. It's
Yeah,
over after
Boots
that.
is gonna hit that motherfucking. He's gonna turn into sand, bro.
Yeah,
He's gonna
Listen,
turn into sand.
listen. If Tank Davis can drop you, I think Jerron Boots hit and hits harder.
Yeah, fuck.
Come
Shit.
on. Come on.
Not for nothing. Ryan might beat fucking
Talk
Barrios.
about it.
He might. Yeah, he
Talk
could.
about
Like
it.
Yeah, he might get him
Barrios,
with
bro.
that left hook, man, and be done.
For real.
it's
Barrios
real.
won't be champion.
like if all these other pussy ass motherfuckers in at super lightweight they want to move up. I'm talking about Tio. I'm talking about okay, Devin is not a pussy, but if you're talking about Tio, Ryan, fucking Devin, yeah, your best chance, your best matchmaking for you is fight fucking Barrios. Because
Pero
that guy
después de
is
eso se jodieron because I don't know that. Now I don't know that they could beat a Brian Norman. That I don't know.
Okay.
Who?
Después
How
de
about
eso,
Karen?
Karen Chukadzian.
He's
I'm.
he
No,
knows how to
let me be
survive.
on. No, let me be honest with you. I don't think they beat Karen Chukadzian. I
Ooh.
do not. I do not. I do
I
not.
was questioning it too.
I don't think they do. And that's Ryan. That's Devin. Teofimo fucking forget. No, movement
Yeah,
is your
nah.
kryptonite, and all this fucking guy does is move. Nah,
Yup.
y'all don't win that fight.
Mm.
Maybe if he gets older and slows down and gets a bad haircut, but that fade, whatever that's that skin baldy shit he had, bro. He was like Goku now. Like he got a beard now. Remember when he fought Boots, he had hair. He gets this baldy
yeah.
and grows out his beard. Shit is crazy out here.
Yo,
No,
he
it was
sacrificed
his
the
style.
hair
The way
to the
no, it was
gods, bro.
definitely his
It's like
style and
reverse
his
Simpson.
angle. The way he used his shoulder to point forward.
That
He wasn't
motherfucker was smoking today. He said reverse.
man.
Only a motherfucker that was smoking would say that, dog. Reverse Simpson.
Uh,
Reverse
you know,
Simpson.
motherfucker, Easter coming up. You know, been on my Bible shit.
But
Oh,
do you remember
shit.
that second fight, the second Woods versus Karen fight?
It was a good ass fight, man.
Dude, I was like, when Lomachenko got so big?
For
What
real?
the
No,
fuck is he doing?
honestly, like
Yeah. What the fuck?
because the crazy shit is he only fought half a fight the first time. It was just the movement, and the
Yeah.
movement was enough to give Boots a problem. The
Yo,
second fight, he put it together, the movement with the offense, and he did even better. And I'm like, yo, Ryan
nah.
is gonna deal with that? Nah, I don't think so.
Yo, you gotta give it to Karen, right? Karen there, right? The way he approached the fight, right? He would sit on the front foot, but on the ball of his feet, where it gave him the ability to spring backwards, right? And the way that he shifted his shoulder forward, right? Which
This might be an upset.
typically when Jerron would shoot the shot, it would hit off his shoulder and jump up, and it would give him a quick like reaction. But Jerron caught on to it, and he wasn't biting. But he was definitely hard to hit. That much I give him. But yeah, Jerron still dropped him though in the fight.
Seymour,
Yeah, the
Tristan
fifth
should
fight.
still be up. It's not gonna be
He,
upset.
I don't
It's
know,
not gonna be.
man.
It's not gonna be an upset. What I don't like is that he's getting hit with a lot of dumb shit, and you getting hit with this shit now.
They
Yeah,
said it. Well, they just showed the punch shots a second ago, and they're damn near even
this
on punches
golden boy.
landed, but
Act like you know
Galera
this.
is at
This
a
is
higher
golden.
percentage.
This is a golden boy promotion show, and Tristan is a golden boy promotions fighter who just
Yeah.
signed an extension with Golden Boy. So come on now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Don't be naive. Don't be naive. I just don't like that he looking like I don't like I'm gonna be real there. I don't like how you looking. I don't like some of these counters that you getting hit with. Boy, you know, he'll win the fight. Oh yeah, he'll win a points decision if he don't get his ass knocked out.
You don't see, because it's close. It's a close fight. Yeah, he is on Golden Boy though. You know how that is.
Listen,
But just from watching it, like
Oscar
it's
told
close.
Canelo, when you lost against Demetrius Bivol, if you want to come back to the winning ways.
He knew what he meant.
Yo, he
by
really
that.
said that shit though. Like he was like, "Yeah, bro. If he was over
Yeah.
here, I would have never put him in that fight." The fuck?
Nah.
Alright, bro.
Yeah, he gave the whole fucking game away. Gave the whole fucking game away.
Right there. Like, he wasn't ashamed.
And then he had the nerve to pretend that he was facing bad competition afterwards.
Oscar don't make sense, dog. He's like an ex-wife. Like you just looking for something bad to say, whether it makes sense or not, dog. Like that dude is like, I can't believe you still talking shit about this guy, and he left you in fucking 2020, bro. Get fucking over it.
Oscar is a K Bevo.
For real. That's
Nah,
Canelo.
but
just shows a
I,
little
I gotta
Canelo.
I gotta respect him. I gotta respect him though, because Bob Arum raised him, birthed him well. You know,
You can respect him as a fighter, but as a promoter,
no,
he
as a
act like
promoter
a
too. As a
dickhead.
promoter, as a shark. They're all, what's their job title? To lie, deceive.
Espérese un momento. If he was that great a fucking promoter, then Canelo would still be over there. You fucked
Oh, no,
that
no,
deal up.
I'm not saying he's great at a promoter. I'm saying he's a shark.
Nah, Shark
He's a
Corners.
he,
Shark Corners is prey dog. You had one
well,
asset at that time that was keeping
well,
your promotional company afloat, and you double dealed him like a fucking dickhead. And make no mistake, shit ain't cookie crunchy with you and Ryan either. The second his contract is up, he'll leave. He'll
right,
leave.
right.
Mungia didn't say nothing. Mungia just left.
Mungia slipped out the fucking back door like, Oscar, I'm gonna be back. I'm going to the store. Went to the store,
Right.
never came back. Never came back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That was
nah,
such a
fam.
smooth exit too. Just like one day he was on Top Rank, and Oscar was like, "No, he's still with us," and then he just wasn't with them no more.
Exactly. Oscar
No
in
words, no
between
nothing.
the Bazinian fight and the Sriracha fight, Oscar doing videos. That's still our fighter.
Right.
It don't look like it, Oscar.
Hey, yo, Jules.
It
What I
don't
mean
look
by
like it.
my definition of a shark is that all the boxing promoters are like swine balls and shit like that. They all, will say fake shit. Their job is to promote and talk shit and discredit other fighters. And as far as Oscar De La Hoya being as snake in the grass as all of them, I give him that much. I don't want my boxing promoter to be a fucking guppy in a pool of sharks with Ed Hearn and fucking Bob Arum and all of these guys that been around the block. Although Oscar De La Hoya does have his scrutiny and his stupidness, he's just as dumb and fucking crazy and as the rest of them, but he's been trained well by one of the best, Bob Arum, and he has his snake stories and everything else. But that's my definition of a shark. Not somebody that's aggressive or kills, but that's just in a pool of their themselves. They're definitely all themselves.
Bro, I think he's the complete opposite of. I think he's the complete opposite of Bob Arum. Bob don't care.
As in styles or whatever, but Oscar will fuck you out of money, bro.
Yeah, but the
Oh,
shit
that's
is, the
what you
shit
mean.
is,
You mean he's a dickhead? All right.
yeah, because I mean that don't sound like a shark. That sound like, and I wouldn't look. I would not equate Oscar to a shark in any capacity because a shark is a killer. A shark is a killer. A shark
That's why I had to clear that up.
The shark is a killer. He's gonna corner his prey and he's gonna fucking eat it. Oscar, you are. You know what you are, Oscar? You like a sloth. No, he's like a sloth. No. Let me finish the sentence. He's like a sloth. Like you asleep at the wheel, Oscar. You've been asleep at the wheel for a while too. When Al Heyman took them 200 fighters, right? When him and Richard Schaefer tag teamed, right? That was because you were asleep at the wheel. You are not a shark to me. A shark is ever present on his prey. You were asleep at the wheel. You lost 200 fighters that was on your stable, right? After that, you lost your biggest acquisition, the only thing that was keeping you afloat at that time, because Ryan wasn't a big name yet. Virgil was not big name yet. All you had was Canelo, your biggest bargaining chip. And 1.5 years, no, 2 years into your DAZN deal, you fucked that up because you fucking double dealed him. And Ryan, after that, all while this is going on, shit ain't cookie crunchy with Ryan. Ryan been trying to leave.
And how
his
many
contract is up?
How many of the other shark promoters lost Canelo? Ed Hearn, PBC, and the list goes on. And the list goes on. Fighters move on.
No. Eddie didn't lose Canelo. Even Al Heyman didn't lose Canelo the way that Oscar lost Canelo. That was bad terms.
Turkey ripped him out of his hands.
No, the fact losing is when they take you to court. Canelo took Oscar to court. Like that's losing. Like I want to get the fuck out of here.
Those deals reached the end of their life. That's not the same thing that happened with Oscar and Canelo. He terminated the deal because he was able to constitute a breach in a court of law. That my contract with Golden Boy predates Golden Boy's contract with DAZN, and you empowered them to have say-so over my opponents when my contract says nobody has say over my opponents, only me. That's how he was able to get out of the deal. Right. That's not what happened with Eddie. The deal ended. That's not what happened with the PBC. The deal ended.
Well,
I feel that boxing is a business. I feel that boxing is a business disguised as a sport. Right, and all these boxing promoters got their own agenda or whatever. Now I'm not gonna argue the fact that what creature I called them, whether it was a shark or a weasel, but you know, they all got their fault in this shit, but they're at the top of the food chain.
Well, that's the thing. There's some promoters that are worse than others, but they all take money from you. I mean, there's nobody that's immune to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they
But
spend money on you. I see why they do. I mean, they put their bread up for you.
because that's what I was going to say. That look, the reality of promoters. I'm not saying that they not slime balls. I'm saying fighters are slime balls too. They'll take advantage if you let them. Make no mistake, yes, they will. Right now, the fact of the matter is, a lot of these kids don't get to the point where they worth no money if it ain't a promoter putting money in their career. You don't get to that point, Teofimo, not by yourself. You got there because of Top Rank. That's why you're worth anything. And it's the same for a lot of fighters. So why is it wrong for a promoter who makes an investment to expect an ROI? That's what the fucking investment is for. So they can make money. That's what it's for.
Correct.
Now, Oscar's a little more than that because expecting a return on your investment is not wrong. Being a fucking thief is wrong. And that is what you're accused of by more than one person. Marquez accused you of it. Shane Mosley accused you of it. Canelo accused you of it. And yeah, I believe them. That you're a little, you and Bob, nah, you're not on the same wavelength as Bob. You can say whatever about Bob, but Bob's not a thief. He's not a thief. You are a thief. Tell me who Bob stole money from? I've heard people call Bob a lot of things. I never heard him call him a thief.
Tio.
Nah, I've heard of it. No, he didn't. But what's it called? I've heard a lot of people call Bob a stealer.
Tell me,
before.
when did he steal? Tell me, when did Tio accuse him of stealing?
Tio accused Top Rank of not promoting him right and underpaying him.
That's not being a thief, bro.
All right. It's not being but that he said it.
But that's not being a thief.
Okay. Terrence Crawford took him to court because allegedly.
Did he win the case? Yeah, I know. Show me the article that says he won the case.
No, he didn't. He even had a chance to appeal it and didn't put in for the appeal.
I know. I did all. I did videos on all this.
How is
then how will we?
That's
what I'm getting at.
Okay. Well. You know, a version of thieves. I'm not gonna say that I never saw a video where someone did not have an argument with Bob Arum and say, "Oh, you didn't pay me for this or that," and if you don't want to take that's
because there isn't one. You could call Bob a racist because that's what I have seen people call Bob. You could call Bob a racist, right? And I don't even know that he is. It's just I've seen people call him.
I don't believe that.
You're not letting me finish my point. I've seen people call him that, but I've not seen people call him a thief. I've not seen, and that's why a lot of the lawsuits that Top Rank has gotten into, either they've won them or they got thrown out. Whereas Oscar, you literally had a fighter under contract, and the only reason he was able to achieve free agency is because you were double dealing him. You were. That's how he was able to get out of that contract. Mikey Garcia tried to do the same thing with Top Rank. It didn't work. It costed you 3 years. It didn't work. I think Andre Ward, what did he lose? 3 years trying to get out of the Goosen contract, I think it was.
Yeah.
Whereas Canelo's situation came and went in a matter of weeks because it was easy for him to establish that, yeah, you double dealed me. You made a deal with them that is in opposition of the deal that we already had. Constitutes a breach.
Floyd Mayweather said that Bob Arum's contract was slave wagers and that he paid $750,000 to get out of his contract.
That doesn't make him a thief.
He was making a fortune on him and trying to convince you were worth less.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him a thief. That makes him an asshole.
All right.
Makes him an asshole, but not a thief. And the other thing I'm gonna say is Floyd gonna say prissy little hissy fit bullshit like that. Floyd, you might not have had a career if Bob hadn't saved your ass from Jay Prince.
Thank you.
Because you tried to steal from Jay Prince. That's the part of the mythos that a lot of people don't like to bring up. Who knows?
Why are you bringing up old shit?
Who knows what that dude would have did to you if Bob hadn't cut that check?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because the reason, and I tell this story all the time. A similar situation happened to Jose Benavidez. Most people don't really know why he got shot. Well, you tried to do that with a big timer in Arizona. What Floyd tried to do to Jay Prince, you tried to do to a big timer in Arizona who was financing your amateur career up until a certain point. He was involved in your
Really?
career, except there wasn't a Bob Arum to cut a check. So he shot you. That's what happened to him. That's how he. That's the real
No, he
reason
was
he got
walking his
shot.
dog. He was walking his dog, Jules.
So somebody just pulled up on him and randomly
Yes,
shot him?
that's yes. Someone just
Man, get the
pulled
fuck
up
out of here.
and shot him in the leg. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. Okay, that was what the story was said. Ah,
I just gotta say real
yo.
quick, Jules. I'm disappointed in you, Jules. The mockery and the anti-blackness from this channel of the caricatures, it's unbecoming of you, Jules. I expect better from you, Jules.
Oh my
You gotta
god.
start Jim Crow Jules out, man.
Jim Crow Jules, man.
Jim Crow Jules.
Yeah, you gotta start him out. Start my man's out. I'm saying. We crows out here.
Nah, bro. I can't believe that shit. Yo, he really was beefing with the what's it called, the Shields fans for like 7 videos in a row or something, bro.
Dude, they just came out of the woodwork on him, man. I mean,
Did y'all go back?
Yo,
Did y'all go back and see him fucking trolling that Puerto Rican dude on Twitter?
nah, about what?
Nah.
Oh, that dude Jules was going in on him, clowning him. This dude looked like he lived in a shoebox. That shit was comedy, bro. He looked like what did Jules say he looked like? He looked like the Puerto Rican Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh yeah. I heard that. Yeah. I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they was, man. Them dudes was mad though. They're all saying a bunch of shit about Joe's, and they're like, anybody who fucks with them, they're racist too. It's like, oh, there it
Bruh.
goes.
Yeah.
I knew we were all going to be included in that shit, you know.
I don't get it though. It's
Gotta
like
stop hating on the Queen, Carissa,
where
man.
where they
Nah,
at for
hold
their
up.
hold on.
Stop hating on
Where
that
they at for
Queen.
their queen when she has to fight, bro? I ain't never
Nah.
seen yo.
No. Jules broke down a video, and I had to admit, I was like, wow, that was pretty well put together when the way he described Clarissa has the ability to say anything about any other fighter, you know, like Keith Thurman or whatever. But God forbid if anybody says anything back. The moment they say back, she plays that card. It's like, you know,
That's black reparations right
like
there.
like the you know what I'm saying,
And no,
Wow.
that's delusional,
and,
dysfunctional
and
matriarchy that the
yeah.
macro black community fucking still
Listen, I
operates
don't want to
in.
go there. I don't want to go there. But honestly, I don't see where the discrepancy comes between Clarissa Shields and Amanda Serrano. You guys are weights apart. Why don't you both support women boxing?
Well,
And why
here's
is
the
it
thing,
that
though. She was all buddy with Amanda until Amanda started making more money than her, and then all of a sudden it was a problem.
yeah, well, listen, no. You
No, it all
see,
started when her and Katie got the MSG, the first women to headline Madison Square Garden. That's when it really started.
well, you know where I think the problem started? I'm gonna tell you what, right? I pay attention to this weirder things. I don't know. I'm a weird dude like that, right? But I also noticed that Clarissa Shield named herself the Grow.
Yeah.
We she named herself the Grow. We call Amanda the Grow. There's a difference.
Oh,
Man, they tried to bite her name. We know how that started. She came up with some little cool
there's
shit.
a difference.
Motherfuckers won't
Nah,
like that shit.
she went and like got herself a chain and self-proclaimed herself. That's like LeBron naming himself the GOAT. We don't call LeBron the
Ali
GOAT.
You mean the
names
GOAT?
himself the
The
greatest.
GOAT, yeah,
Like,
the
I
GOAT.
am
We
the
don't call him
greatest.
the
Like,
GOAT.
motherfucker
We
say
call
that shit.
Jordan the GOAT. You understand? There's a difference. And
No,
and like
okay. I know
and
what
look,
you mean, but
Nobody was
really, it's
calling
like,
Amanda Serrano the term GWOAT
yeah,
before
nobody
Carissa
was
Shields
like
started
the best.
saying she was the
This is
GWOAT.
the best way
Like,
for
that
me to
was
explain
Clarissa
it, though.
shit.
I've
okay.
heard
She came
Amanda
up with
being
some cool
called
shit
the
like that.
Okay,
female Manny Pacquiao.
Boxing is cut and dry. First of all, boxing is real cut and dry, right? And that's the beauty of it, right? So when we're looking at boxing, let's just look at your accomplishments, right? Both women are undisputed. So that X's out. What's going to define your career would be weight divisions. How many weight divisions have you climbed up and how many have you? It's clearly that Amanda is a champion in 7 weight divisions. She's the strongest female champion there is. There is no discussion. When we're talking about everything else, you would just be lowering the bar in order to get to Clarissa in the conversation. Let's just be honest.
Man, Carissa got 2 gold medals.
All right,
She
whatever,
did that shit
whatever.
quick
Yeah,
as shit.
amateur,
She became a
amateur,
champion like in 2
amateur
fights.
gold medal.
Like that.
No.
She hating on the
Amateur.
woke.
We're talking about
I will,
This woke gang
I
out
will,
here, man.
I will
Carissa
dead that.
good.
I will dead that bullshit amateur argument. Who is the best combat athlete in multiple fucking disciplines? It's not even
Bruce
close.
Lee.
It's Amanda. Amanda's kickboxed and done MMA at a higher level than Clarissa's done them.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Clarissa
that's
did it
cool.
too.
Like,
That's
shit.
I'm not even gonna go there in the conversation. Good
So,
point. But
that girl,
I'm
that
just
girl,
going in their
that girl,
profession.
that
In their
crybaby,
profession.
that
Everybody
crybaby.
got their
profession.
opinion
Can
on
I
who
can I
they
get a
like,
word
who
in?
they think the best or whatever. But we just talking about the
That
victim of the day. That was her shit right there.
that crybaby from Flint, Michigan, with a flop movie just projects that she's mad that nobody loves her the way she wants to be loved, and it's just because nobody likes you.
I'm black.
Let me
She's
well,
just,
hold on, brothers.
I
Hold
know a
on,
lot of
brothers.
black women that
Can I get a
talk
word
shit.
in?
She just, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, listen.
She got a lot of
I
energy.
respect. I respect Clarissa Shields because I'm gonna tell you right now, she's the female heavyweight championship of the world, and there is no belt bigger than the heavyweight
Man, fuck
champion
that
in
bitch.
whatever division. But I'm gonna tell you what. You see, the problem with it is this. That Clarissa is not respecting anybody else's accolades, so why should we respect yours? In order to show respect, you have to give respect. And that's where the problem comes in, is where the
She
shit
get
talking that
respect.
Clarissa is actually stating. And if you think about the conversation we're having, right, you would see we're talking about 2 women so far away from each other, where they can be both promoting female boxing, but there's only one problem on one end. Amanda Serrano gives back to female boxing, and Clarissa Shield doesn't.
Oh,
And
that's some
Clarissa
bullshit.
Shield wants to talk shit about all the other female girls, and Amanda Serrano is supporting them and putting them on Netflix. So when you say Clarissa Shield, I hear you, brother, right? She's a remarkable woman, and she's done some shit, but she needs to check her approach because she thinks everybody else is beneath her.
Man, I don't care about all that shit talking shit. That shit funny to me. And Carissa Shields, I know a lot of black women. She's just combative. She a combative woman. Like,
Yeah, that's her
everything she
problem.
do,
Does it
she
make it right?
combative. Like, it just
Does
is
it
what
make
it
it
is.
right?
If
Does
you
it
don't know how
make
to
it right?
handle it, you know what I mean? All you gotta do is push her face into a pillow. You know what I'm saying? Hit her from the back. That's
Wow,
really all you gotta do. Motherfuckers be
See,
thinking all that energy means something. That bitch,
no,
Carissa Shields probably fuck your ass to
there's a
death.
level of class and decorum you're supposed to have, man. That's some low class shit, and it
I
is what the
mean,
fuck it
motherfuckers
is.
low class out here, bro. From the projects. Fuck.
Amanda sees
So
one of
don't
her
get mad.
girls.
Don't get mad when nobody kisses your fucking ass. I don't give
Listen,
a fuck that you got 2 gold medals. I don't give a fuck if you
Well,
are the
no.
champion. Act like you got some decorum.
Amanda sees one of her girls in the sport
all that shit talking.
struggling,
People
right?
never like
And
people that
Amanda
talk
tells
shit.
her, friend, why don't you come up and fight me and we'll make money together? The girl tells Amanda, oh, I only one promise. If you give me your best. She says, bet, right? When has Clarissa Shield extended her hand and done things? And, she released a movie. And all she expects is all these things. Like, listen, Clarissa, if you had
Oh no, hold on. I got breaking news. There's more important shit than what you're talking about.
Oh shit,
Country.
Gabby Fundora right
Yeah.
there.
No. So talk about those Mirage videos. What's he talking about? I ain't got time to watch him right now.
Oh, he's got Julius painted as a clown on all 5 of them. And
Wow.
What? Did Jules see them yet?
They're different segments of when he's talking about, like, David and this and that, and he's like, who's the real monster? And all this other shit. It's fucking hilarious, man. Hey, Jules, I put it in the private chat if you want to look at
on
it.
his YouTube shit. Mirage is a GOAT. He one of the greatest fanboys.
He's Clarissa
I
Shields.
fucking knew Mirage was. Jules called it. Mirage was on here trying to get platformed. That's exactly what the fuck he was trying to do.
I mean, like the shit is that you really gotta sift through the bullshit to understand that all these guys want to be able to quit their job so that they can get paid to watch their hobby. anybody that hangs around too much, I mean, like, it's obvious you want to get platform, dog. You want too much attention for something that you're not good at, so you have to go to someone else. You can't do it on your own. You have to go to someone else. I figured Mirage is trying to get platform. That's kind of obvious. You're around too much. You're on everybody's podcast. You're on IBFPs. You're here.
Yep.
You're on which is the
Johnny
other one?
Thunder.
Country?
He's Johnny Thunder on the Boxer Boys.
Which is the BDA? He's on BDA. It's like, dog, you spending
Boxing
too much.
Boys. He goes all
You're
over
spending
the
too much time on this. Like, kind of obvious you're trying to get platformed. It's not going to work because you have too much riding on one fighter, and you're the guy that thought Tony Harrison was going to beat Tim Tszyu.
I also thought Tony Harrison was going to beat Tim Tszyu.
I don't know why people thought Tony Harrison was going to beat Tim
sorry,
Tszyu.
Seymour, but you ain't
I
going to.
also thought that shit too. I ain't going to
I
front.
thought
Why
that
was
was
it? Was it because he was black?
It wasn't nothing about that.
About 18-foot ring.
Nobody that's been watching Tony Harrison for about 4 or 5 years should have thought he's going to win that fight. Like, nah.
No, I gotta
I guess
ask
it's
you
because-
more. Was that just because he was a brother that you thought he was gonna win?
No, he's a good boxer. He's real smart. And
Was
then,
it-
like,
Good
Tim
genes.
Tszyu came to America, got
Was it
dropped by
'cause-
Goucher in the first round. I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
but
Tony
what
Harrison,
what
Harrison
happened?
sharp as shit.
Yeah, but what happened after he got dropped by Goucher, bro?
Bro, that's Goucher though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, exactly.
Tony Harrison was a better shit talker, leading all the way
Goucher
on into the
dropped
No,
him
fight.
next
Tony
to
Harrison
Goucher
beat you,
dropped.
though. He showed a lot
He
of
had me
skill.
sold. He had me
Is
sold.
it wait, let me ask you a question. Is it my imagination that Willie Nelson knock out Tony Harrison?
Yeah, I mean, that was before he was champion.
All right. Is it my imagination or did Jared Hurd knock out Tony Harrison?
Jarrett
No,
Hurd?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Jared Hurd knocked
It
out
is
Laura.
no, it
He
is
beat
my-
Laura ass too.
He didn't knock out Laura.
He didn't knock him out. He beat his ass too. He beat some good fighters.
My point is that, like, anybody that knows Tony, like, I watched Tony for years. Great pure boxer, by the way. And the weirdest thing about Tony is he actually had stopping power. If you look at his box rec, he actually has a lot of fucking knockouts.
He got a great jab.
What he don't have is a fucking chin, and he never had one. Never. So
Yeah.
how the fuck could you have had him beating Tim Tszyu?
I didn't have Tim Tszyu that high. I didn't think highly of Tim Tszyu. Like,
Well, you should have.
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
he
you
got
should
destroyed by fucking
I
Baca.
need
Shit,
a
you
favor.
thought too highly of him?
I need a favor from the panel. I need well wishes for Chavez Jr. to beat Jake Paul, so we get the dirt.
Oh,
So
come
we
on,
get
that
the.
shit-
So wait. So we get the Zerto fight.
Yo, I'm just being real. That I ain't gonna say no shit. I said it yesterday though, and I'm gonna say it
Jules.
again. If the Azteca spirit gets into fucking like, I don't know, Chavez is a pressure fighter. Like it don't take a lot for him to get back into his groove. Maybe he wasn't inspired by Anderson Silva. I'm not even in the business of making excuses, but I just look at this like, yo, balls to bone. If Chavez wake the fuck up for 3 minutes, bro, but just wake your ass up for 3 minutes. Have a moment of clarity.
And Leo, you know why I want it. Leo, listen, you know why I want it? Because in some crazy world, if he does wake up and knocks Jake Paul out, we're getting the Zerto fight, baby.
Bro, they're gonna
Oh
fucking
my
build
God.
guys. Come on,
They're
guys.
gonna
Wake
build
up.
him
Wake
a
up.
fucking shrine, bro. Could
You
you imagine?
heard?
Just
No,
if
no,
he
no.
won- Yeah, shut the fuck
Wake up.
Just imagine if he won. Imagine if he won, bro. He's like the fucking Phoenix of Arizona, bro. Like, you're gonna build him a church in Mexico, bro.
Because
And
listen,
Charles
listen.
had
No,
enough
no,
money to
and
pay
Jake
Mike
Paul.
Tyson.
And Jake Paul, I know he wasn't born there, but technically he's Puerto Rican now.
Boo.
Yeah, he is right.
Yo,
He's
Jules,
right.
Stop,
I'm
Jules.
tired of seeing
No.
Chavez.
And another
Tú no puedes
thing,
clamar. Tú no
another
puedes
thing y'all
clamar.
forgetting.
Jules,
Hold on, bro. You're talking too loud. Another thing you're forgetting. Oscar De La Hoya wants to make Virgil Ortiz versus Errol Spence. You don't think he'd make Chavez Jr. versus Zerto?
Yeah, he would.
Yes,
And
I
it
don't
would-
think he'd make
well,
that.
I mean, if he could make it, he would. But the point is, what the real point is, would he make Zerto versus Chavez in a world where Chavez beat Jake Paul? The answer is a resounding yes. Yes, he would. Yes, he
I
absolutely.
think the
would.
same money
so I
Jake
have a-
Paul paid Mike Tyson to lose the
So I
fight,
have a-
he's gonna pay Chavez to lose it too.
Well,
And
no,
he
and
gets
I
the
was going.
person
No,
that-
and I was going to get there. I was going to get there. That
I was trying to tell you, say it, Jules, say it. That's why I
That-
said it, because I
that-
thought you were
I
going
don't
there.
know. I don't know. I don't. And I've said this before. I'm not going to knock him for what he's doing. I'm gonna enjoy the show. I'm gonna enjoy the spectacle. I take it for what it is. I don't take it too seriously. But what if he's paying these guys to lose, dog? What if the shit is WWE? There have been rumors that there have been rumors for at least 2-3 years that he paid them guys to lose. There's rumor that those. I'm not saying they true. I'm just saying that they out there and they had to come from somewhere. I don't know. It's Chavez, bro. It's Chavez.
So you mean to tell me
Is he on
that
the
if
pads?
Chavez is? You mean to tell me if Chavez wins, he's going back to the good graces?
Bro, he's gonna go into Mexican Valhalla, bro.
Yeah, he will.
Yes, because he finally got rid of the hype job that's Jake Paul, bro. You don't understand, like
Dude,
that
they're
will
gonna
bring.
wrap him. They're gonna wrap him in a torta and shoot him into fucking space, bro. He's gonna be up there with Thor and Odin and all of them and Hercules.
He gonna
It's gonna be
disappoint his
crazy.
father, man. Chavez.
La
gonna get the
verdad, la
crap.
verdad. Didn't you hear Oscar?
Such a
Didn't you hear
disappointment.
Oscar slurping Chavez and Jake? Like, oh my god, if Jake wobbles Chavez, Canelo couldn't do that. You see, Oscar already fucking
Bro,
seeing the dog
listen,
sign.
the real shit is the real reason Oscar's slurping Jake is because now Oscar doesn't have to pay for Zerto's fight. That's why he's so fucking happy. It's on Jake's dime. It's on a dime. So Oscar don't got to pay for it, but he still gets a cut. You know, you fighting on the most valuable promotion. I get a piece of that. I get a piece of that, and I don't exactly, and I don't gotta put out none of my money to do it. So of course he gonna be happy. Of course he gonna be happy.
Look, I'm not gonna do this
Yo,
shit
Charles
anymore.
Conwell about the fight, man. I really like
I'm
this
not
guy.
gonna do this shit anymore. Like every time Jake Paul fights, it's always the same fucking thing. No, if this guy goes into his shed, it's gonna knock out Jake Paul. I'm done with that shit.
Focus Chavez, bro. Focus Chavez. Come on, remember Focus
Amen,
Broner?
brother. Amen,
Focus
brother.
Chavez. Focus
Rehab
Chavez.
Chavez. Rehab Chavez.
So
Betty
Amen.
Ford Center Chavez.
Bro, he's a periqueto that's gonna take the fucking bribe, bro. He's
so
gonna
de
take the
verdad
guy
saying-
No,
money.
eso es lo que es, de
saying-
verdad, eso es lo que él un tecato. Chavez
Papi,
is
pero lo sabe, tú lo sabes.
fucking
Yo,
tecato. He's a
yo no
druggie.
quiero
He's a
decir.
druggie, bro. He's a
Papi,
druggie.
él va a coger los chavos para tirarse en el piso, tú lo sabes.
Yeah, like he's here for the
Come
next
on,
hit,
man.
bro. He's here
I'm
for the
saying,
next hit.
wake up, guys, man. Hey, your man right there, he got it right. Fucking give up on that shit. That shit's WWE like a motherfucker, bro.
Shout out to
Come on.
Virtuoso. What's up with measles eye tumor here? Measles eye tumor.
He's talking about
Nope.
Ruth.
Oh shit! I was about to say, like, is something going around? Should I be worried? Measles, tumors. What the fuck is going?
Wait,
polio
wait,
back?
hold on.
Shit, the fuck?
Hey, bro, did somebody say that this is Mexico versus Puerto Rico? Chavez versus.
Yes.
No,
Yo,
yeah,
stop it.
no, pero
Stop
no,
it.
porque he is based out of Puerto
stop,
Rico.
Jules, don't do that. Don't do
His
it,
headquarters is in
Okay,
Puerto
okay,
Rico,
okay,
bro.
okay.
Hey, hold on.
Jules.
Hey, hold
Calm
on.
yourself.
Another Mexico versus Puerto Rico that Oscar made was Cepeda versus Shakur. Like, that's another one.
Yeah,
Ese más
No,
good
no.
from Mundao. Yo, wait, hold on, wait. If you're
No, this is another. This is another
He black
legendary
and Puerto
edition.
Rican.
This is
wait,
another
if you're
legendary
comparing Jake
edition.
Paul to fucking Shakur Stevenson, come on.
No,
Okay,
I mean, like,
Puerto Rican
no,
status?
listen, wait.
Really?
Jake Paul is like a Macho Camacho and Felix Trinidad in a
No,
project
don't do this.
elevator.
What
Don't
a
do
flash
this.
of
Don't
Bad
do it.
Bunny.
No. Jules, stop. Stop, Jules. Stop. Shots fired. Shots fired.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Okay.
You know what's good about Charles Conwell? He
Can I
got
say
short
something?
arms and he's short. It just makes so much sense that he's an inside fighter.
Perfect
Does-
sense for his style. Well,
does he
that's
get the
why he
knockout?
has
It just
that
makes so
style.
much sense. Like,
Does he get the knockout?
I
think he
don't
does.
know. I don't know. This guy's never really been stopped. So
Can I say something?
He's
Who's
got to
he
make a
fighting?
state. When
he
is
got 4
Charles?
losses, no stoppages.
Who do you
Okay.
think's gonna give Charles Conwell a shot? Nobody wants to fight him.
Back
Did
on
he
probably
win?
would.
Did he win tonight?
He's about to fight.
All
about
right,
to
so
fight right
let's
now.
find out. Let's find out. What if he gets knocked out?
By the way,
Nah.
Leo wanted to say
That
something.
should've
You
been
guys
crazy.
All
didn't
right,
get
let's
out.
find you see, well, you know.
I mean, the guy he
let's
fighting
wait-
us
wait a
got
second.
power.
Hey, Leo, go ahead, man.
32 wins, 26 knockouts. Yeah, that's a high clip. But
Hey,
everybody
Leo.
he's knocked out has been knocked out before. I did some research
Okay.
on this boxing.
Hold
Okay.
up, man. Leo had something to say, but you guys kind of drowned him out, man. Go ahead, Leo.
Leo?
Elite points right
Now
now.
he's mad.
I totally concur, Leo. Spot on.
Yeah.
Leo went to go.
Yo, but
Leo
I
went
didn't
to go
think
get his guitar.
what's his name? Bruno was gonna knock out Jaime Munguia.
Nobody thought that shit.
All right then. So wait until this man gets finished with his fight, because what if some motherfucking Mike Tyson fucking
Charles Conwell was real good though. Like I'd be surprised if he
Riddick
gets knocked
bullshit
out.
happens. I don't know, man. I didn't think Riddick. I mean, Riddick. Did I say Riddick Bowe? Yes, I did. Fucking Oh my fucking
Bruno
word.
Sriracha.
Right? Jesus Christ.
That's
Busted
all right,
Douglas.
Left
Busted Douglas.
uppercut.
I didn't think Busted Douglas was gonna knock out
Lead
Mike
uppercut,
Tyson.
lead hook combo. That's the combo.
Did Charles Conwell have a Muslim rapper walk him out?
I don't know. It was some lady.
I got him in the ring right now to make the
Hey,
announcement.
did Linear? You guys see that Linear Pereiro? I think his name is the cruiserweight.
Who?
Linear Perez or Pereiro? I think his name is. It's a cruiserweight.
Charles Conwell's opponent's pretty good.
No.
He's got 32 wins.
Strong as fuck, bro. He's the only person that looked like a fuck with Ja. Awesome.
With okay, I have it. Okay, I'll check him out then.
Well, hey, where are you guys at? Where are you guys at on your broadcast? Because like I got them right now, all in the ring, and they're just starting.
Well, yeah, I got them in the ring. They're announcing their names.
Yeah.
Okay. I was checking to see if anybody was ahead or we were all on the same page.
You want to know a funny story today? I had to push a little kid because he walked up and kicked my dog.
Oh shit!
What?
Look, he must have been. He couldn't have been older than 3 years old.
Oh wow!
What a
that.
random thing to say,
Made
bro.
you feel like a big man, huh?
Huh? Yeah. Kick my fucking dog. I hit kids.
Hey yo, that's a win. A win is a win.
Nah.
Drew picked him up and gave him a stone cold stunner in the middle of the park.
Nah, I pushed him because he literally came up and stomped my dog.
Wow.
And then I pushed him, and his mom's like, "Oh my god, what happened?" I'm like, and then she walked up I'm like, no. She's like, he kicked your dog, didn't he? I'm like, yeah, he stomped his foot, walked up, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I was a little knucklehead at that age. I'm like, I was a little knucklehead like that age, so I get it, but they got to learn the hard way sometimes.
Yo, you should have shot the fair one with him.
God damn.
Nah, but let someone fucking kick your dog.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
I don't know if I'm a TKO or 3-year-old child, but
not TKO. No, just push him away. Push him away.
Okay, I once heard a joke. Right, the guy said, he said, I once said to a police officer, "Hey, if you saw Tom Brady walking down the street kicking a puppy, what would you do?" He said, "I would arrest the puppy for getting in front of Tom Brady's foot."
What does this have to do with it?
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know?
Yeah,
push that little kid the fuck out the way. Run up behind him, give him an RKO. He'll be straight.
This kid's a lot more lankier than Conwell is, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's tall. Yeah. Strong, too. Got power.
Wow. He's got 32 wins on his record, so, I mean, he may be a good challenge for Conwell. Who knows?
I was saying that.
I need
he got 26 knockouts. That's.
I'm not saying he'll beat Conwell, but
I need Conwell to get a knockout. Fuck.
I mean, shit. He can get a knockout. Still not getting a title shot from that.
I need Conwell. I need Conwell to get a knockout. I need Fundora to get a knockout.
I don't know how many times I've seen these boxing promoters try to pull a cherry pick out of fucking a Mexican bar, and all of a sudden they pick up a monster.
Hey, speaking of a Mexican bar, do y'all believe that story that Devin got whooped in Mexico and they erased that shit?
I don't know about.
I heard it. I don't know if it's true, but I heard it.
There's too many random people saying.
You want to know something?
That was Progress, right?
You don't want to know what I took out of that story, right? I said to myself, if a 17-year-old kid with his black father is running into Mexico and Tijuana bars and fighting and expecting what, he's just gonna walk out the front door? How many late nights they had to play the fucking dash and crash, right? So this rumor about his loss, but it really speaks to the kind of courage he had as a young 16-year-old kid going inside of these bars, Afro-American, And you really thought the judges were on your side?
No, they weren't.
All right
Not
then.
in Mexico.
All right then.
Yeah, man, you lucky you get out of there with your life sometimes, depending
You
upon
know,
where you go.
so
Yeah.
I was like, well, you know what? You say that story, but I see a different side. Like, shit, you mean to tell me he was in there doing that? Okay.
I don't know
So
how impressed I want to be, bro. You were fighting dudes that were midgets, like
Hey,
the guy that he said to
listen.
lost to.
The lower
That dude's a
class.
130 pounder, bro.
Now
That's a
check this
natural
out.
130 pounder.
I don't know if you ever went to like fights or whatever, but the lower fight and the most rinky dink bar you fight in, typically his homies are in attendance. I know I was, right? Those are the most dangerous places to fight in. When you got an arena with security, yeah, you're gonna make it out of there. Shit, fucking Bernal Hopperton made it out of Puerto Rico in a helicopter. Okay? So, but when you're fighting in those rinky dink places, let me tell you something. The Vatos are in the building.
Yeah, you don't want to win in
Cool.
one of those fucked up bars, and his homies want to fuck you up because he won.
Yeah, man, listen.
I'm not saying that'll happen everywhere, but I mean, but there are places it could happen.
Especially in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? When you don't got fucking U.S. backing or anything. You're on your own, bro. You and your dad. You guys are on your own. Collect your paycheck and leave.
Yep, and don't get arrested by the cops.
Come on, bro, man. Nah, man. I'm not going to say that every man's built like that, bro. I'm not going to say every person in the world is built like I've been around the world, man. And I'm Latin myself. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't walking in no Tijuana bar doing no shit like that.
I'm sure they are really mad after that. Well, no, they saying they changed the decision, so I can't say they mad about the robbery. They probably left home happy.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? I just think that there's a lot more to the story. You know, and he didn't get counted for it, but hey, Devin Haney's got one Mexican he has to worry about now. You know? So
yeah, Jose.
Yeah, he's, you know what I mean? So now he's got to deal with him, so it is what it is, baby. But yeah, man, I listen, man, fighting abroad, you know, I remember when Devin Haney went to Australia and they try to like stop his father from going, George Camboza, all this bullshit, and on the last hour he got out there.
Let's not pretend, bro. That's not bullshit, bro. If you have a rule that says we cannot allow, we don't like criminals
I get it.
to come into our country.
Correction. I will retract what I said then. Yes, you are correct, right? They had to follow guidelines, and those are their laws, and I have to respect that. Okay, granted. But the fact that he went out there not once but twice and did it, you know, and you think about our great champions like Floyd Mayweather that never fought one time in his entire career outside of the U.S. And you think about these young men that went out there at 23 years old and were able to do that in front of how many fucking Australian fans yelling what to you?
Yeah, but it was George Camboza.
Okay, George Camboza, fine. It was George Camboza. But you couldn't pay Mayweather to go fight George Camboza in Australia on the height of his career.
Oh, he definitely would have done that.
No,
that sounds like a
he
perfect.
didn't. He never did. He
hold
never
on,
fought his version, is what I'm saying.
Okay, who
I
was
mean,
the
he
better?
fought like Ricky Hatton.
Ricky Hatton. Who was better, Ricky Hatton or Cambosos?
Did Ricky Hatton
That was an
come out
American.
here?
That was an American.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait.
that's
Excuse
right,
me,
that's right,
gentlemen.
that's right.
Excuse me. Yeah, did Ricky Hatton come out here or did he go out there? Right, correct. You see?
Promoted it.
So everybody, look. I'm not arguing ticket
He
sales
went out there,
because yes, he came out here to Las Vegas. But look,
No. I thought Hatton went out. Oh yeah. They came.
No, Hatton came to Vegas, and all the UK fans came with him.
Came to Vegas.
Yes. Now I'm not gonna argue ticket sales because I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. There's no other place to fight at that time but Vegas. There's no money like Vegas money. You know what they were selling for one ticket in Vegas? You could fill out an entire section in Wembley Stadium. So I'm not going to argue dollar and cents, and I know what Mayweather did. But I'm just talking about, look, Dev did that shit. I'm not saying that, you know, it was the best opponent, but that wasn't easy to do at 23 years old.
No, I
You
agree
know,
with
and we
that. I agree with
and
that because Teofimo had the same option that Devin had, which is a part of why I think he's just a fucking idiot. Triller wanted him to have the fight in Australia because they knew that it was economically viable to get him the kind of money, to justify what they spent. Because remember, they put up $6 million for that fucking fight, and that is not a $6 million fight. It never was. And they wanted Tio to go to Australia to do it. And it's like, dog, if you for real, Manny Pacquiao went to fucking Australia, dog. Who the fuck do you think you are? Remember, Manny went to Australia for Jeff Horn, you know?
yes.
So who the fuck do you think you are? Tio didn't want to do it. Whereas Devin, he not only did he do it, but he had to make a commitment to 2 fights that even if I win, I have to go back. And he did it. He deserves credit for that.
Okay,
He
look,
deserves credit for that.
Devin.
I mean, fighters travel all the time, though. Well, overseas.
Wait,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that in an era of American fighters who hate to have to pull out their passport, he's one of the few that could say he did. A lot of American fighters never been nowhere.
Look,
Never been nowhere.
Go ahead, Leo.
No, you guys. I understand that Devin Haney looks goofy and weird when he's outside of the ring.
And
I
gay.
understand that he doesn't have the best style, and maybe to the eye test,
Body
he doesn't look
shots.
like the best physical
Oh
specimen.
my God.
But inside the ring, Devin has never given me a reason to complain because he does his job and he fights hard. Even when he gets hurt, he keeps fighting. So yeah, he deserves some shit that people give him because he doesn't know how to conduct himself outside of the ring. But look, even in the Ryan Garcia fight, he didn't quit.
He didn't
kept
stay down.
fucking fighting. No,
Yeah, he didn't stay
and
down.
he got beat the fuck up. And he heard the final belt. And for
You
a guy
never
that,
know. Like we may be about to see a 180 because the way. See, you guys, like I said, you guys aren't 500 years old like I am, so you're not in tune with the universe. That when things have been very bad, it's because they're about to get very good. For Devin, the last calendar year, well, things have been fucking horrible. So he might be about to have a great 2025. He might be. Because last year
with
was
the
a
right
fucking
matchmaking.
train wreck, bro. It was a fucking disaster.
That's a pretty bad year.
I don't know. Do you
Yeah,
think he's mentally there though?
I don't have a
I was
measuring stick.
surprised. I was surprised at how well he spoke in that sit down interview. I'll be honest. I was surprised that I didn't hear what I wanted to hear, but I didn't hear no bullshit.
Yeah.
I
There's
didn't hear no
something about
bullshit.
there's something about fighters that we can judge them on their skill, we can judge them on their last performance, but there's one thing I can't judge: how a fighter comes back mentally. There's no measuring stick of no
like how
two
he's
men are
protecting
the
himself.
same. They're not the same. I'm not gonna say that one man responds to a loss or to a down that the same. So that's something that I actually would have to see with Devin.
Yeah, I
Until he
fuck with
gets it.
Charles. I fuck with Charles.
I
He's
fuck with
using
Charles too, man.
he's using the shell, but he's not being a homo about it.
Yeah, he's
like
slipping. He's slick with it.
He catching them too.
He's like he moves
He
his
like-
shields around when he's like blocking, which is something I don't
He
really
got
see
good.
from
He
too
got
many
defense,
fighters.
and he's an inside fighter with defense. Like it's high
You know,
level.
every fighter
Yeah,
I
I
see
love-
with a shell now is a goddamn homo.
He's keeping his feet planted,
Hey, you know
guys.
who really nice with the shell too?
Well, he's
what's
he's
that
he's
kid
a
name?
mid range. He's a mid range guy, so I expect that man, mid range guy is gonna plant his feet. You know, he's not on ice skates. He's a close quarters fighter, so I expect him to have his feet planted.
He's using a lot of his waist.
He got a solid guard too, but
And now I think about
Johnny
it,
Tucker,
I
Johnny Tucker's would be real slick in the pocket.
Yeah,
I was
he
gonna say
get
I
hit with a
usually
lot of
hate when guys
bullshit,
move
though.
forward. What's it called with like the shell guard because they usually get hit by a lot of jabs and like straight punches and shit.
Yeah,
Like Tio,
yeah.
but that's not really happening here.
No, he's good with the shell. They just need to adopt all of Mayweather's philosophy, because he popularized the shell, but there were so many instances where he's on the front foot that he's in a high guard.
Yeah, but
He
Mayweather
didn't just use the shell. There were plenty of
I
times,
wish
even
they
on the
would bring
guard.
back the cross
Right,
guard.
Jules, right. Mayweather didn't use his shell until he knew he had control in the fight. He always came out in the high guard. He was defensively sound. Usually when he used his shell. And then the thing about Mayweather's Philly shell, in order to pull off what he did, you would have to have all his attributes. You would have to have his cavalry-like reflexes, his speed, his gas tank, his eye-to-eye coordination. You would have to have it all, and that's why these guys can't pull it off quite like he did it.
To what you just said, Seymour, I think the reason that guys don't use the cross guard as much, you need really long arms to be good with the cross guard. Really long
Yeah.
to really cover yourself. You don't see the cross guard no more. You see it a lot
Yeah.
in the, like before, but I don't think the guys have the reach to really get away. It wasn't common even then when people did use it. The cross guard was never common. It was sort of
Yeah.
an oddity even when people even back then. Whereas now it's even less because you need long arms to be good with the cross
Yeah,
guard.
but George Foreman did it.
Archie
I didn't
Ford.
say he didn't, but I'm saying that it was an
Yeah.
oddity even then. Like you didn't see a lot of guys fighting out of a cross guard. Like
Yeah.
it was never a lot of guys. I see in comparison more guys use the shell than a cross guard.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish they stopped doing the shell,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
We need to stop doing that, Jules. We need to stop that shit. These guy fighters got to stop that, bro.
Shell's got its virtues. You just have to use it for the right. In general, the shell has its virtues. It's just when you see guys are doing it because they saw Floyd do it. The virtue of the shell is it protects the body well and it keeps you ready to punch. But it depends on where you are. Are you hanging back or are you coming forward? That matters. Alternate the guard. You can use more than one guard. It's okay, depending on what you're doing.
You
I thought
alternated
motherfuckers just
parts
thought it
of
looked
his
cool.
career between the cross guard and then the other part he would do
Oh, shit.
instead of the cross guard. He would actually like push people's shoulders and like knock them off so they couldn't they couldn't set and throw their punches at him very well. So he kind of rotated between those two things.
Oh shit!
But do you notice the difference between
Crazy.
what rounds Floyd starts using the cross guard versus these guys?
I mean,
Floyd
shell.
doesn't actually start using the cross guard until like round. Not cross guard. The shell until like round 6 or something when
Bro, this
he's
shit getting
gained
good.
control over the fight.
That's exactly what I said. Floyd didn't use the Philly shell until he felt like he had control of the fight.
Exactly, and that's always late, mid round, late. These new guys, they start doing that shit round
They
2.
come out. They come out in the fucking shell, dog.
Exactly, they do that.
They
Teofimo
don't
will
understand
close
it
the
like Floyd
distance.
did.
Whole cheek is out using the fucking like.
No.
Fucking moron.
My favorite shit
My
that
God.
Tio does. My favorite, y'all notice when he comes forward in the cross guard with his whole hands and elbows out? Y'all notice that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm waiting till somebody kills him.
You know, like when he fought Conor, because he knew that it was his intention to exhaust Conor McGregor and walk him down, because that's what he was doing. He came out in a high guard. Go ahead, waste your punches. Go ahead, waste them.
Right.
After a couple of rounds, bing, 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 bing. You know what I mean? Like he alternated the guard, but all people remember is the shell. That's all they remember, and that's mostly because you didn't see the fight. You watched the highlights. You didn't see the fight.
Yo, when they gonna get my man Charles Conwell a real fight, man?
That's that's the same shit I was gonna say. That
Like,
Charles,
bro, his career's been stagnant for the last 2-3 years. I feel like, bro.
Yeah, but he's a fun fighter. He's a fun fighter. That's why
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's dangerous. Like 154 stacked. Like he's dangerous.
Also, why hasn't Bud let go of the belts? I mean, we all know he's going.
He's about to. He's about to. Don't worry.
When has Bud let go the belts at the right time? He never let him go at 147. He never let him go at the right time at 140.
I mean, when was he supposed to let them go at 147?
At 147, they had to strip him and grant Jerron Boots Ennis because after the Errol Spence Jr. fight, the world knew that he was saying, "I'm going up to 154." Why hold the belts for a year?
Like honestly, if I was a champion and I had to pay 3%,
but it ain't like
I'll probably hold on to them.
It ain't even that. It ain't even that. Like that's not how it happened. From July, from August, let's call it, from August to the beginning of last year. From August to the beginning of last year, of 2023 to the very beginning of last year, The reason he got stripped is because they knew he was contractually bound to a Spence rematch, and it was Spence that was wasting his time.
Well, no,
Spence
no.
was Spence was the one who was being indecisive because
Yes.
Terrence said, okay, well, we signed a contract where the winner chooses the weight. I choose welterweight. And now ball's in your court, Spence. You still want this fight?
The new year. They said they're going to rematch him in the new year.
I would also, I have to have some pushback on that because I would also take into consideration that Terrence Crawford himself, after securing the 147 and not securing negotiation with Errol Spence Jr., he went on social media and said, my next fight was going to be at 154. And not until 7 months later did they finally strip him for the IBF and award Jaron Bruce Ennis for elevated status. In fact, he never defended not one belt at 147 after winning with Spence.
Well, how could he defend it? He was contractually bound to a Spence fight.
But Spence pulled out of the fight when he said that.
Not until
the new year.
The new year.
The new year.
Okay,
Bro.
but that 7 months later is what I'm saying is when they finally stripped him.
Yeah, I mean it made.
You're saying 7 months after the new year?
Huh?
Hello? Did you say like 7 months after the new year?
I don't know, dog, but it's very simple. This is not complex. This is very simple. Spence is the one who activated the rematch clause immediately after the fight, about 2 weeks after the fight. So if Terrence's hands were tied for months and months and months, that's why. There's nothing he could have did about that. There's nothing he could have did about that. If you choose to fight someone else, you're going to get sued.
That's how
it goes. Rematch clauses work.
That's how it goes, bro.
You don't end up like that, man.
Bro, they blame Bud for everything.
It's the same reason. No, wait. One at a time. There's too many people talking at the same time. The other thing is the same thing happened to Fury. The same thing happened to Canelo. It's the same thing.
No, because if the contract was negotiated with Terrence Crawford at 147 and it was altered to try to fight at 154, and Terrence said no to try to put pressure on him.
It wasn't altered.
You have to write a new contract for 154 because the rematch was never agreed at that.
But who said it was altered?
Okay, because Spence said he wanted to fight at 154, not Terrence.
Yeah, and Terrence told him the contract says the winner chooses the weight of the rematch. He chose 147.
Right. Yep. Right. That's exactly how it went.
Now, the reason that Terrence was stripped is the same reason that Fury was stripped. You're attached to a rematch clause. You're not at liberty to fight anyone else right now. Same reason Fury got stripped. He had a mandatory in Glasgow, but he was committed to a Klitschko rematch. That's why he got stripped. Same reason Terrence got stripped.
What I'm saying is he got out of the Errol Spence Jr. debacle and the rematch, and then later got stripped. It wasn't because he was under, or it was already settled that he that Errol Spence Jr. said, "I'm not rematching the fight." Errol went his way, and Terrence Crawford went his way.
You're not telling the whole story. Here's what happened, because I don't want to. I have to over-explain things. While that is going on with Errol Spence Jr., Jaron Ennis had a legal situation because his promoter had just died. He was not at liberty. Was not at liberty to fight anyone. He was still under contract with Now Boxing. He was in court for that for about a few weeks, few months. And it wasn't until well after that that he achieved free agency. By the time he does, Terrence has moved on. The way you're telling the story, it's almost like you're trying to say he was avoiding Boots, because that's what it sounds like.
No, I never said that.
Well, it sounds like that.
I had a question for Jules. Did you catch any of the Grand Prix fights, Jules? You impressed by anybody?
Charles,
what you caught?
No, I was jerking off to Sydney Sweeney, man.
Hey, Jules.
Let me tell you.
Hey, Jules. WMMA said to tell you that Right Hook Roxy got the W today.
Oh, I figured she would. She's really good, honestly. She's really good. And for the younger, she's a little bit young for me, but I know for the younger folks like Michael, she's a looker.
Naomi, bro.
She's a looker.
Oh, fuck.
Naomi for me, bro. I can't lie.
Go check out.
Undefeated knows. Undefeated.
Well,
she's a looker.
If y'all looking for a movie, I saw The Amateur. The Amateur is a good flick. I saw it yesterday. It was
Which
good.
one is the Amateur, Drew? Is that the bodybuilding one?
That's the suspense espionage thriller with Remy Malek and Lawrence
Oh,
Fishburne.
the iRobot guy, right? The iRobot.
Yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
The guy who looks like Bruno Mars on heroin.
Yes,
Yo,
exactly. That was a good
okay,
flick.
alright.
It was good. It was no CGI, and they didn't turn him into like an action star. He
Yo,
used his
Drew,
brains. What?
did you watch Sinners? I just watched that shit.
How
I'm
was
about to
that
go
shit?
watch that.
Don't say nothing. But don't fucking say nothing.
Yo, calm down.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude,
Was it good?
Okay,
Because I want to
okay,
see
okay,
it.
okay. Honest, I love the directing, the soundtrack, great. The visuals was quite nice. I just felt like
There goes
is it
Michael
it's
Hayden.
not it's not like it's crazy overrated, just only because I felt like they the vampires part is kind of where they fell short a little bit there.
Okay. Does Steinberg show a titty or something?
Yo, this bitch is a freak in that movie. Like I'm
That's
talking,
not what I asked you. I
yo,
asked you if she shows a titty or some ass.
You see how excited he got? He didn't even listen.
yo, she's a
Answer
freak.
the question. Wait a minute. He has not answered the
She,
question.
she does not,
Does she
but
show it?
she does not. She does
Ah.
not, but she is still
But she
sexy as
sucks
fuck in that
dick.
movie.
I am going to watch that,
Yo,
Michael.
she spit in dude's mouth, bro, in the movie, bro.
Bro,
I'm going to
Ryan
watch
Coogler's
that
a
in
Whole
good
IMAX.
ass
director,
like
man.
sex scene, and she spit in the dude's mouth, bro.
I'm not a
Ryan
fan of
Coogler.
spit.
Jules is
there
definitely
enough?
watching
Wait,
it.
wait. Is there enough of a sex scene that I can jerk off to it? Come on, be
Fucking
honest.
Jules.
Yeah,
Creo que te
think
pasa,
so.
man.
I
Like,
don't know.
Now, Jules, did you watch?
I don't know.
are you guys
Did
gonna
you
answer? I
watch?
mean, come on.
Jules, did you watch
Depends how long you
Oppenheimer?
last. I don't fucking know.
Hold on, real quick. Jules, did
Pause.
you watch Oppenheimer at the theater?
No. I still haven't fucking seen Oppenheimer,
Okay,
bro. And
because
I
like,
heard it's
no,
good.
30 seconds.
no, I'm a film buff, like my undergrad. Like, I'm watching fucking Sinners in the 70 millimeter IMAX because they say it looks fucking great.
I watched it in IMAX as well too today. It looked great. The visuals are good. I really think the soundtrack though, he did his thing, and the
I'm
directing.
glad that we're getting some non-superhero because I'm gonna you know what
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my wife to do it and then I'm gonna shag her because of the sex scene.
Yeah.
Did you stay?
that way.
What, Michael?
can't
Did you stay
lie.
to the end? Everybody says that stay to the end credits.
Yeah. You gotta.
Hey
stick to the
guys,
credit.
question. They got what's his name's got this fight a draw. What do you guys have it so far?
I got Conwell up, but
Yeah, you should.
I'm not exactly scoring.
And I
just
can't lie,
I'm
bro.
saying it.
Yo, Haley
But
was so
he
sexy in
did
that
lose
movie.
that last round.
Haley Steinberg, bro. She's fucking
Haley
motherfucker.
and the other girl, bro.
Hey, yo,
that,
Jules.
that Jamie Lawson, bro.
Mira.
She's fire.
Pa ti.
Web. What's that?
You gotta use them.
What is that?
What is that?
KY
Bro, we don't want to see your KY.
Bro.
Your anal lube.
Listen. I jerk off the way my ancestors did it, with calluses in my palm.
Oh, come on, Jules,
Dry.
bro.
Come on, bro. You wildin', bro. You
What the
wildin'.
fuck, Jules?
Motherfucking, he's
bro.
fucking out here sandpaper in his fucking
Bro,
brajol.
why do you have a lube?
I'm trying to help him out. I'm trying to help him out. You know?
No. But
pulled that
in
shit
all
out way too
seriousness,
fast.
it is good that there are other, because I like some of the superhero movies that are coming out. I like Thunderbolts. I like Fantastic Four.
But it's getting a little bit like redundant. Don't
No,
you
no,
feel?
but it's no. That's what I'm saying. That it's good that there's something to bounce that off of.
Yeah.
That you got this. That you got a vampire flick, a new vampire flick to bounce that off of.
And if
You
you
got
like
the Amateurs, a good spy movie. We got The Accountant 2 coming out this week.
and if you like music, like you'll really like it. What I really liked about this movie is that he put a lot of different culture in the movie, like the soundtracks, the visuals. Like it wasn't just, if you think you're just gonna see like black people things, like nah, it's a lot.
Well, I assume that there's gonna be some Creole in that shit, some French. I assume
Bro, those Irish shit, those Chinese shit, like I fucking love the whole vibe of it, bro. It's like some
Did you
Unity
watch
type-
The First
some
Accountant?
Unity type shit.
I saw The First Accountant. I gotta be honest that wasn't a good enough. Wasn't a good enough piece of ass for me. She's all right.
Oh yeah, the
girl.
little skinny
Oh,
white girl,
Kira
bro.
Sedgwick? What was her name? Yeah.
Did
Annie
you say
Kendrick.
Kira
Annie
Sedgwick,
Kendrick,
bro?
sorry. The names sound familiar.
Yo,
Kendrick, Sedgwick.
there's about fucking 8 miles between Kira Sedgwick and Anna Hardwick or Harddick or
Kendrick,
whatever.
Kendrick, Sedgwick, they all sound the same.
Why'd you say hard dick?
Bro,
I don't know.
I don't know. I fucking hear things. I don't know what they mean. All right.
But not Jules. The guy Jules fucking does the body double for is in the movie. John Burnt though. You know that's Jules fucking.
Yeah,
he's his
his
double.
brother. Ain't that his brother in that shit? Right? He's his brother in that shit, right?
Was the first one good enough to warrant a second movie?
Yeah, I liked it.
That's what I was going. That's what I was. I liked The Accountant. Like I saw it, but I didn't love it.
It wasn't crazy. Like I liked it too.
I didn't love it.
No, but I like it. I'm liking the movies that are action with not the CGI shit.
They be trying to make him be like too much Boston, like
he's from fucking Boston.
He's not.
It's
the same thing with Devin Haney, right? He's trying to like imitate black gangster culture, but he's not really from there, and it comes out fake.
Ben Affleck is from Boston, bro.
Listen,
he's not
bro,
imitating a guy from Boston.
Word,
he's
just
literally
because you were
from
born
Boston.
there.
And the other
Here
thing
we go.
is, yo, listen, I hate to break the news to you, but The Accountant is not a guy from Boston. Like there's no
And I'm
Boston
saying
shit.
they tried
There's no
to push
Boston.
him
Is
like
there any
that.
Boston shit in that movie?
Nothing, but they tried his character. His character, he comes off like a fake Boston fucking.
Who, the brother? Or are you talking about the actual
Ben
accountant?
Affleck, man.
He came off retarded more than from
Yeah,
Boston.
Take it what you want, but I see it different because I'm from Boston, and it comes off fucking weird.
But he's not playing a guy from Boston. He's playing
Oh
an autistic
my
guy.
He's playing a guy with autism, bro.
Yo que me ayude.
He's literally playing an
You're making
autistic
fun
guy,
of
bro.
people in Boston. You're calling them autistic. Is that what you're doing?
You mean the third? You
That's
mean the
fucked
third
up,
best
man.
Batman of all time, Ben Affleck? The third
best man. Shut the.
Let's not. I mean, like he's literally not a guy from Boston in that movie. What he is an autistic guy who's got a savant thing going on that he's really good with numbers, and apparently he's really good at killing people.
He likes apples.
He likes apples.
Did you hear that Paramount is trying? They're talking about remaking the fucking Bloodsport.
Did you hear that they're trying to remake the fucking Breakfast Club?
Stop it! Stop it!
God,
You can't. That's a classic. Who they gonna get to?
The
fill
shit
that
is
in?
Charlemagne, man. My man Charlemagne gonna be in
Don't
there.
fuck up a classic.
Molly,
man. Stop.
listen, I'm gonna say this shit. Because Molly Ringwald pissed me off. Like, she pissed me off. She really did. That white guilt shit, put it away. Yes, the movie was really white because it takes place in a really white place. Simple. The same way you can't do Harlem Nights in Beverly fucking Hills is the same way you can't do Breakfast Club in today's modern day and age. It represents a different time. So yes, it was really white because it took place in a really white place. That's not what was going on in inner city schools, in other words. So if what you're trying to do is adapt the Breakfast Club to a postmodern era, don't waste the money. It will not work. It's not going to work.
It's gonna.
I know
suck.
Country knows this movie.
Look, shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Heathers is another example. Heathers is Drew. You know California. That was a whole vibe in California that is trapped in time. You can't replicate it. You can't redo Heathers. Right?
Heathers, License to Drive. You can't redo that.
You can't. It represents something else. So when I see Molly Ringwald say that shit, I'm like, you gotta put your white guilt away, bitch. There's nothing wrong with the movie being the way that it was because it represents a different time. The fuck is wrong with Smith? What are you apologizing for?
But then tell Will Smith that with the fucking Wild Wild West movie.
You know what? I know you'll know this movie.
No, because there were black cowboys, though. I mean, in fairness, there were black cowboys, but the thing is, that movie was just dog shit. That wasn't the problem with the cowboys. It's just it was a shit movie,
show, bro.
You know what's funny about that movie? You know what's funny about that movie? That Will Smith was supposed to be in Matrix, and he rebuked that contract. He took Wild Wild West. He was supposed to be acting Neo.
He said he didn't understand the script.
Can I be
Se come
honest
mierda,
with you?
coño.
No, de verdad. It couldn't have worked out better because for years, you guys are younger than I am. A lot of you.
Whoa.
Can I
He just said a lot of you.
Whoa.
Can I finish?
I'm 8 years older than you.
Well, can
Oh
I
my
finish
God,
the
this
sentence?
fucking Boston guy.
Let me finish the sentence. For years, Keanu Reeves got shit. I remember for many years, he got shit. Oh, he's a shitty actor. He has no personality. But looking back, look at that guy's body of work. Bill and Ted, Speed, Matrix, John Wick, Devil's Advocate.
He is bland
Constantine.
in all those movies. Let's be real.
Point Break.
Nah. You gotta give him respect for them. Those are
Break.
those
Yeah,
is
but
Them the
not.
classics. He
And
got classics, but
Nah,
he's
that's what
like
I'm
he is a
saying.
bad
But
actor.
to give him
but
credit,
Okay,
he's
okay.
no,
good at.
What is his best performance? Like, what is it?
I would say his best performance that I saw where he had to like act. He had to act. He had to channel a different range of emotions than what you've seen in most of his films. I would say
Devil's
Devil's
Advocate.
Advocate.
Yeah,
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate.
I ain't gonna lie. If Charlize Theron did, I'd be sad too. That was nice. That was prime Charlize Theron.
I
He was
love
all. He was
Keanu, but I
also
think
good,
he,
and
he
it's a love story. He's
Constantine.
good in A Walk in the Clouds. He's good in
I
that
saw
too.
that. That was good. That was good. Fucking Drew be watching the same soft pussy ass movies as
Of
me,
course, I'm a theater.
motherfucker.
I'm a
Yeah,
fucking
did
film
y'all
guy.
see that
But
movie where he got
country.
like kidnapped by these two girls and they fucked him?
I
what?
seen that. Knock knock.
Yeah, some shit
That's
like
when I.
Oh
That's
yeah,
That
when I
yeah,
first
motherfucker.
yeah,
seen.
yeah, yeah.
That's when I first seen Anna
And they
de Armas.
kidnapped him or some shit
I
like
ain't
that.
gonna lie, Anna de Armas is wow.
Yo, she's so sexy, bro.
Yo, I would
Country.
lick
What
her
about
ass.
this '80s
Yo, what
classic?
is she? Is she
Country.
Mexican?
Just one
Which
of the
one?
guys.
No,
She's
she's
a
Just
what
one of
is
the
I
she
guys.
remember
Spanish?
that.
Cuban and
That one's
Spanish.
fucking hit still. That one's still good because she was a
Yeah,
hot
it
piece of
was.
ass.
Whatever she
I,
is,
I don't
man.
know. I don't know
She's
where the
top
fuck
tier,
they look.
bro.
I don't know where the fuck they found that bitch, but she's
Man,
too fine. Like, what the
Damn.
fuck is
man,
going on? Like, where y'all
We
Could
meeting
you
gotta
this
do
when I
bitch
put
could,
put
from?
now
her
in,
on
in in this
no more
postmodern era?
bitches,
Could
bro.
you do a Revenge of the Nerds now, or are people too sensitive?
No,
No.
because it's not that there are no nerds. There aren't. Remember, Revenge of the
Seven
Nerds, the
Haney.
nerds of yesterday. No. In all fairness, nerds don't exist anymore. They don't because the
They're tough
nerds of
guys now.
yesterday, the things that made people made fun of, right? The Dungeons and Dragons and playing video games and just things
Pocket
of that nature.
protectors.
anime.
Being too immersed in that culture where it made you a nerd before, there is an entire community around that now to where you're not a nerd
Yeah,
anymore. You
that's
have
facts.
you have a place for that now, so you wouldn't be able to do it like bro. The
That's
nerds don't exist anymore,
bro.
not in the way they used to. They don't.
Bro, they
Maybe
used
you
to
could
make
do
fun of
no
niggas for watching anime.
not now. You could do Revenge of the Incels. You could like
Yeah,
maybe
Yeah,
do
you can
that.
you could do incels. Yeah,
incels
No,
everywhere.
there
incels be
is. I
considered
was looking the other
Hey, yo,
day. Like
Jules.
something's in
That's
like
pre-production.
funny.
bikini
It's
stereotypes and
called
gray ones.
Revenge.
It's weird.
It's called Revenge
Hey,
of the
yo, Jules.
Jocks.
Revenge of the
Who would they get
Incels.
to play
That's
the
a good
part?
one. I like
Would
that.
they get to play the part for the woman? And if they remake Weird Science,
I would say, if it's me, because I love British bitches.
oh,
The
she was
lady from
beautiful.
the lady from Captain America. Y'all don't know she got some big ass
Ooh.
titties. Her titties is serious fucking business, dog. The bitch from Captain America, was her name Agent Carter? I would get her. I would get her. She's a little bit older, but you can CGI it a little bit, work it out, makeup. You can work it out. She's got a serious fucking body
That movie
under that
Weird
fucking
Science
Oh, I
did it
uniform.
for
loved
me.
Weird Science, man. That was
I
a
love
great
that
episode.
woman,
But
bro.
that's the other thing. That's the other thing that a lot of the movies we had this conversation. Country was here, Leo was here. That look at Knight Rider, it's dated.
Yeah.
If in the 80s, the idea that you could have a conversation with a car, an autonomous not organism, but an autonomous intelligence that speaks to you and it's a car, well, that might have seemed like a provocative idea in the 80s, but in this era, that's Alexa. That's Siri. There's nothing
Yeah.
provocative about it.
No,
You wouldn't be
not at
able to
all.
pull it off in this era, whereas before it was a provocative idea. Not anymore. It's dated. Same as the A-Team. Oh, a bunch of mercenaries for hire. Yeah, that's not provocative anymore. It was provocative in the 80s, but not now. Thunder in Paradise. A guy's got a speedboat. He gets into a lot of shit. Yeah, maybe that was provocative in the early 90s. Not now. Now you're just doing too fucking much. So a lot of that shit that was cool when we were kids, you can't remake it. It won't work. They tried to remake The Crow.
Wow,
Massive
they giving
fucking
Perez all
flop.
those runs.
Yeah, they got him ahead 87 to 84 over
That's
Conwell.
fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Wow.
But you can't remake a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah.
once again, when I seen Molly Ringwald saying that shit. Oh, that was a very white movie. What the fuck was it supposed to be? Look at where it took place.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not in Bushwick, fucking Brooklyn. What the fuck was it supposed to be?
Right.
Don't apologize for shit like that. Grow a fucking pair and just say, look, the movie's dated. It represents a different time. I don't really think you could adapt it to a modern era. Things are different now.
Right.
Not fucking complicated. You couldn't adapt. They tried to adapt The Honeymooners,
They
for
got
example.
Conwell losing. Well, Chris Maddox does.
They tried to adapt The Honeymooners to a postmodern era not that long ago. It didn't work. Why? Wife and husband jokes were a thing a long time ago when marriage was more of a thing a long time ago. Those jokes don't really work now.
You're not going to get a lot of people to recreate the like characters and the personalities of in those films like they were,
It's like I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy. What people don't realize about an I Love Lucy character, it was a novelty for a housewife to be this immersed in shit because it represents a different time. Bewitched.
Now it's racist.
Not so much racist as there's no novelty to it. What, a housewife that's always fucking doing some shit? Yeah, that's normal now. That's normal. Housewife that's always getting in some bullshit. Husband's got to deal with the shit. Yeah, that's normal now. Whereas before there was some novelty to it, just like Bewitched. Oh, the idea that the one who really wears the pants is the wife. Yeah, we saw that already. Jada and Will Smith. She wears the pants. She's bewitched. So it's not a novelty anymore. You cannot adapt that to this era. It's too dated. So you can't adapt Breakfast Club. What, couple of kids in detention talking about their lives? You're going to fill 2 hours with that? Get the fuck out of here.
Perez is getting hit a little bit, but then again, Conwell keeps hitting in the clinch.
Fuck, man, I need a knockout from Conwell.
If Conwell
he already lost
loses
Michael
this fight, bro.
that ninth round.
There you go. Ooh.
He let it go. Conwell's tank is in
It's on E.
for the last couple rounds, his output slowed down drastically.
Yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
And Perez is throwing, but a lot of them are being blocked. It's just he's just getting out work.
He just looks busier.
Yeah.
Forward
Perez
aggression.
looks busier.
Forward aggression.
Six one junior middleweight. That's big, man. It's getting in though. Getting in.
Same height as Tommy Hearns.
Mm-hmm. It's lumped up. It's got a shiner on his right eye.
What is this guy? Is he Mexican or what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, if he wins tonight, he'll be Mexican.
If he doesn't, he'll be from Ecuador.
Yeah. Nah, he'll be Puerto Rican.
That's a close
Come
fight.
on, you got to finish the fucking job, Charles. You got 2 rounds, man.
For real, knock him out, bro. I got money on this.
They said he never won 12, so
all this shit they said about Charles Conwell.
Perez looks like he's a little tired too, though.
I told y'all he's got to win tonight.
Come on, Charles. Knock that
Punch him
boy
in the
out.
dick,
Come
Charles.
on, Charles.
Punch him in the dick.
at least drop him.
Come on,
Give
Charles.
him the old dick twist.
He shouldn't have left the body. He went head hunting like after
Come on,
round 3.
Charles.
Charles coming at him now.
I got a 2-way parlay. Knock out on
Rabbit
both.
punch him. Rabbit punch him. Rabbit punch him.
Maybe
Come on,
he's
give him
got
some
his
breakdown.
second win.
Come on, Charles.
Yeah, because Perez, his output, like, yeah, it don't look like it's nothing on his punches. He's throwing, but
It's
there's
nothing
nothing
on him. He's just throwing.
Yeah, it's on punches. But Charles throwing with some spite. Give yourself room, though. You 2 on the inside. Give yourself some room.
He keeps whacking him in the back of the head, but also the big dude's like Perez is like ducking into it too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say
Gotta give
Charles
himself
wins.
some room, a little
Let's say
distance.
Charles wins tonight. What would
should've
be a
stayed
good
with
next
the body
fight?
work.
I would like to see Charles against Brian Mendoza. Give me that.
That'd be a good fight.
Okay.
Give me Charles versus Brian Mendoza or Charles versus Jesus Ramos. That'd be a good fight. Jesus Ramos and Charles Conwell. Yeah, that's a good
I could
fight.
go for that.
Hey, are we gonna
I
get
was
the
thinking about Virgil, but like looking at this, like
They
Virgil got
not
too much
gonna
on.
do that. I'm just telling you that Golden Boy stable not deep enough for them to feed one of their guys to their other guy. They not gonna do that. Shit, Perez fighting back.
Damn.
Good shot.
They were saying that Conwell Hill would have beat young Xander Zion, and that there would have been a tough fight. And I wanted to see what he looked like.
Nah, I
tonight.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would go with Xander on that. The height, the length,
Okay.
and the style. I would
Okay.
go with Xander on that.
Okay.
To be who?
A lot of people were picking Conwell here, just before this fight.
I
I
think
mean,
they're hyping
inside
him up.
versus outside, like
I think
Conwell
they're hyping
does.
him up a little bit much right now. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but they're putting him a little more on a pedestal than
The
he should
shit is Charles is not a big junior middle. He's not a big junior middle. So whereas Xander is a big junior middle, he's got a lot of height, a lot of length, and the style. Like, yeah, he can handle this. He can handle this. I would go with Xander on that one.
I need a knockout. Fuck.
Oh man,
Yeah,
you better do a
Xander's
Rain
one of
Man
the guys
song.
I think it get boost problems if you move up.
Yeah, but by the time Boots moves up to 54, Xander might be moving up to 60.
Xander's so young; he's only 22, man. He's the
Yeah,
possibility.
but he's also so
Wow.
big. He's been
Yeah,
at
he's-
154 for years, and it's like, yeah, he
Yeah.
might be moving up to 60 soon.
Hey, Jules. So what's up with Boot? You think he'll get a chance for another unification or no?
My gut says no.
Damn.
Really?
Unless somebody, if you're gonna make a power play, that is, if you're Eddie Hearn, you need to make a power play now. Brian Norman is possibly going to Japan to fight Jin Sasaki. You got to pay up. You got to pay up. If you want him, yeah, you got to pay up. I don't like the sound of it because they're a bunch of pricks, but you got to pay up. If you want to take him away from that, and then you got to get fucking Gaiusov to chill because, he's supposed to have next, Gaiusov. It's WBA mandatory. He already stepped aside once.
You got to
So-
step aside money.
Yeah. Now you got to get him to do it again, though. If you do a
Damn.
unification, you would have to get him to do it again. My gut says no, but hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah.
How much you think it'll take for Norman to get in there? About 3 mil?
2.5. Which
He's
is
not
too
worth
much.
that.
I
He's
know
not
that.
worth it.
I don't think he's. I think it's an obscene amount of money for an
He's
undercard
not
fighter.
worth it.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, he's not worth it. But that'll be a good fight. I'm being honest. Yeah. Is Shakur worth 3 million?
Yes.
Yes, because he's
Yes.
a headliner who can sell up to 10,000 tickets. I
Matter
know
of fact-
I don't like his style, but you got to look at the numbers for the fights that he did in New Jersey. Those were actually really good numbers, between 8 and 10,000. It's a lot of tickets. You then look at the viewership. Once again, I'm not a fan of pure boxes, but the viewership for Shakur's fights was consistently at the million mark. So yeah, was he worth 3? Yeah, barely, but yes, barely, but yeah, you could say that. You can't say that about Brian. You're an
No.
undercard fighter. You're still on undercards
Your last fight was for $150,000.
on an
I don't think he's
undercard.
ever.
Come on, man.
Has he ever fought in Atlanta?
No, he's never fought in Atlanta or headlined a show in Atlanta.
Perez is just letting him smother him. He shouldn't do that. I mean, I know he's
Perez
tired.
is gonna beat him in this fight, guys.
Perez's legs is tired. His legs are tired.
No, Perez is gas at this point. He really hasn't had much on these shots for a minute.
Yeah, but he's
for
been gassed
rounds.
too.
Yeah, they
I
both.
mean, he looks like he got a second
but
win.
Perez
yeah.
at least is out working them with combinations. It looks.
that's
It
what
looks good.
that's what I'm looking at, and I'm awarding
A
forward
lot of them not
aggression.
landing though. Yeah, it depends on what the judge see. A lot of them weren't landing.
Yeah,
It
that's
just-
tough.
just-
I have no idea. Are they going by effective punching? Are they going by forward aggression?
They're going by who
What?
signed the Golden Boy. That's what they going by. Like they did with Calcaroon.
There you go.
They go
There
about
you
who
go.
signed the gold. They're like, he signed. All right, he won.
It looked like a 115, 113 for Conwell, to be real.
Come
Well,
on,
we'll see.
man. You just want Conway to win.
I mean, I already lost my bet. I don't give a fuck. Sure, fuck it.
Shout out to motherfucking Gooch. Was David given a WBA Reggie or the Super? I think that's a Reggie, bro. He won it off of David Morrell. Remember, David Morrell had it. He had a WBA Reggie.
Reggie,
Who's
Intrum,
pouring a
same
drink?
shit. Same shit.
Oh,
Same
that's me,
shit.
bro.
Call it gold, silver. It's not the real
I
deal.
like a nice
I
scotch.
could hear undefeated's liver sighing as he turned.
Nah,
I like a
nah,
nice
I'm actually,
scotch.
nah,
Nice
I'm
scotch.
actually, I'm pretty active. I'm healthy. I only drink like on a Friday and Saturday. Sunday through Friday, I'm chill. I was gonna get beer, but then I saw a bottle of Paul Mason. I was like, all right, fuck it. Let me just
I ain't drunk that
get a
shit
Oh
little,
my
in like
get a little.
over
son.
Wow,
10
Parmesan,
years,
man.
bro.
That's
Paul
ancient.
Mason.
That's
I ain't had
ancient,
that
Same
man.
shit.
shit. I drink
I ain't
tequila.
had that
That's
shit in
it.
over 10 years, bro. That shit give me diarrhea.
Yeah, I'm pretty healthy. I drink a lot of water, and I'm not drinking liquor.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty healthy. I order a Diet Coke when I order my McDonald's.
Make sure I don't get no salt on the fry. Healthy
You know what I'm
today.
saying? But yeah, man. Not a good showing for Charles, man. But
Not
in
at all.
fairness, this guy's never been knocked out. That has to count for something.
Yeah.
This guy's never been knocked out. This Perez guy, he's never
You're
been knocked
reaching,
out.
Jules.
He's
He
never
should have
been
beat
knocked
him.
out.
He should have beat him, Jules.
We don't know that he didn't. Did he beat him? Did he lose?
A better performance than this. My man had him for the
I
knockout. He
mean,
was
Chris
confident.
Magic's got it 115,
He was
113 for
confident. He had him on 2
Perez.
tickets.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
didn't have one on 2.
I had him knockout, and I have Gabby by knockout. Hey, do you think
Yeah.
Gabby wins by knockout?
That's how I have it.
Yes. Yes.
That's how
Man,
I've
it
seen.
fucked up your
Like I said,
parlay, man.
Mari Ling is not a bad fighter. It's just that you in the same boat as every other girl in your division. You got to try to get
Thank
close
you.
to Gabby, and to do that, you gonna get hit. You gonna get hit
Mari-
hard.
Marielle got a good amateur
Dawson
career
Smith
and
looked on my
everything, but
parlay earlier.
I don't think anything that she brings to the table is gonna matter. Actually, I think this is a matchup of just being outsized and outskilled
Outsized and outgunned. She's
outgunned. Right? Yes, thank you.
She's outgunned. If you do
Yeah.
get close, you're not overpowering Gabby. Like, nah, you
Nah.
gonna get fucked up.
She fights good on the inside, on the out. She keeps good snap on her punches. She's got good footwork too, man. It's that's tough tax from this Mexican girl. That's a lot, I think. But I always love an
Cayuse says
underdog. I
Cayuse
always
says
love
it's
an
a
underdog.
draw.
I could see that. A draw. I could respect that.
That's what Cayuse
Really?
says. We'll see, though.
115, 113 Perez, 115, 113 Conwell.
Golden boy.
Perez won.
What?
Perez won.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What?
Oh,
What?
they gave it to him.
What?
Oh shit.
Big upset.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Wow.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fucked up.
That was just for
That's
costing
like
me
reverse
$100.
Alheimer.
Man,
Guys.
it's all fucking undefeated fault, bro. He fucking bet on Conwell.
Hey, so are you calling me mush or what?
You fucking jinxed him, man. You fucking jinxed him.
Hey,
Fuck.
so are you sure Gabby
That's a
gets a
tough
knockout?
loss.
No,
No,
que le va a
no.
meter
In
la
fairness,
mano a Xander Zion. Que si
fa-
pa, que si pito. Man, listen.
in fairness, the probability of Gabby knocking her out is actually very high. Like
Okay,
as far as I'm concerned, like, bro, that's how I have it. I think she's
got
gonna
a
knock
round?
her out.
I'm about to put 200 on it, bro. Hopefully.
You got a
I'll-
round? You
No,
thinking?
don't fucking blame me if the shit. All right.
All
Don't
right, all
fucking blame me. Now,
Fourth
yes, I
round.
have a round. I think it could be in the 7th or the 8th. Maryland is a good young fighter, but there's a difference between the girls you've been fighting. There's a glaring difference in the girls you've been fighting and the girls Gabby's fighting. Like, there's a glaring difference between you and her. Oh, Gabby fight high quality fighters. You still fighting girls with upside down records. She got a gift decision like what 2-3 fights ago. against some girl that was lumping her up. He's a good fighter, but I don't see how you win this fight. I don't see it. I think you're gonna get knocked out.
4. Round 4. I got it in 4.
And I
That's
would
what
say
I think.
the number that comes to my head for the knockout is 7 or 8. Round 7 to 8. You're gonna be getting hit too much, and maybe they pull you out because you're pretty.
Is this gonna be an
It's so
early
much. It's
night?
crazy how much better Gabby is than Sebastian. Like, bro,
Well,
train
no,
with your
that's the
sister.
no, that's the youngest. That's the younger sibling shit, bro. That's
Yeah.
that the younger sibling can see the mistakes of their elder sibling and learn from them.
That is 100% true.
You know, she a
Wasn't
I
pretty.
just think she's more athletic than her brother. He's more awkward as a tall man.
She's
We know
just
that,
better.
like a lot of those
She's
guys,
No,
they
she's
one
just
they don't
better.
age well
He,
neither.
he holds his feet when he shoots the jab a lot more than she does, and it makes a big difference that when she shoots the jab, she's not holding her feet. She'll take a half step back and use that
Fucking Jules,
and
bro.
shoot the jab, or take a half step forward and use the jab. The reason that Tim kept cracking Sebastian with his backhand is, well, you standing right there, dog. You still there. Gabby moves when she shoot the jab. So either you gonna walk into the jab or she's gonna cover herself shooting the jab coming in so you don't get the throat. And by the time you open up and try to do something, she's all over you. She's
Great
a better
assessment.
boxer than her brother.
Great assessment. Great assessment.
damn. So this dude is Mexican, huh?
Yeah, man.
He's from Sinaloa, right?
He doesn't look Mexican though. He looks
He look like a Mexican
Nicaraguan.
American.
He looked Nicaraguan, bro. He looked like if Chocolatito was left in the microwave and he expanded.
He look, yeah, he.
Chocolate Largo. He won though. I guess
That's what's up.
I'm pretty sure Golden Boy gonna have options on him now. Pretty sure.
At
Well, you
54,
talking about him fighting Fundora?
Just in general that they'll use him now. You know that for getting this fight with our fighter, we get to use you for like 2 fights.
You know how it is.
Yeah, like these motherfuckers don't just give shit away. Remember what they told Shakur? You don't get some payday if you don't sign the Golden Boy. I told him. Shit. Shout out to Liam. Conwell versus Nikita. It's too soon. Don't do that, Liam. It's way too soon for Nikita to fight somebody like Conwell, bro. You gonna get Nikita beat thinking like that.
Beat, knocked out.
Killed you, son. Fundora versus Perez. Who wins? That's a good question. Battle of the bean poles. 2 very tall fighters for the junior middleweight division. In fairness, I would edge it to Fundora. In fairness, like Fundora's got his faults, but he is a more experienced fighter than Perez. Who the fuck is hacking a lung? Cover your mouth. I'm not trying to get sick.
Probably undefeated.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm just messing
That was
with
me.
you.
That's
man.
me. That's me.
I'm about to go smoke a
That Haney
cigarette.
pack.
Boston.
That Haney pack.
Yeah, I'm smoking on that Haney pack right now.
That shit hit.
Man, I really hope Jose pulls the upset, man. I can't stand Bill Haney.
Well, I don't think Demon's going to knock out Jose Ramirez, dude. I really don't.
I don't think nobody thinks he's gonna knock anybody out.
Well, no, some people were actually saying that shit. I was like, no.
Anytime Devin rocks someone, I'm very surprised.
I want to ask you guys on a panel a serious thing, right? Okay. And I want to just take you back a little bit ways, right? Let's be honest with ourselves, right? When we saw Arnold Barboza going into the fight with Jack Catterall, I had Jack Catterall in that fight. I didn't think that Arnold Barboza was going to pull that off. I didn't think he was him then. For a lot of people to turn up and just really like discredit Teofimo Lopez's boxing skills because of his mouth or his antics, I think sometimes we get lost in that. And in Teo's performances, because there's a valid case that when he doesn't have a good opponent, he doesn't really show up. And he's been getting that stigma. But I actually think that Teo is the better of the 2 fighters. And when it comes to Devin, you know, Arnold Barboza went the distance with him. And I thought that he was on the end of his career. Now all of a sudden he's fighting Devin Haney. He starts to flash his abs on social media. We start to get caught up in the moment, and we start to forget that in actuality, I think Devin Haney is the more superior of the fighters here. He just got to show up. And I'm asking you guys on the panel, like, when you really sit back and you think at these fights, do you think some of these guys might be hyped up?
I mean, all
Crickets?
those guys coming into it, they were comparing them to the Four Kings, so they all came in with a lot of hype. They were like four prospects with a lot of talent. I think they're all good, but yeah, hype to an extent. Yeah, I mean, you comparing them to Leonard and Hagler before they really accomplish anything,
Well,
but I think they
and,
are really good talents.
and how about hyped on their opponent's side? Do you think that all of a sudden Arnold Barboza is becoming our savior because we actually want to see Tio get punched in his mouth and knocked out?
No, I
No, I
think
don't
Bet.
think
Arnold
so.
Barboza deserves it. In my book,
You
he's a
think so?
real lineal at
Okay,
140.
talk about it.
Because Jack Catterall, to me, he clearly beat Josh Taylor that first fight. They robbed that man
Yes.
undisputed, so he's really the
Yeah.
Yep.
man. And yeah, Barboza beat the man, so he's the man in my book. And this is gonna
But
handle that whole lineage
okay,
right there.
okay, let's just back up a second. I'm asking the entire panel. When Barboza came into the fight with Jack Catterall, who'd you have?
I
Oh,
had
I had
Catterall.
I had Catterall too. I did.
Okay, all right. So that's just my point that okay, Arnold, every fighter has one left good performance. Is that what we saw? Or does he have enough to really honestly upset Tio? Now Tio's a very crafty
I
fighter.
think he has enough to upset Tio because Tio
Really?
does.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason why is because Tio seems to do bad with like boxers that don't come
Exactly.
in on him, and they stay back and just he has to come forward. He always does better when he's on his back foot, but when he has to come, he doesn't do as well.
Okay, now that was my thing. When Arnold Barboza switched up his attack, how he won the fight against Jack Catterall was throwing the jab, following with the lead right. He was pushing Jack Catterall back. That Jack Catterall, we saw that the way he won his fights, he was more patient. And he showed real patience, and he liked to sit back and welcome you through the front door and counter on you. What won Barboza the fight was that he was quick off the front foot, throwing the jab, and then the 1-2, and he was creating his opportunities and throwing Jack Catterall off. You see? So
Yeah,
how
but
does
the
Tio
thing is,
fight? Wait, how does Tio fight? He fights great off the back foot, countering.
but the thing is, they're two different fighters. I mean, you gotta believe that Barbosa will probably make an adjustment when he fights
Yeah,
Tito
okay.
compared to the
Yes.
way he fought Catterall. I mean,
Respect.
to
Yep.
fight, the same every fighter the same way is suicide.
Okay.
You're
Right,
gonna get
right.
fucked
I
up.
And
mean,
then
most of these
and then on
fighters
Devin
only
Haney's end,
affect
on
one
Devin
style.
Haney's end with Ramirez, right? Okay. Well, there's another fight. We saw Arnold Barboza fight him. How do you think that Ramirez all of a sudden he's going to rejuvenate at this point in his career, fight a young, hungry Devin Haney that possibly be coming into his man strength, right, on the ripe age of 25? Are we looking too much for Ramirez, or is Devin Haney him? I'm asking you guys.
I think Haney should win that fight. I'm leaning towards
Okay.
Haney winning that fight, but it's a dangerous fight. Ramirez is like a good fighter. He got a good left hook too. So
Hmm.
from the Ryan fight, seeing how vulnerable he was, getting hit with that shot, it just leaves the imagination open. That
Hmm.
Ramirez could do something similar, catch him with that
Yeah,
left. I think Haney should win that.
yeah. Barthélemy had Jose dancing. He had that motherfucker on wobbly legs. That
Barthélemy
was a
can
bad
crack
fight.
though.
Yeah, that's true. That's the only
But
difference. He could
He got
fight. He
fucked
could
up
he could
here.
hit.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I think Devin
Haney.
Haney's faster than him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but that don't
Haney
matter.
can't crack an egg though,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's true. If you can't fucking, you could be fast, but if you
Well,
ain't
well,
got
well.
that power.
Okay, look. When we're talking about Devin Haney, I don't want you guys to get wrapped up in this whole thing that Devin Haney's pillow fisted because he has knocked out on average half of his opponents. Okay, he has like 15 knockouts with 31 fights. That's basically half.
They'll
So
probably
Yeah,
he's
50
not
50% ain't like a high clip. That ain't like
okay. Oh,
pl-
but wait a
screaming
minute,
power puncher right there.
wait. When you start moving up the rankings, you got to understand that your level of opposition gets that much tighter. Sometimes knockouts are going to come far in between. The
But he
special
didn't
are the
knock out the
ones that,
bums though when he
well,
didn't knock out all
okay,
the bums when he was
okay,
coming up
fine,
like
fine.
everybody
He
else
has
was.
been known to play it safe. I'm not gonna argue with that. Yes, that's Devin Haney's thing. He had Regis Progress in a lot of trouble, and I criticize him for not closing the show. Right, playing it safe can be another way, but okay, fine. But look, he might not have one punch knockout power, but I don't want to get hit by a hammer all night. The kid can punch.
Well, he's
Devin
accurate.
Haney, because I'm gonna tell you right now, look at Regis Progress' face. He looked like he got kissed up by 30 women. He
Yeah,
was
but I
all
mean,
marked the fuck up.
that's because he was in front of him and really couldn't move, and
Well,
he didn't know how. He didn't know how
okay,
to cut
but
off
I'm
the
just
ring.
saying, I'm just giving you a measuring stick that Devin is not as pillow fisted as everybody thinks. Now I'm gonna tell you what. Even Ryan Garcia, when he saw that he banged his fist together, he felt the Devin Haney punch. Now Devin
I
Haney
mean,
might have been
Devin
a little
Haney
bit off.
loaded up on that shit. That was like
Yeah, but Devin
all
Haney
his
was
fucking
still
might.
hurt. He was still off balance. His equilibrium was shot, and he still landed that kind of punch. So imagine a full focus one. Look, I'm not arguing the fact that if they fought again, shit, I think I got Ryan in the fight from what I saw, right? But I'm just saying that really don't fall in this notion that this kid is as pillow fisted as because it's your level. They're not just gonna stick their chin out there. It's gonna be harder to get to that chin. That's why it's the level of competition. So your knockouts will go down. You know, and
Shit.
these guys are the most skilled at the top of the food chain.
Depends on
I
who it
mean,
is,
the
man.
thing
The
is,
new way still stomping people.
no, the thing
Yeah, I
about
get it. I
Devin,
get it. Yeah.
no, the thing about Devin Haney is that it's the same thing as Shakur. Like the speed is gonna freeze you, but in reality, you see on the later rounds that they're not afraid of the power anymore
Loma
because
found
that
that out.
speed can. But the thing is, Devin Haney, man, his technique is just horrible, man. Like his back foot, man, he's just fly all over the place when he punch, when he throw
Yeah.
his right hand. Like he doesn't really move his head when he throw his left hook. He stay always in the same slot. Like he's good for what he does, but I don't think he's all that. To me, he's like a bigger version of Robert Easter, to be honest. Like
Also, too, I want to see if he's going to make any
Well said, my
adjustments.
man. I like that.
I want to see if he's going to make any adjustments on the high guard or not. Because if he doesn't, he's going to get caught with that left hook again. Even though even though it's another fighter.
I already I argued this point, right, and people were pushing the goalposts on me, right, because I didn't think that it was Devin Haney's defense per se. I thought it was his choice of weapon. He chose to lead with what we call the bow and arrow jab, where that you overextend on the jab. And then I don't think that Devin Haney anticipated how fast Ryan Garcia truly
I,
was, and he caught up to him
Yeah.
fast. And
I
then when
mean,
people say, well, if he would have lifted his hand, I say, now you're changing the situation. He chose this kind of jab, and he chose this kind of to engage, and that's what happened.
I kind of sort of understand where when you're coming from, but the thing is, it's not about he's choosing his jab. That's his jab. Stepping board and arrow, like stepping jab. Like that's something
Yeah,
that
I get it.
it can get you to a certain level, because
Yep,
that's mostly like a stepping jab. Because even if you
right,
bow and arrow, if you stay on your slot, like you're not gonna be cut by left hooks. But he also was
right.
drawn. He was drawn to that. You
Yep.
know, to that
And I
to
can
that left
see
hook.
in all Devin Haney's fight when I
Is
went
that a
back
to
embroidery
after.
be to
phone?
be fair to Devin Haney, he that kid got hard because I was there
Yeah,
actually in Brooklyn when he got
were
his ass
you?
whooped. Huh?
Okay, you were there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there when he got his ass whooped. He actually made me some money. Um, He was still coming up, even though I thought he was knocked out on the first one. It was like a long ass count,
Yeah.
but he kept coming up, and that's something that
The height
I
bothered
don't
him.
have nothing
The
against him.
height,
And,
the height bothered
huh?
him. That's why he kept getting hit with that fucking hook, because the height bothered him. Devin Haney walked into most fights at 135 and 140 with a height and a reach advantage over everybody. Ryan was one of the few fights I've seen where he doesn't have a height advantage. That
Otra vaina es
deficiency,
que
the deficiency was always there. He was just accustomed to getting away with it. That, well, I'm long enough that when I shoot this jab, I'm either going to hit you with this jab or you're going to cover up. And by the time I step in, I'm on you. Whereas with Ryan, there's enough there, enough height there that he can cover up, shoot the hook, and as Devin is stepping in, walk into the fucking hook. It was that he's just not used to being the short guy, you know? Ryan was the
otra,
taller
ot-
guy. And it doesn't help that he has speed, you know? And it didn't help that, well, you are pillow fisted and you don't hold a good shot.
otra vaina es que that left hook of Ryan's, man, that's just deadly, man. That's why I was kind of impressed. He was keep getting hit with it and coming up because, man, he hit Duarte. By the way, Duarte was winning the fight. By the way,
Yeah.
and he got hit by that left hook, man. That motherfucking melted on the ground, man.
No, the most impressive thing I've seen him do with the hook was with Fonseca. He drew his lead knowing he would step in, so he would catch him with the hook at 35. He's kind of sticking his face out there. Fonseca shoots the jab, goes to bring over the backhand, moop in between the recoil, let's call it, moop, put him out.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that
thought
the
that man
shot
was
when he
dead,
landed
man.
like on the top of the head?
Say it again.
The Fonseca fight, the fucking left hook, like it looked like it grazed the top of his head.
Yeah, yeah,
That shit was a crazy knockout. Ryan got some crazy knockouts like that, where it's like, what the fuck?
yeah. And
Yeah,
Fortuna, man, he beat up Fortuna. Beat up Fortuna.
yeah, beat the shit out of Fortuna. Yeah,
Like I don't think much of his resume, but I will. But we can all agree that yeah, his money punch is definitely the left hook
hmm
because
he retired Luke Campbell.
he doesn't really have much of a right. I wouldn't say like Devin does. I mean Ryan doesn't really have much of a right hand, but he's got a left hook. He does have that.
His right hand's cool. It's not bad.
It don't stand out, you know. It don't stand out. I'll say
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like he's got it. Like he's got a jab, but his jab ain't his best punch, and his backhand ain't his best punch. It's his hook. It's left hook. If
And
you
his
can,
and his Philly show, man. He's nasty.
oh the booty roll. You gotta be careful with that booty roll. He turned his butthole on you.
The booty
The strip
roll.
roll,
Oh my
yo. The
god.
Booty
strip,
roll,
yo.
bro. The
ready for
dinner
all that.
roll. Forget about the dinner roll. I don't even know what you're supposed to do about that. He
That
turns all
was
the way around.
You gonna have
that
to have
term
a
was
friend. Don't you know
that
your
term
juke parties? You gotta have a friend hold you up.
that term was
Mhm.
coined by
Put the
Coach
shit up.
Malachi, the booty roll.
The booty roll, bro. That's why I heard the shit. Like that's what that is. That's the booty roll. You roll and show me your booty. Makes perfect sense.
Oh, this chick coming out all energetic and hype. Look at her. She looking
She
mean.
better psych herself into that shit because you about to get your ass beat.
Yep. She was
She's
all
cute
hitting her
though.
chest with her ring.
She's cute though,
There's
but
a
she's not
couple
ready.
of female fighters you watch and you like. They kind of fight like dudes in a way, like their
Mm-hmm.
coordination at least. And
Mm-hmm.
like Gabby's one of them. DC Estrada was like that when I first saw her.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia Baumgartner was like that.
Yeah, man.
Damn, that arena looks like a Shields arena. God damn.
I'm saying Gabby shouldn't be headlining by all rights, but I love her. I do love to watch her fight. Like if I have to choose between Gabby and Clarissa, oh no,
Come
I'll
on.
watch Gabby 7 days because Gabby gonna knock somebody out. If she don't knock you down, she'll knock you out.
God, I need
Action
a
fighter.
knockout. I need a
Action
Clarissa
knockout.
got ring girls that's crazy though. I ain't gonna front. She do her fights in Flint. Ring
Mm.
girls be fucking nuts. I'm like, bro, this girl should not be a ring girl. This
Did
is a
they
strip.
fix that water crisis over there, or is that still going on? The water crisis.
I have no idea. I think people just stopped caring and just accepted that it's trash.
Are they
It's
drinking that?
like,
Wait,
what
are
the
you
fuck?
saying they're drinking that? Like, man, fuck it,
No,
dog.
I hope
Fuck it.
not.
Fuck it, dog. I know it's arsenic in this shit, but fuck it.
Typical
George
American
Bush.
shit.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, do you understand that that's how long that shit been going on since the Bush administration?
That's crazy, dude. They should have fixed that shit by now, man.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Motherfuckers bathing in arsenic.
Let's go, Gabby. Oh, let's
Bro,
go.
they were selling brownstones in Detroit for like $1 a couple years ago. I was like, bro, I should have been on that shit.
Yeah, but you gotta have the you I mean, like, you could get it, you take out a loan at the bank depending on what your situation is, and you could, revamp it and see if you could flip it. But you gotta have the dough to invest. That, yeah, buy the brownstone, but then you gotta do something after that. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a patch of bullshit that ain't worth nothing. I heard a
Hell
story
yeah.
about a dude. I think he bought like 10 properties on a city block, and he ended up owning too much, and they tried to get him for it. It was some crazy shit like that he bought something for dirt cheap, patch of properties for dirt cheap, but he also owned the street, and they was trying to develop something on it. It's like, yo, you got to pay that dude. He owned that. Yeah, I ain't fuck out of here. Gotta pay that dude. It's all type of little deals like that spread across the country. We're like, yeah, you could probably buy a house depending on where you at, dirt cheap. Better have some money to fix that shit though.
Talking about real estate and things like that, man. Did you guys heard about like el lío tan grande que tiene Mayweather? Like he bought some
Oh yeah, that
crazy.
it was fake, bro. That it
I
was
don't
fake.
know.
That the $500 million deal. I mean, like, you in New York, bro. That shit never seemed real to me. You bought 60 something properties in Manhattan of all places. That's
Yeah,
prime real
apartment
estate.
buildings.
It's
Bruh,
prime real estate.
The only
Yeah.
place
bruh,
more expensive than Manhattan is LA. I don't believe that. I don't believe, and I didn't believe it. Like, nah, I don't believe that.
dude,
Gotta
when he
fucking go to
said that,
Boardwalk and play
dude,
Monopoly, bro. The
when he
fuck?
said that
Really?
shit, man, I was like, well, at the beginning, I was like, well, he probably meant apartments. You know what I mean? Like he probably meant apartments. I get you. Like, cause, bruh,
No, pero hasta en Manhattan, even in
Oh,
Washington, it's hard to believe that you own 60. Manhattan is not that big, first of all. It's like, no, it's not actually that big. So for you to tell me that you own 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan, yeah, I don't believe that. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
believe that.
definitely
bruh,
It's
when he
like
true.
says
it's like that
62
time. It's
apartments,
like
man,
that time he said
Well,
that he
if he
made
had that
300 million
many
a month.
apartment buildings, he wouldn't be filing for bankruptcy now, man.
Wait,
I don't
wait,
believe that.
did he file for bankruptcy?
Yeah, there was a video about him. He's filing for bankruptcy.
Nah, I don't know about
I
the
don't know
video,
about him
but
filing for
I
bankruptcy,
don't
but
know
I know
about
that
that.
somebody said that he lost about 500 mil. I saw a video where somebody said the shit that he look. The point is that, look, I'll go with my gut on this one. You don't make 300 million a month. That's bullshit. You
Yep.
don't own You don't own 62 apartments in Manhattan of all places. If you would have told me you own 62 in the Bronx, okay, 62 in Brooklyn, okay, Staten Island, not in Manhattan. I don't believe that shit. And that you 400, 500, yeah, all of that is bullshit. And the fact that you lying, because you are lying, that tells me your financial situation. Because why the fuck would you be lying about any of this
Right,
shit?
right.
What the fuck are you lying for, bro? It's like lying on your dick. What are you
no, look,
lying for?
Don't do that. Don't do
what
that.
was going on, and he's fighting for bankruptcy because he don't want to pay his taxes again.
Oh,
He owns
what
the
if?
IRS money from like years ago, man. Also, he don't want to pay the people he owns money. I don't know if you know, guys, but Maidana still his case still up. I think somebody else case still up. He haven't paid Logan Paul either. So él lo mala paga, man. Like he
Yeah,
Mala paga, sí, pero también he doesn't know what he's doing. Like,
yeah.
bro, like I said, like motherfuckers talk that cool business shit, all them buzzwords and bullshit that sound good. Very few people got a mind for business. I know guys, you give them $10,000 by the end of the month, they'll have 100,000. It's a skill, and you don't have it. Al had it, or whatever. Whoever was handling your shit, that's who had it, not you. They just told you what to say, and you'd get on camera and say it. You don't got a mind for that shit. You don't.
Mm.
No.
Like, hey, so what should I say? Just say that he's a young, hungry lion, and the typical shit.
Tú no
Uh,
viste que en toda la entrevista he was saying the same shit. I made smart investments. Okay,
Smart
what were
investments.
they?
no,
What
but
were they?
Sí, pero tú sabes cuáles son esos quote unquote smart investments that he's talking about.
What's wrong with this
So
bitch?
no, mira lo que pasa. Ese pana, he used to buy the like whole sections of his own fights or some other people's fight,
Yeah,
and he
and
used to
sell the
resell them
ticket.
for the highest price, right?
Yeah.
And
You
I
flip the
think he got
tickets,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, so he got involved with some people, uh, and he also owns him some money from like years ago as well, because he bought sections for like the Pacquiao fight,
Yeah.
which that shit was sold out completely, as bored as that fight was, but it was sold out nonetheless. Um, he bought like maybe like five sections, him and some other group, and they resold that shit for like crazy amount of money because
No,
his tickets
let me
they weren't that
condense it.
expensive from the beginning.
Let me condense it. They made money off of flipping tickets for the Pacquiao fight, but they lost money trying to flip tickets for the McGregor fight.
No,
If you can believe that, they
eh,
lost
eh, eh,
money.
lo que pelean dinero fueron lo que invirtieron con Mayweather, because Mayweather took the money. He never gave it
Yeah.
back.
El es mal
Because he
paga.
yeah,
Mala
because he
paga.
still owned taxes for that fight too.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the time they asked Ellerby about like the talent they had, and he started going on about, well, we have a lot of young talent, young guns, and we're very selective about who we're gonna. And you knew it was
Like
bullshit
who?
just by hearing
No,
him.
no, you don't remember the follow up was like who?
Yeah,
That's the
Dude,
he did.
no, I remember that interview.
that's how
He said like,
Floyd
yeah,
was.
we have some
Who
exciting young
is that
prospects,
lady?
but and the thing is, like at the end, he said all that bullshit. The interviewer, he was just like, oh, interesting. He was like, man, you full of shit.
Exactly, bro. Like
Yo, who is
exactly.
that lady that's always at the Golden Boy fight? She is terrifying looking.
Which one you talking about?
The tall, pale lady that's
The
always
one that
there. She
looks
look like a fucking vampire and
the one that
shit.
looks undead and shit.
Yeah, like who the
Talking about
fuck
the
is
Rocky
this
Horror
lady?
Picture Show looking joint?
Yeah, like who the fuck is that?
I want
She
to talk
always there
tonight.
scaring me, bro. She be
Shout
fucking
out to the
terrifying looking.
Gooch. Wow, place is empty. Samson promotional goat.
That's a dude.
Yeah, she got a big ass chin and shit.
That's a dude, bro.
That's
She's
Tim
fucking
Curry and
terrifying
Legend,
looking,
bro.
bro.
Tim
Come
Curry and
on,
Legend,
man.
Well,
bro.
into the wise words of
Fucking
Austin
Tim Burton
Powers,
need to make her a fucking character, bro. It's just
Bro, that's a dude,
as
Dude,
the as the Austin Powers says, man, that's a man, baby.
it,
man.
it's Howard
she
Stern
damn
and
that looks
drag,
like a
man.
dude. Like,
It's
bro,
Howard
that
Stern
she's
and it's
man,
Howard
listen.
Stern and
scary as
drag.
fuck to look at.
That's
But
Arnold Schwarzenegger with a wig.
it's like that became the shit, and that spawned the era of pseudo promoters and pseudo business guys hearing Floyd say them empty words. I can't lie that in his time I believed him. I thought he was that dude. Like I really thought, like, yeah, this guy business acumen is on point. Looking back, bro, you was just repeating the same shit in every interview, and you
Yep.
just repeating what the fuck they told you to say. Make smart investments. What are they?
Dude,
What are they?
you talking about a guy that did
And you
commercials
can
for a
and you
windshield.
can even and you can even say Tank, because you were scheming Tank. He owns Tank like $10 to $15 million, because he was giving the Tanks money, like in stipends, PBC style.
For real. And
Shoebox money.
allowance and shit.
Shoebox money.
Shoebox sneaker money, bro. All right, we about to
Come on,
see.
Gabby, let's get
She's
this
the
knockout.
youngest undisputed in the history of boxing.
Yes.
For
Oh
female, for
wow.
female.
For
They said
females.
all boxing.
Come on,
Really?
Gabby, knock this girl out.
You see she's
No,
already
no.
she's gonna hang back. I already see it. You're not comfortable on the inside, so you're gonna try to hang back and work off the counter. That's not gonna work because you ain't got the length.
Devin unified at 23.
She's 22.
And Mike Tyson unified at what
20.
age?
No, undisputed
20.
though.
Undisputed. Not first, not youngest champion. Youngest is Wilfredo Benitez.
Yeah, 17.
I already see how it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
You
right
hanging
down the middle. Yeah.
you not tall enough to fight that fight. You
No.
don't. It's not safe.
No, it's not. She's already getting whacked.
I
Don't be a
told you it was
hero.
going to be a short night. I had 4.
Look at that. 1, 2.
She's
may
got
be
good
landing.
upper body movement. I
head
give her that
movement,
though.
yeah. Have to
She's
go
got
to the
good upper
body,
body
man.
movement.
Gabby gonna have to change up that.
It might be an
Ooh.
uppercut or a body shot.
Gabby gonna have to go to the
See,
body.
she just put it in there. She just put
There
an
you go.
uppercut in there.
That was
Gabby's
one.
what, 5'8",
5'9".
2.
5'9"?
Mm-hmm. I already see the
That
uppercut. She
left
shot
hook
a
off.
left uppercut.
She
Gabi,
caught her.
Gabi
She caught her with that left
6'12".
hook already. Over the top. Of the
I like how
jab.
I like how she's fainted with her lead hand.
Dang, she just got measured with the jab and then popped with the left hand.
Damn, that hook is
Yeah,
good.
Gabby's gonna have to go to the body.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But yeah, that's gonna
coming
open up
over.
headshots.
Don't get lazy, Gabby.
There is 2 ways to get to the inside. You don't gotta walk straight in. You can let the taller fighter come to you.
Mm-hmm.
I was
But if the taller fighter's using the jab as a probe, forget it. And that's what
Who won
Gabby's
that
doing.
round?
She's sticking it out there. Gabby, the fuck?
Okay,
But like when she was just sticking it out there right there, she got caught by that left hook. She came over the top with it.
It's not, yeah, but it's not going to be, there will not be enough on Maryland's left hook to do anything because Gabby already fought a stronger puncher than Maryland and Gabrielle Alanese. This is what I mean, that you don't got the guns for this gun show and you don't got the height for this boxing match. You don't got the length. And now I see, okay, you plan on hanging back and trying to set a trap. Well, that's not going to work.
Anytime I see a Fundora get hit by a left hook, it's like
I ain't gonna lie, there's a little bit of trauma there. There's a little bit of trauma there. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm like, God damn.
Better watch that shit. Gabby's a southpaw too, you know. Good right hand. Whacked her with that.
Come on, Gabby.
Hit her in the titty.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby just gotta settle in.
Ooh, she's picking the right punches, Gabby. When she gets low, you see Gabby start to bend the elbow, shoot the upper.
Mm-hmm.
When she tries to come forward, she takes it. When she tries to come forward, you see it. She takes a half step back, gets on the jab. Like, nah, walk into this jab, bitch.
Come on, Gabby.
Using that
It's round 2. What round did you pick?
I just pick a knockout.
He wanted round 1.
Shit, the opening bell. Shit, opening bell. Let's go home.
Well, I did have a friend.
Good right hand.
Conwell fucked me up.
She got a good
Another
hook,
good
too.
right hand. Ooh, two good uppercuts.
There you go.
Yeah, she's getting hit now. She's getting hit now.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. She can't get away from it.
She's finding her range right now.
Do when she get low, she's getting hit with uppers. When she stands up, she's getting hit with right hands.
She's like the female Salvador Sanchez.
Another right hand. Another right uppercut.
She's getting hit a lot.
Ooh, damn.
Oh, right here. Oh, God. Damn.
Oh, shit. Because of the body.
You gotta let it go.
Why yada?
Hold on, run.
She ain't playing no game. Why
He's going to get stopped. You wanted round 2, right? Undefeated?
Look on her face. He's like, make her stop.
I want to stop it. That's it, bro.
She's fighting. It's time to play the Jason music.
Her trainer ain't shit though, cause like, how could you think that moving lateral and trying to set up a counter against a fighter this tall? How could that be the strategy? Slip and counter, rolling counter on the inside. That's your best bet. That should have been the plan. And I said even that wouldn't have worked because you don't crack hard enough for that to work. If you get into an exchange with Gabby, she's gonna win the exchange.
Yeah.
Time to get the Jason music playing.
If Gabby doesn't stop her outright, they're gonna pull her out. They're not gonna keep
the corner throws in the towel.
Yeah, because they're not gonna keep letting her get hit like that, bro. They're not. It's a family. It's a
shots.
family affair, bro. It's a family affair with Maryland. They're not gonna let her keep getting hit like that. They're not used to seeing her take that much punishment.
Right.
Pobre niña. Tell you, bro.
She went for a lunging hook.
She's gonna have to jump off her feet.
Motherfucker just cut to the restrooms. Did y'all
Right,
catch that?
exactly. Yeah, like what the fuck?
What the fuck is that about?
Yo, dude, fuck yeah.
Cameraman's a pervert.
Why is there even a camera pointed over there, bro?
I don't know, man.
Wait for somebody to come out. Like, there's a thick bitch with him. Well, I gotta
Right hand.
act like I'm doing something.
Let's see if yeah.
Another right hand.
Shots. Another one.
Yeah, she's already looking frustrated too.
Wouldn't you be frustrated?
Yeah.
Like, bro, this bitch tall as
Good
fuck.
jab. Good job.
Yeah, that's a horrible strategy. Fuck.
Well, Gabby's gonna have to keep going to the body.
The other thing is, even if the upper body movement is all right now, it won't be in a couple of rounds. You're just sharp enough to maybe get out of the way of some of these punches. As the damage sets in, you're gonna lose about a half a second.
Come on, Gabby.
And she pulling back in straight lines. I just think that, like, don't do that shit. Don't do that.
She's gonna get a beat on her.
Come on, Gabby. Knock this whole out.
She trying to throw leaping left hooks. You gonna walk into some shit, homegirl.
Gabby
Like,
needs to shorten her punch.
tough little girl. She's trying her best, but it's what I thought. Like, you are outgunned in every way that you can be outgunned.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but Marilyn look like she got a good box, bro.
Yeah, right.
Bro, what the
How do you find her sparring partners?
She got a good.
Who for Gabby? Who for Gabby or for Marilyn?
For Marilyn, how do you find her sparring partners?
You get girls. I mean, like, if they actually had the money to get good, because remember, you got to pay for them.
Yeah.
But you would have to get 118 pounders, I would say, for the physical dimensions. 118 pounders, may, because there are a few ones that you're gonna have to go. Get girls that are campaign at bigger weights.
You have to try to train to get inside of that jab, create pressure.
She doesn't, and she doesn't know how. You can see that she doesn't know how to.
No.
Now she's lunging and leaping and all this crazy shit.
She has no idea what to do. She's a little lost with her
jab got
size.
in.
She never fought anybody this long and this
or
good.
this accurate.
And this right.
Yeah, because she's
Oh.
touching her with all that shit.
She got
jabs.
caught with that left hand.
No, good. Oh, two good left hands.
Knock this whole out, Gabby.
Yo, she's just gonna start landing with more conviction. Watch. Let's see.
She's starting to look. Her face.
She's
is starting to
scrappy
look
doing her too. She's scrappy doing her.
She's starting to
Money
look
at
like
him, money at him,
Gabriella.
money at him. I'll splat him.
She's starting to look like Gabriella Alanis, man, when she was getting hit. That same look of bewilderment.
Yeah, and Gabriella actually had the right idea.
Yep.
Crowder. Your best bet with Gabby is to crowder. That doesn't mean it's going to work, but you're better off doing that than this.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the end of her punches,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
She's trying to catch it with the left, but Gabby's straightest, like, on point.
Yeah, but
straight
working
speed.
your way inside is good. You're gonna take a lot of damage, and she's trying to do that. She just can't get in.
She
Knock
can't
this whole out,
step
Gabby.
forward while using head movement effectively.
Knock this
And
bitch
then
out,
now
Gabby.
she's
Come on.
lunging and shit.
Gabby's punches are taking something out of her every time they land. She is just not accustomed to being hit like this. She's used to being slippery and on the move. She can't get away from Gabby. She's not getting a moment's rest.
Stay focused. She just gotta stay focused, stay the course.
When she tries for that big uppercut, she's getting whacked in the face with the right.
Well, Gabby's left, right?
Yeah. Her left. I keep fucking up. Her left.
She ain't showing Gabby nothing she ain't already seen. She's got her figured out.
And the way she's lunging to throw that uppercut, it's not even going to be like power, you know?
She's trying to hit her with an Aryuken.
Yeah.
Aryuken!
That's like the closest
Well,
power
I know
punch she
some dudes
got.
that can crack pretty hard like that.
It's like open stance. That's what it's called, right? Southpaw orthodox.
But
Open
she's not
stance.
that.
I think I agree with what Texas just said. He said it would have to have been a male to mimic her. I think that would have been about right.
That might have been the best
Get
bet.
you
Yeah,
into a
find a skinny kid who's 5'9". Yeah. But of course, the thing is with sparring partners, you have to be able to pay them though. Good sparring costs. Shit ain't free.
Yeah.
Bro, that fucking left can't miss.
Yeah, she's touching. She could fucking shoot that shit from the bathroom and it'll land.
It's probably why they had the camera there.
Fucking countries typing an essay.
She gets hit with a jab.
Put the pressure on her now, Gabby. You got her where you want her. There's no need to play cat and mouse with her. Play with your food.
Knock this hoe out, man. Ain't got a lot of shit in bricks right now.
You should break rounds be going by fast, huh?
You say shit and bricks. Fucking shit,
this.
man.
Come on, Gabby.
He put 200 on this joint, man.
Hey, let's go, Gabby. Knock out. Let's go.
Hey, if Gabby don't get the knockout, bro, I'm gonna tell everybody you racist, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, Jules. Wow.
Oh, 2-piece, 3-piece. Oh, shit.
3-piece. Oh, yeah. Clean shit. All clean.
All of that was clean.
Right. No guard, nothing. Just right fist to face.
Yeah. She getting tore up. Now she's holding on to her.
Watch. Her corner might throw in the towel. Wow. Enough of this.
She's going to need at least a black eye first.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, that's... It's coming.
What round is this? The fourth, third? What,
fifth round.
Fifth? All right.
I said by 7 or 8. I said by 7.
I said
7
4.
to 8. 7 to 8.
Come
I think
on.
that's when it happens, but it could happen sooner than that. She's falling apart.
Yeah.
She's falling apart, and she's getting hit more. Oh!
Play fucking Jaws music behind this shit.
Dalton Smith versus Keyshawn Davis. Who wins? That's an odd matchup. I'll go Keyshawn, though. Better amateur background. Already a world champion further along in his career.
Riding on a high, very confident young man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a hematoma starting to form on the head.
Look at that round girl.
They're gonna pull. Look at her eyes, dog. Look at her eyes.
They might
They're
stop.
gonna pull her out. They're gonna pull
She
her
does
out.
have beautiful
One
eyes.
more
You know what I
round.
mean?
Dude, now she's starting
She
to
look like
look
she about to cry.
now she's starting to look like one of them devilfish with that big lump on her forehead, man.
She look like she about to cry.
Her spirit is breaking.
It's break. Yeah. She's taking a lot of damage.
shit
Guys.
hurt.
Come on, Gabby.
I like
knock
Gabby.
this hoe out.
I like Gabby's confidence, man. Like she's a hell of a fighter, man.
Yeah. Spiteful. I like her more.
Yeah.
And you know,
yeah.
I like her
you know,
more.
every time I see
She's terrible.
every time I see Sebastian get interviewed, he's really polite. He's really he looks like he doesn't lie. Like, no, I wasn't hurt. You know, like Gabby looks like
Gabby's
she's
going for
talk
the
shit.
knockout. Gabby's going for the knockout
Gabby's
now.
more-
She's
remember-
hitting the gas. She knows
remember when-
Undefeated has money on this.
There you go.
Yo, remember when young Xander Zion tried to stop Fundora and say, "Let me get a pose down." The person that put a stop to that was his
Gabby.
sister.
It's Gabby.
Come
She
on,
told
knock
him
this
no
bitch out.
She's a gangster, bro.
Knock this bitch out. Come on.
Hit the gas, Gabby. Come on.
Hit the nose, Gabby. Come on.
I thought these motherfuckers were Indian for like 2 years.
Nah, they're Cuban and Mexican. I think it is.
Yeah. I
Oh
thought they
Yeah,
shit,
they're
that
not
was
Indian, man. They're not.
Cuban and Mexican. Is it right? Cuban and Mexican.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yo, it's because of that
Ooh.
video game Street Fighter.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
It is because of
Alright.
Street
Oh,
Fighter. I'm not gonna lie.
shit.
It's because of Street Fighter.
She's
Yeah.
like, all right,
Dalcine.
stop
Yoga
hitting.
flame. Another good backhand.
Oh,
Oh,
ow, that
Yeah,
hurt.
this
She was
Yeah, this fight is
is
close to
kind
be
of.
over.
I
That
don't
yo,
like to see
they
women
gotta,
get beat up like
God.
this.
they gotta stop this.
God. Oh,
They gotta
God.
stop this.
Oh,
They
God.
gotta stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah.
If
Yeah,
Gabby,
this is.
if Gabby gets a knockout, she's full blooded Mexican.
Ooh, what a shot! Ow! Oh damn! Oh damn! She's getting lit
Come
up.
on, Gabby. Daddy need a new pair of shoes.
They gonna
For
stop.
real.
Watch. If she goes back to the corner, they gonna stop
Body
it.
shot. Come on.
I think they're gonna.
Go to
I
the
think
body.
they're gonna pull her out.
I think they're
I
gonna
think
pull
they're
her
gonna
right.
pull her out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a 10-8 round, bro. That's a 10-8
Damn.
round, dog.
Nah,
It's
she
not gonna
putting
get
the
better. It's
beef
not
by
gonna get
Dre
better.
How
for
can that
her.
not be a 10-8 round?
The other girl's not throwing with any punch conviction.
Did she
She's
even-
not
did
throwing
she
with any
even
power.
land that
Start doing
round?
the
She
math.
just trying to live now. Like she just
Yeah,
trying to
do the
live
math.
now. Like
That
fuck
was
with
a
all
10-8
landing
round.
punches. I'm just trying to live.
If there was a tent in that ring, she would hide in it.
For real. She about to crawl
Listen.
under the fucking ring.
Bro, nah. She's
That had
not
to be a
throwing with
10-8
any
round.
punch
Mhm.
conviction.
I didn't see anything land, bro. Like there
She
was
don't got
nothing
no
but
power
Gabby.
behind her
It was all
shots. They
Gabby.
need to stop this.
And she told Marco Antonio Barrera, she's just tall. That's it. Well, that's all she need,
yeah?
homegirl. That's all she need.
I think she punches hard too.
That left hand had the whole motherfucking shebang. Ooh, this ring girl. I smell my chlamydia. Let's get some STDs tonight.
All right, come on, Gabby.
Crazy.
Come on, Gabby. Knock this hoe out.
Lucha Vavoom, man, that ring girl. Ah,
Hit the gas, Gabby. Finish strong.
Damn, they didn't even have the ring. Like, dog.
God.
No.
Come on,
bro.
Gabby.
Yo. She's so fucking accurate with that
Skill
shit.
set, watch.
Mm.
Ow.
Good jab. Mm.
I think Gabby's
Yeah,
gonna make
she's-
a move
she's
at
just
midpoint in
outmatched.
this round. She's
She-
gonna
she's-
make a real.
Come on,
tot-
Gabby.
She's totally outmatched, man. They just, yeah.
Get this highlight
Yeah.
reel.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah, she's good. Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh,
I was just
yeah,
gonna
she-
say she's surviving though.
She's getting hit. She's getting hit, dog.
Look at that. She looked
Come
in
on.
the corner after she got hit. And
Ooh,
got
ooh.
hit.
What do I do? What do I
Come
do?
on, come on, ref. Stop the fight, ref. Stop the
What do I
fight.
do?
Oh, God.
It's like, take me out. Take me
Damn,
out.
bro.
That left is
Pull
not
me
missing.
out. Pull me out.
That left is not missing.
And she's out.
If you see me blinking twice, pull
She's
me out.
taking my lunch money.
Leo's
Help
faster than her.
me.
She said she's down.
It's over.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
over.
is she down?
it's over. Round
Yeah,
7,
Wow,
just
and
like I
she's
told you,
down,
undefeated.
She's down.
Round 7, just like I told you, undefeated. Fuck with your
Bro.
boy.
Bro, just for
She
that.
shaking her head.
Oh,
No,
there you go.
she shaking no. She out.
There you
Yeah, she
go.
quit.
Now, what I told you, undefeated? Round 7. Fuck with your boy.
8, 9, 10.
Hey, I'm about to shout you out on X, bro.
Bro, you are the
Yeah,
least
it's-
racist
Shout
person
me
to
out,
ever
bro.
live.
Shout me out.
It's
Let me
good
smoke
that
my
she's
cigarette.
racist, man.
Yeah,
He
but
said you're the
let me
least
tell you
racist
something.
person he knows. The least.
But let me tell you
The least
something.
racist person in the
Hold on,
world.
but let me tell you something. That
Abraham
was
Lincoln.
fucking beautiful, by the way. That's we need more of that. Not just with the women, from the men. Like that was fucking beautiful, dog. Completely deconstructed, disassembled, beat up, demoralized. That was beautiful. Beautiful.
It was hard to watch. I was feeling bad for the other fighter. You know, it was
I
Yeah,
need a
but you
cigarette
gotta
behind
give
that
it
shit. I feel like
due
I just
to-
had sex.
Yo,
she
You
over there
gotta
laughing
give
and
it to
shit.
her, man.
I was like,
Fundora got skills though. She's got
yo,
skills.
she nasty though. Yeah,
She's
she's
got
so much
skills.
better than
Her
Sebastian. It's
pressure-
like, bro,
Yeah, she
pressure
makes
is good.
Sebastian look really bad.
she
Yeah,
made
but
that motherfucker look
yo.
like ass.
Yo, but I mean, she puts her punches together well. She's got a good volume of punches. She's
Controls her range,
consistent.
accurate. She got a
Yeah.
mole
Gabby's a
cute.
fucking killer, man. And her brother's a bionic pipe cleaner, man. For real.
Wow, that's fucked up.
He don't do nothing compared to
Nah,
her.
he's a little warrior, bro. He was in trouble. He got his nose broken with Tim Zoo.
Oh no,
He dug
Sebastian the
deep.
dog.
He dug deep. Come on, man.
No, Sebastian the dog, most
He a
definitely.
dog,
Even
man.
before that, even in the Lubin
He's
fight,
a little
like,
awkward and shit,
Sebastian the
yeah.
dog.
But I mean, you know why? Because I think it's the way I viewed him when he first came out. Why the fuck is this tall guy fighting
On the
on
inside.
the inside?
Right. It don't make no fucking
Why? It
sense.
didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
So for so much of his career, it was a lot of criticism from my behalf anyway. Then I would say like just around the Tim Zoo, he fought I think one fight from the outside, and he was trying to adapt to his style. And every fight ever since has been he's at least trying to use his God given talent ability, which is the range.
Yep.
But his sister is a way better. She's doing it. Yeah, she's doing it pretty good.
I'm gonna read the super chat real fast. Don Madrazo says that was
Oscar got a good,
way
excited for your
overmatched.
face.
Hold on, man. He said that was fucked, way overmatched. I agree. Go ahead, bro. What were you saying?
I was just saying, Oscar got a good, excited face. Like when his fighters win, like, yeah, like,
That high ass cocaine motherfucker.
right? Fucking cocaine, like, yeah, this is an 8-ball.
I like Oscar the fighter, but Oscar the promoter, man, damn.
I like Oscar the promoter. He petty. I fuck with him.
He's funny though. I'll give him his flowers on the clapback.
He petty as shit.
Making me laugh. Yeah,
them shits is hilarious.
Especially as salty is against Canelo. That shit is fucking
fuck
funny.
you, like bro.
Every
This
clapback
motherfucker. Oh my
Thursday
god,
at the
this
end.
lady.
Fuck
Who is this
you.
lady? Who is this woman?
That's
a dude, bro.
She's like
That's
a
your
fucking
uncle.
Adams family lady. Like,
Dude,
bro.
I'm telling you, that's Howard Stern in drag, man. I'm telling you.
Oh shit.
Who is this woman, bro?
Yo, listen.
This woman is terrifying.
That dude is next door to you.
Homie.
Not me.
Come on, man.
J Nails says, I hate to say it, but Clarissa's luck that ass of hers put her in the upper weight classes. I think Amanda and Katie beat her and maybe Gabby. I guess that person means if she was in their weight class.
Yeah, in their weight class, right.
So.
I
want Carissa to lose the ass and go down. It's a nice ass, and I know she don't want to lose it, but like all the smoke, you gotta beat these bitches' ass, bro. You can get your ass as fat as you want at the end of your career. Like,
well, she's in a barren division.
Carver with a wig.
She's in a barren division though too. So I mean, I can't. There ain't nobody up there.
Literally, bro, I'm tired
15
of that.
fighters. 15.
Yeah, and she pretty much done beat everybody,
Come on, man. It's not even a weight division.
She She 3-time undisputed in 15 fights. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with no real resistance. Like
I mean, she started off fighting championship level fights. She started off on some Loma shit.
That's crazy.
I don't think we could compare the two, but
I think you could compare the two.
Well,
I mean, I don't like to do that whole the competition thing. People fight. You fight with whoever in your area. Like we could say that about.
Well, yeah,
like,
because
you fight whoever is there.
You had something with the Loma shit, right? Okay. When you come into your career as a professional boxer winning 1 gold medal, it will catapult your career. Imagine winning 2. So him getting a title shot in 2 fights, at the time I was like, wow, this is a lot of favoritism, but what could 2 gold medals buy you? What should it buy you? And why did you get them? So when we think about the gold medalists that came in like Oscar, that's why Oscar in his 4th professional fight, he was already making upwards of $36 million and higher. So, and Mayweather complained that with his bronze, he wasn't making nowhere near that. So with the gold medals, I get it. I get where, she can come in, but we gotta be honest with ourselves. The competition, bro. Come on, man. Be for real. 15 women in the heavyweight division, and you're gonna call that a weight division? On average, in a man division, there are 1,300
I mean, how
fighters.
many girls are at like fucking lightweight, like 100?
So we can't compare her
Yeah, 100
greatness.
it's over 100 compared to 16. Stop trying to give Clarissa flowers for fighting in empty weight
Yo,
classes.
I'm just giving
come
her
on,
You
man.
flowers
won
for
2 gold.
doing what she
No,
did in
you
the sport.
what she do?
She did what she's done.
Which
Nothing.
is
She's fucking 3-time
you not bring
undisputed and
and that's not
champion
bringing
50
and that's not
heavyweight division.
bringing no we doing this. I'm not gonna big you up for winning belts in empty weight classes. Even worse, that you not winning them off nobody. You got 3 belts the last fight that they made up. There were no heavyweight champions. Well, not them 3 belts. Not for them 3. They literally made that shit up. You're not bringing fans to boxing. That's why the seats is empty. You're not. You could have if you would have had a rematch with
I mean,
Savannah,
she
but you
brought me.
fucked
I
that
started
up.
watching women boxing from Clarissa. Me personally,
Yeah, and
I wasn't
I
watching
totally
female boxing
believe that.
before that.
And we had this conversation when I asked you who did she fight. You didn't have an answer, so I don't actually believe you've been watching her. You
Well,
knew
I'll
about
put up.
Charles
Yeah,
Conwell though. You knew about
I'll put
him.
that.
I mean, I don't know every. You asked me who Charles Conwell fought. I'm
Yeah, but
fucking.
if I see a fight, I'm
Don't
gonna
even
remember the
give me that.
fucking names. If I see a fight, I'm gonna remember the fucking
I don't
names of the
even
people that
remember
was
the name of
fighting.
the guy who just beat him a second ago, bro. I'm keep it.
Stop lying. You know the name
I
of the
swear to
dude.
God, I do not. I do not
Perez,
remember that dude.
Perez,
Perez, yeah,
Perez. The
Perez,
point
yes.
is, motherfuckers always faking a funk with Clarissa to not go to her fight and not watch it. Because that's all I see. All I see online is dudes that want to defend her but don't watch it. It's like the fucking WNBA.
I watch her fights. I watch. Yeah, mad Clarissa fights.
So
But
what's the
like,
name of the
I
girl?
wasn't
I
So
can
what's,
familiar
honest,
what's,
with the
what's
division.
I can
It's
honestly
like
say I've
being a
never
fan of
seen a.
like a fighter
I
before you're a fan of the sport. It's kind of like how I
I
started watching boxing.
So
It
let
was
me
just
ask
like
you.
I
So let me ask
I
you a
like
can
question.
honestly
invited him,
say
started
I've
learning
never
who everybody
seen a
is.
WNBA game ever in my life,
Me
and I'm
neither.
proud of it.
Right.
I haven't
Shout
either.
out to J Nels. Help me understand why she's the GOAT. Or is all that just bravado? Because she hasn't beat anybody besides Savannah. I ain't gonna say that last part, okay? But yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's like if I sat here saying that Carlos Adames is the GOAT.
I
Mm-mm.
mean,
That's
she
like if I
started her
said
career early.
that's like if I started saying fucking because
Go ahead,
Carlos
Polanco.
Adames is Dominican and I'm Dominican. Oh well, he must be the GOAT, the GOAT, because he's Dominican like me. Because that's all it. I hate to broach the subject that way, but that's what it really is. Homegirl,
Man, that's her nickname. Nickname she gave herself.
you only got to fight for gold medals because Katie did that. She opened that door. Without her, you don't even get to fight for gold medals. That's reality, well
I
documented.
mean, does
The
Joe
only
Lewis get to
reason, no,
fight
no,
for the
no, no,
heavyweight
no.
champion without Jack Johnson?
The only reason. Well, I don't hear Joe Lewis calling himself the GOAT. Well, I don't remember Joe Lewis calling himself the GOAT. I don't remember Joe Lewis making all the proclamations that Clarissa makes, to be honest with you. Joe Lewis didn't talk much, remember?
Joe Lewis said he'd beat Ali to Ali face.
Well,
So
he
you'll
didn't
be
say
on
it was
my
the.
bum, but he said you'll be one
That's
of the bums on
cool.
my tour.
That's awesome. But we know that Joe Lewis wasn't actually as outspoken as Clarissa, so that's a false equivalency argument. Joe Lewis didn't
I
talk
mean, her
much.
being
That's why
outspoken is just
that's why
whatever.
you begging me to like her, and it's not gonna work.
I ain't begging you to like her. I'm saying like her being outspoken that ain't no
It's
mean
not.
shit.
Well. Let's put it this way. It's a little more than being outspoken. It's a little more because you can have confidence. You could be outspoken. You're just obnoxious because
I
you could
mean, you
be
don't like a
outspoken. It's the
personality. You don't gotta
truth.
like a personality. I mean, that shit
Because
don't bother me.
you
It's
could be
funny to me.
outspoken. You could be outspoken at the end of the day. There's actually nothing wrong with that. Where you at, you're obnoxious. You're a glory hog, and you a
She's
hater.
combative. She's
Yeah,
combative. Yeah.
she is combative. She is combative. That's the
She's
word I would use.
she's a
Oscar
fighter.
Jimenez says Shields the GOAT, the greatest. I don't know Wiana. I don't know what that is. All I know is all I know is
Weona means dumb.
oh well there you go. I mean, you gotta be fucking dumb to be offered all that goddamn money and turn it down so that you're not on somebody undercard. But go fight in a bingo hall and see how many people watch it.
How much, if you know, or if I don't know if you want to say,
Bro,
but
I love watching.
how much do you think she got
Wait
offered
a
for
minute. Who
for
said that?
green?
I think if I had to guess, because and this is just me putting it together, they would not have Shields on a prelim card. They would not disrespect her like that. They would have had her on the main card. And if it's me guessing, she would have been the co-main. If I had to guess what they would have paid her in the to be in the co-main, maybe it would have been somewhere in between $500,000 to $1 million, because this money's coming from Netflix. So you might have made between $500,000 and $1 million to fight in the co-main. Katie and Amanda are making multi-millions, so you can use that to, okay, what are the fighters in the co-main getting? Oh, well, if it's Clarissa, because I don't think they're going to pay Alicia for being in the co-main what they would have paid Clarissa. I think they would have been more generous with Clarissa and maybe put her somewhere in between $500,000 to $1 million or $1 million. But you're a moron, like I said. You're fucking really dumb, and keep being dumb and keep fighting in bingo holes. Because if you think if everybody would have came together like that, this is why I can't fuck with her. If everybody would have came together like that on some kumbaya shit, it would have been better for all of y'all. You are just counterintuitive and stupid. So
She don't
do
fuck
your
with
thing.
Jay. She don't fuck with Jay.
She don't fuck
He
with
tried-
no one.
She don't fuck with nobody, bro.
No.
No
She fuck
one.
with people. She fuck with franchise Cruz. She be a girl face.
She fuck with Franchon Cruz or okay then. She fucks with Franchon Cruz. Okay.
They don't pay her to be at the fight.
She was fucking with Alicia for a time before
She
Not
ain't never
they
anymore.
fucked with
started going
Alicia.
at it
Not
and shit.
anymore. I mean, so who's Clarissa's promoter? Is she nah, she's with fucking Dimitri Salita.
Some
I'm
Jerry
sure he's paying
Seinfeld
her
motherfucker.
millions. Domo said went in Cam's inbox to hate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's
Hey,
no,
yo, Jules, think
there's no redeemable qualities there. Like, you try it, but there's just no redeemable qualities there.
I
yo,
like
Jules,
that she
think
talk shit. It reminds me of Ali. It reminds me of motherfuckers who talk shit. Like I don't got a problem with shit talkers. Like that shit funny to me. That shit builds up shit too.
It's a
Like
little more than talking shit. You're talking about people that you're not gonna fight. You're talking about men. You're talking about women. Like, you
she
remind me of a
thinks she
lot
the
of
best and
what
she
she
vocal
what
about
she
it.
no, what she reminds me of is a lot of annoying bitches that I had to deal with. That's why I don't like her too. You remind me of a lot of annoying ass bitches that I had to deal with.
Yeah, that remind me of. She remind me a lot of my cousins. She remind me of the fam.
She
Like that's
talks
that,
so
that
much.
all that shit talking about.
Even though I don't like Keith Thurman, I never respected what you did to that dude. I never respected what you did to that dude. Because
Oh
if
yeah,
if he
that
play
was
your
out of
game,
pocket.
if he play your game, he's the bad guy. But he should go upside your head though, because you talking too fucking much.
You
You're
know
trying to
what? I
amass
think
you trying to humiliate him. What you're really trying to do is humiliate him. That's what you're trying to do. And that dude never said nothing about you. Never did nothing to you.
if I'm Jake Paul, I'd be like, you know what, bitch, you could beat me. All right, well let's
No,
spar
no. The
live.
other things that don't
It
help
ain't
her,
like that nigga Keith Thurman
like
was doing shit at the
other
time.
things
He
that
had no buzz.
other things that don't help her though is like when her brother hit that old dude and shit, and she totally backed him up on it. I mean that you know. I
Well,
mean,
that's what
come
women
on.
do.
Well,
That's what
she
women
shouldn't
do.
be.
All women do that shit. Like,
Yeah, but she shouldn't be backing him up when her brother did, some fucked up shit to a senior
Well, I
citizen.
mean,
that's
it
what
ain't
I'm saying.
even
That's
that.
what
It
women
ain't
do.
even that. It's more along the lines of, if you want to explain away all her shit of why it's okay with you, you can, but the rest of the world don't agree. Most of this panel that you on don't agree. She's just
Yeah,
fucking
that's cool.
annoying. And if she retired today, I think we would all be okay with that. Wouldn't you agree? Because I'd be
I
happy
wouldn't
with
I
miss
it.
mean,
her.
me personally, I want to see her fight. I want her to move down and beat motherfuckers' ass. That's me personally.
Okay.
I wouldn't miss
Instead
her.
of
I'll tell you that.
losing sheets. No, I like Clarissa. Clarissa a dog.
I respect
Mm.
her accomplishments, but I don't like the way she acts, man. It's
I
just,
don't respect her
I mean,
accomplishment.
people didn't like the way
They've
Ali
been get
acted. They didn't
they've
like
been
the way
gift
Amanda
wrapping
acted.
they've been gift wrapping belts for this woman for years, and I've been watching it.
Nothing.
I got people in the industry that message me regularly about how fucking tired they are of having to step on eggshells because they know what she's gonna do. This shit's been going on for years. Only you get to fucking win titles that nobody's holding that are completely manufactured and then crown yourself the best. Talk about a fucking ego trip. It happened at what most people don't know, what all the Shields fans don't know, is this has been going on for years. They made up 3 belts for you to win at 54. They made up 3 belts for you to win at 160, and they did it again at heavyweight. And this is what everybody's gonna repeat of why you're so great, because the Alphabets is literally giving you titles nobody's holding. King of the email belts. Queen of the email belts, I should say.
Why was anyone holding them?
Because those are empty
You can
divisions.
take it.
You fight in empty divisions. It's not complicated. At any given time at 160 and 168, especially when she was there, at any given moment, there's between 13 and 16 active middleweights. Super middle 13. Like, and this is why you the greatest.
How many were around when Layla Ali was fighting?
Even less. Even less.
People say Layla's the best female boxer of all time.
Of her era. I don't know about of all time.
Yeah,
I
think
didn't
to judge people by their eras. Like everybody, like all eras.
Oh, if we're gonna judge people by their eras, I would say Katie's the best of this era. Quality of competition is head and shoulders above yours. And she's more active than you are, even though y'all debuted in the same year, even though she's older.
And in a deeper division as well.
And took more belts from more reigning champions. Yeah. I mean, but I'd have made that argument a million times. The point is not even that. It's the ego, man. It's the ego. Your ego is intolerable.
You need that ego.
Okay. Well, Katie doesn't.
Katie
doesn't.
Everybody
does. That remind motherfuckers that I'm in an empty division. So empty they gotta make up belts for me to win.
I mean, I don't look at female boxing like it's like stacked. Like, what's the?
There's divisions. There's divisions that are
100
stacked.
girls in the lightweight division, and we talk about males. There's thousands of those motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, and there's 16. There's like 16 and 13 where Clarissa fights. You saying that you gonna compare that to a division where it's hundreds of girls?
I think it's more comparable than thousands. Comparing this to thousands.
Well, I'm not comparing women to men. I'm comparing women to women. Why would I be comparing women to men?
I would compare
women to women.
I mean, we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, like my stance. There's no way you're gonna slice it up to where you competing in a division with 16 girls, and that's supposed to be the same difficulty level as competing in a division with hundreds of girls. It's not. No, it's not. It just isn't. And that's why, even though you're younger than Katie, y'all both debuted in 2016. Y'all both debuted the same year. She's more active than you are, even though she's older. She's been through more champions than you have. There isn't a belt that she won that she didn't have to win from a champion. She had to go through champions to get all her belts. You, on the other hand, were allowed to win 3 belts in one fell swoop because nobody's holding them. There's nobody up there. For Undisputed, you fought a 42-year-old fighter with only 5 professional fights who had never fought for 10 rounds before. For Katie's Undisputed, she had to fucking fight Chantel Cameron. Yeah, it's not the same. It ain't. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm fucking sleepy.
Have a good night, fellas.
Nos vemos.
Good night.